I don't know if you guys saw this tweet
format.
this week.
Please fucking keep it together here.
Yeah, no, it's all good. We're gonna keep it tight. I saw this tweet this week. Did you know there's a dude's name in Rugrats named Dr. Lipschitz?
Isn't that
That's your own tweet.
Yeah, wait, you tweeted? Wait, it's his tweet?
He tweeted that.
I'm so glad you called on it because I didn't know. You fucking
Look
interrupted
at
this for
this. Look at this.
It's your Twitter, you fucking freak. I don't want to see this. Take
What
this
were they
away.
doing with the doctor?
Dude,
What
his
is
name is Dr. Werner P. Lipschitz. You know who his friends are? Dee Dee, Chaz, Goober, Lucy Carmichael.
His interests are eating cheese, making money, helping children, and helping parents. This guy is relatable.
Did you know that his enemies are Lou Pickles and Stu Pickles and Betty DeVille and Reptar?
Reptar?
Reptar is an
Stu
enemy?
and Drew and Charlotte.
Holy shit. That's my enemy too. Fuck you, Reptar, you bastard. You know how many Tinder fucking girls I've just like run through on 8-Ball? I probably ruined my chances with these relationships because I straight out one boredom. You want to play 8-Ball pool? I one boredom. Trash.
Hell.
You have to figure out, man, because I'm way too competitive on that shit.
That is true. That is
8-Ball style. I give it to you.
awesome.
Don't fuck around. I don't know.
Tell me what you said.
Yeah, please.
Tell the people what you said when Johnny asked you if the hurricane was coming.
When I asked you what it was like outside for the past couple days, can you let them know what you told me?
I said I have not looked outside in a couple days.
Which is not a joke either. I haven't looked outside.
I have blackout curtains.
That's what you said. That was the first thing you said. What's the storm like? I have blackout curtains.
Like I was supposed to just, okay, I'm sorry about that.
I have not looked outside for, I don't know if it's coming. All right, time to get into WWF Raw for September 28, 1998.
It's my life in a box.
Like
Right. Yeah, but that's not,
like
that's not what we start with, is it?
No, of course, we get the Disturbed song. No, mommy, don't do it.
We got a war propaganda video or something here.
Also, a Martin Luther King promo. I have a dream.
Yeah, what the fuck is
the
going
hell?
on here?
There's
I've
tanks and
been
Stalin
damn
and
sick and tired. Damn sick and
Damn
tired.
sick and tired.
Damn sick and
Damn
tired.
sick and tired.
Watching you walk around with that belt.
A master plan.
he won't do things the easy way. You gotta do things the hard way.
So this is Vince, of course, once again trying to get the WWF title off of Austin, and he made up a plan that would guarantee that Stone Cold would lose the belt. And they show a shot of Stone Cold taking his pants off and hitting Vince in the balls.
This is after WWF Breakdown 98.
Guess that name didn't stick, huh? They never want to keep that one. Breakdown.
No, it was on what, like a little sign.
Yeah,
Breakdown.
yeah, it was just No Way Out. O2's logo.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So he's sick and tired, sick and damn tired, walking WWF. We see this later on in the evening again, which I was surprised by.
They do, yeah. It's like, I guess that was the like the theme of Breakdown was propaganda.
Yeah, I think so, because they talk about later on, it's the same thing, and they said you can watch this encore pay-per-view.
Yeah, watch it on
Which made me think,
Tuesday.
how much money you think back in the day when they didn't have services and shit, where like
people just encore
they would buy
it?
the encore.
They always did it, so it must have made money, right? I don't know why they would have kept it up if
You
not.
had to, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is just a weird way to, like, I guess, look back. I guess I don't know if I've ever bought an encore. I'm trying to think if I ever did.
I don't think I ever did.
I don't even know if I considered it encore. I definitely didn't buy it thinking it was an encore if I did buy it. You know what I mean?
I didn't buy any of them.
Okay.
I watched
All right.
them illegally.
Okay,
Oh
dude.
my.
I didn't know it was illegal. But I did.
You just had a special box that could watch
The
everything
black
for
box,
free.
brother. Yeah, hell yeah.
How did I
gotta
not know it
go
was
that son of a
illegal?
bitch.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
you would steal a WWF pay-per-view, but you wouldn't steal a car?
No, I didn't know how to drive a car, so I would have stole one if I did.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, we start with the Corporation Town Hall. We have Vince McMahon and all the boys are here.
They come out to Austin's theme. What the fuck?
That's the Corporation's theme song.
No.
There was a weird glass break with no pop. This was the craziest thing ever. No
It was
pop at
weird,
all.
wasn't it? Yeah, there was maybe the crowd knew. Maybe they had to retape it.
They liked Austin more than the theme song at
Yeah.
this point.
Dude, so many fucking signs here. Like, I don't know how anyone could see anything at these shows. There is a
That's what I
million.
read. So many signs ago.
Yeah, it is crazy. Vince has the Smoking Skull title. He's with the Stooges. He's with Commissioner Slaughter. I was gonna say Sergeant Slaughter, but he is Commissioner Slaughter. I don't know if that's a downgrade or upgrade from Sergeant.
Oh, so now you don't want to be in the war no more, soldier?
Stolen Valor.
It was only good when you needed it, huh?
Stolen Valor, Sergeant Slaughter was very early Deadlock.
Yeah, you're right.
Why do we even talk about that? I don't even remember. We just did a whole segment saying, fuck this
Just had to
fucking
make sure y'all knew.
fuck this fucking liar.
Well, you see how he ditched the garb and
Yeah.
ditched the war and the army and America
And he's
needed you
friends
and now
with
look at
Saddam.
you. Yeah, look at
Yeah,
you.
fuck you, man.
Hold on. So, deputy chief or deputy commissioner is above sergeant, so he was like an upgrade.
Oh.
I'm looking at the ranks here of the ranking system.
Well, you're not one of the soldiers anymore.
no, but he's like a commissioner. He runs the soldiers now.
No, Vince
He's
McMahon
a
runs the soldiers.
piece of fart.
Yeah, he's a liar.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's the only one in the damn war, and he's winning.
That's what it feels like.
Put his ass on the front lines, bro.
Yeah, really.
That's all we got. If he goes down, we ain't got nothing. If Austin goes down,
Yeah,
the
really.
WWF is going
Put
down.
all their chips on Austin, and
We're going to keep putting Undertaker
in.
in main events. We're fucked.
No!
By the way, just so you guys know, by the end of this show, this is the epitome of I'm done with the Undertaker. I can't fucking take it anymore, man. I
We
can't
can't
fucking do
take
it.
this shit anymore,
I can't
man.
fucking do it. I can't find the theme song is awesome, man. I thought the Ministry was cool, but Undertaker might be the worst.
I can't wait to get to this later. It's going to be very fun. But for now, Vince has the Smoking Skull belt in hand because of what happened at WWF Breakdown, of course. Where we don't know who the champion is right now.
No.
It should be Kane or maybe even Undertaker. But definitely not Steve Austin, right,
That
fellas?
son of a bitch, Stone Cold. No way. There was a sign someone held out that said "Crucify McMahon." That was a little rough.
All
that
right.
happens.
Yeah, happens to somebody. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So Vince decrees today is Stone Cold Steve Austin Day.
Ah, well, that's pretty cool.
He even has the welcoming committee here, Detroit's finest.
There's people.
Yeah.
There's little kids yelling "Shut up" and Vince McMahon sucks at him during this whole promo, and then there's also the crowd starts chanting, but I don't know if they're chanting asshole or Austin, and I don't know if Vince knew either because he said, "What are you saying?"
Vince had a lot of one-liners.
Yeah, that's true. I think it was both, Danny. I think you're right.
But yeah, when the little kid says Vince McMahon sucks, then they were chanting Austin as well.
Yeah.
Shut up, Vince McMahon sucks.
Full named them. Vince McMahon sucks.
Vince says there will be a new WWF champion here tonight, and they will get a new belt and not the shitty one draped over his broad shoulder.
Broad shoulder. Yeah, this is a championship belt that Stone Cold made for himself with a skull on it. And Lawler just blurts out, "How embarrassing." Oh, damn.
It sounded like he got the mic even closer to his face to say, it's like,
embarrassing.
how embarrassing. Okay.
You're right. He was really fucking loud.
Vince says that he will maybe put this Smoking Skull belt on his mantle in one of his homes.
Above my fireplace.
All of his other awards and trophies.
This is me cutting the promo as I would take my notes. There's only one place this championship is going, and that is above my fireplace on my mantle in one of my homes.
Did you do it in the voice?
Just like that, yeah.
In one of my homes. Yeah, this is like a very crazy Vince, by the way. The cadence here, like he's not
This-
fully McMahoned
No,
out
this
yet.
This era
Yeah.
of Vince is crazy. We talk about it like a while, like all Vince's cadence, but like he definitely went on and on and on and on and
Honestly,
on in these promos compared to what he usually did.
His cadence here is Linda McMahon.
Yeah, he's enunciating and making
Yeah.
sure like that every word comes out of his mouth perfectly.
Above my mantle at one of my homes. Yeah, it's like it's
with
just
all my
how
other
Linda gets
awards
from.
and trophies.
Yeah.
This is because he was on top here. He was winning. He took the belt away from Austin. He made sure Kane and Taker were together and that stuff. So he was winning. So when he's winning, he's different than when he's pissed off. It's bad.
This is also where I realized there is a million signs about head at this fucking show. Give me head. I want head. I need head. Suck my cock, please. Mr. Socko.
Head very over.
Yeah, head super over. Big head guys here in Detroit.
So Commissioner Slaughter starts strapping up the Smoking Skull belt on Vince.
Yes.
And as he's doing it, he's strapping the box in the back. He's like on his ass, and Vince turns around and says, "What are you doing?"
I don't know if he's just taking too long or if he got a little too touchy or something. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
And then they play the Raw theme as Vince poses on the rope, and then they stop playing it.
For 2 seconds, I thought Vince's line here was pretty good. He goes, "I thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the evening."
Well, that's very nice.
And then they play the Raw, and it cuts off.
Yeah, he just Stone Cold's taunts in the ropes, and they play the Raw song for a second, and then stop, and then he just leaves.
Somebody just got fired big style when
what
Vince
the
got back
fuck
there.
was that? Dude, I just that just reminds me. I saw a clip the other day. It was from, you might have seen this, James. I don't know if we watched this at your house or if it was just maybe we didn't or not. It was I think it was Anarchy Rules 2000. They do a thing where like it's I think Louis dangerously jumps Joey Styles in like the little area where Joey and Joe Gertner would talk behind the banner.
Yes, that's right. I remember that.
And it goes from that, and then it cuts to like the truck shot. And I don't know if I always thought this was a work, but I think it was like it was a real accident. Paul Heyman like fucking throws a stack of papers at the producer's head and says, "What the fuck are you doing?"
It shows the truck. That's funny.
If you turn the volume up, you can hear Heyman yelling.
It's hilarious to me that ECW even has a truck and cameras and TVs.
Why do they have a camera in the production truck?
For this? Paulie said time to work, brother.
Well, we're not there just yet, really.
Nah, 15 minutes. Cold open. Ultimate Warrior announces the One Warrior Nation, of course.
This is a Warrior video package showing what has been going on with the Ultimate Warrior as of late, which is unbelievable. So I guess we should preface this by saying that over DPW weekend, we've been watching a lot of Nitro from 1990.
You're right.
Yes. Yeah, we watched like January to August.
Something like that. Something real crazy. And we
because we watched all the way through. We watched all the way through the spring break. Yeah.
A lot of people we fell in love with. A lot of things that we were reminded of, which actually falls in line with this episode here. As you probably saw on the fucking things and all, as we said at the top as well, I think this is probably the only real Bret Hart versus Hulk Hogan match.
Yeah.
And this shows the gift that kept on giving and then taking away. It starts here with this Warrior video package. Ultimate Warrior's just going fucking crazy. He says he let loose the OWN, the revolution. And Hulk Hogan, of course, is aligned with the NWO and none other than the Disciple. And James, can you explain who and what and why the Disciple is?
The Disciple is Brother Booty, also known as... Don't you talk about Brother Booty, dude.
Brutus Beefcake.
Brutus Beefcake is now the Disciple, and the Disciple's gimmick is he is the #1 dick rider. he just can't stop cock eating. Is the Disciple's gimmick?
He is the biggest dick eater alive. He is like DNA like replicated of Hulk Hogan. He is Hulk Hogan.
100.
He's got the headband, the jacket. He's got the gloves.
He's got the hair.
The Hollywood headband.
Yeah, he's got Hollywood headband. He's got the little vest gimmick with the pants and
the goatee.
Yeah, dude, he is Hogan'd out of his mind.
If you put side by side Brutus Beefcake and Disciple, I would have no idea it's the same person.
Two different
people. It's not even close.
Well, thankfully, Tony, they're always side by side, no matter what.
I thought for years it was a whole different. I feel like it wasn't until like 5 years ago or so that I realized it was Brutus Beefcake.
Don't you talk about Brother Brudai, dude.
Don't you say that. So
that's
Hulk
the
Hogan
disciple,
here,
brother.
In this video package, it said, "Where's the disciple, warrior?"
Holy shit! So, okay, Ultimate Warrior. We can kind of lay the table a little bit.
The one warrior nation.
Of course. So we have the NWO. We have NWO Hollywood. We have NWO Wolfpack.
Wolfpack, yes.
We have the now 4 Horsemen. We have, of course, also the One Warrior Nation.
The OWN.
That's NWO backwards.
An anagram.
That's NWO backwards.
Anagram for NWO.
Yes, correct.
Which is the Ultimate Warrior in the One Warrior Nation.
Warrior Nation.
One warrior nation.
One
warrior nation, dude.
The disciple, being the dick rider that he is,
he kidnapped him. He fucking
there's
so much to break
him with the warrior poison.
There's so much to break down here. Warrior was only in WCW for like 8 or 9 weeks. It felt like it wasn't very long.
It was not long at all.
2 or 3 pay-per-views.
Yeah,
maybe.
no, it is not long. Yeah.
So Ultimate Warrior comes in. The very first thing. The very first thing that happens when Warrior comes in, he has a 7-minute segment with Bischoff and Hogan. He comes out and he goes 30 minutes. 30 fucking minutes on a 7-minute
speak to the Warriors.
So the One Warrior Nation, by the way. The One Warrior Nation. The Ultimate Warrior is supposed to be fucking Batman or some shit at this point. Legit Batman lines.
Superhero.
He leaves by throwing down smoke and then running away.
And disappearing.
And then runs away. He kidnaps the disciple by using a smoke bomb. And it shows Hogan, where's the disciple, brother? Where's the disciple?
Warrior? Where is he? Where's Warrior, dude?
This is, of course, to set up the worst match of all time. Hollywood Hogan and Ultimate Warrior for Halloween Havoc 98.
Which is just so Hogan can get his win.
Holy shit. That's the most incredible thing in history.
Yeah, brother, you should come over here to the WCW, dude. We got a good deal for you. And, well, you should probably do business as well.
You can say True City, dude.
I can do that.
Warriors!
Warriors! Disciple!
So, okay. All right. So, the disciple has been kidnapped, and immediately his cock-eating powers activate, and he becomes
Injected
the
with
warrior.
The cock.
The disciple becomes one with the One Warrior Nation, of course.
There's 2 people.
Which now makes 2.
The One Warrior Nation with 2 people. The 4 Horsemen with 6 members.
So let me also just...
You guys in the South can't fucking count.
Let's just talk about this real quick. January 98 Nitro to like August is maybe one of the best wrestling shows that's ever been produced.
Very simple stuff.
There's a reason they were beating the fuck out of Raw. Like this is a good 3 hours and like they're rocking.
Absolutely.
They made me a believer out of Rick the Model Martel.
Little Ricky Martel might have had the craziest run of all time. All right, this is absurd. Every belt had a segment. There was 9 different divisions rocking. They all had time. They all had angles.
No backstage segments. There was never like you never saw the backstage. And then like if there was an interview, it was either someone goes to the ring, cuts a promo, doesn't get cut off. They just go out there, say their words, and leave, and it's over. The crowd doesn't shit on them. They they listen. And if there's a Mean Gene interview, it's on the stage and it's important. And like the JJ Dillon is delegating and making matches and shit, and everything was respected.
Yeah, like no one's like interrupting JJ Dillon. He's just he's talking and they go,
he's the boss. You can't interrupt the boss.
Yeah, glad to hear that. Booker T's fucking over as fuck.
He is so good.
Yeah, like you said, they somehow make a believer out of us on Little Ricky Martel's run.
That TV title was
awesome. Crazy.
Man. That TV title was going crazy back then.
Yeah. Oh, TV title is awesome. The flock is intertwined in like every mid-card feud. Yeah,
Jericho's the most entertaining thing on the show by far.
Jericho's awesome, but it's time to speak to me, Warriors.
No, you had it. No, turn back around.
No, I'm still talking.
So after the cold open, we get the Nitro Girls.
You
know, after we watched this like 900 episodes, yeah. I like the Nitro Girl concept. I actually think it's pretty cool. Like coming back from commercial and having like a dance was kind of cool. It gave time for the announcers to like cool down and tell you what's going on, and then they rock to the next segment.
When it comes to wrestling, I guess like it's easy to be like, especially that era. It's like, oh, this is a classless fucking thing. They're just trying to fucking. But it was really just like, you know, a sports team cheerleader.
Yeah, it really was.
You know what's crazy too is that you know, if you watch a lot of the old WWE documentaries, because, you know, especially when they talk about Halloween Havoc 98, of course, DDP and Goldberg and all that shit.
Don't watch the one they did about me.
Yeah, really, that one, yeah. They would, well, they were probably around that one. But they would lead you to believe that, like, nothing was rocking in 98 Nitro. Like, nothing was
completely wrong.
Which is like, if you watch the fucking show, like, they were, this was some really creative shit from a lot of, like, super talented people,
Simple, too.
So really cool shit there. Nitro Girls, the buckles for now, I don't know when this changed, but they were red most of 98, and then they were yellow.
They are red. Yeah. This set is
yellow
fucking cool. Oh, are they yellow here?
Yeah, they're yellow here.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's right. I was, because we watched so many, I was like fucking red. The set is so fucking cool. This house is packed. The pyro is fucking awesome. The spinny pyro is the best pyro ever. I think people should bring that back. Everything looks fucking cool here. And then we got the announcers at the table. You got Tony Schiavone, Mike Tenay, and Larry Zbyszko. Schiavone is talking directly to Larry Zbyszko here about the NWO being down a member.
Larry
he doesn't give a fuck.
Larry completely ignores him, turns around for his pop, stands up, and Schiavone says, well, I guess I'll talk to you today.
That was every Nitro ever. Larry just said, yeah, I'm going to get my pop.
Yeah. And Schiavone says, Disciple is now in the One Warrior Nation. There are 2 people in the One Warrior fucking Nation. And then the NWO's music hits, and Schiavone says, fucking whatever. Dude, all right, I guess you guys just do whatever the fuck you want,
just
guys.
It's like he throws the paper. He doesn't actually, but like he's just like, all right, whatever, fuck it. Whatever I was saying, it doesn't matter. NWO's here.
Oh, yeah, I guess no one's going to fucking listen to me today. Anyway, NWO, here we go. Fuck you, man.
They did that. I loved how it was like, it felt alive. The set felt alive. Very cool vibes here. And you're right. This set is awesome. They have the fucking 4 truss set up with the WCW huge steel letters.
That is the coolest commentator set of all time. Why the fuck they moved it ringside with just a table, I will never understand. That even if it was in their budget,
it had to be some logistics.
You're telling me you couldn't just keep that truss every show? Like, come on. That was the fucking coolest setup of all time.
Yeah, this is like the coolest ever. This is really cool shit. And then we go into the craziest promo of all time. So, NWO Hollywood Town Hall is up next here.
We definitely pimped this out just to set you all up for what is about to happen.
Hey, man, we had to like lay the table for
Brian Adams out here rocking.
The show is good, I promise.
Brian Adams out here rocking after he joined the NWO.
Brian Adams with sideburns.
Fuck Brian Adams, man. That guy sucks.
Brian Adams had the big jacket earlier in the year, and he turned on Bret Hart.
He's a big jacket off. He's a bitch.
Took off the jacket. He was NWO for life, and no.
Of course, dude. What did we watch? Like 9 people take off the jacket in like 6 months
to reveal the shirt.
Yeah, he was wearing a big ass jacket,
a big coat that goes all the way down to his feet.
Wonder what that's about.
Oh my!
Not Brian fucking Adams.
He's NWO.
I'm pretty sure Brian Adams reveals he's in the NWO, and James is like, where the fuck did he wrestle before? Wasn't he just in WCW?
Yeah, wait, weren't you in WCW? What the fuck? They're like, oh, there's Brian Adams, and he's in the NWO. What the fuck?
Does he work here?
Because they split it up, and Hall was on this side, but then Nash was on the red and black Wolfpack with Conan and Goatee Sting, I think, right? And then who else was? I don't even know, but yes.
Well, Goatee Sting was in NWO American Males, which was also Buff Bagwell,
that didn't
Scotty
happen.
Riggs.
That didn't happen. We watched a lot, and it did happen. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, because we were getting there, man.
No, it's after.
It's called a payoff.
It's not before. It's after.
It's a payoff. Halloween Havoc is coming. The Day of Reckoning will be here. I promise you.
So Bischoff and Hogan come out, they're strumming a guitar and flexing. Scott Hall joins the entrance halfway through. Yeah, airplane arms. Scott Hall joins the entrance halfway through, and so does shitty-ass Bryan Adams. I wrote that down verbatim.
With the sideburns.
Don't disrespect Bryan Adams, all right?
He can kiss my butt and my
Don't
balls.
You say that about the NWOite.
Oh, no,
Bryan Adams, dude.
Brian, big Brian. There's two guys in the front row that won't stop pulling up their shirts. I think they have something written on their chest, but the camera never catches it.
Probably one of them said Brian, and the other one said Adams. I don't know.
There's no fucking way.
Don't you say that about Big Brother Brian, dude.
Big Brian. So Bischoff says he loves being here. He's happy to be here. The love in the air is unbelievable.
He loves the NWOites.
Well, Hulk Hogan has something to say as well.
Yeah, you ain't fucking get it. Good Lord.
There's going to be a lot here, gentlemen.
Yeah, it is.
Hogan says, it's nice to see all my NWOites realize the power that Hollywood possesses. It started this afternoon, brothers. I came to the airport in the NWO Learjet.
He said Learjet every week for 9 months. Brothers, I came in on the Learjet, dude, with the red carpet, brother.
The red carpet and the NWOites were laying on the ground, begging me to please step on their bodies, just so Hollywood's feet wouldn't have to touch the stinking ground here in Rochester, brother.
We were watching at some point in '98. Hogan just starts saying "bro" and "brudda"
and "brah."
Brah is the other one. Bro, and bro. I think he just got sick of saying "brother."
Brudda, his brudda.
You can fool some of the wrestling fans some of the time, but you can never fool a black and white NWOite anytime, brudda.
What an insane line. What an insane line. It's like he had some... So I assume this is like in reference to people knowing that Warrior was going to be there and all that stuff.
Yes.
Because we're getting to the point now where we're like shooting on the Observer on a regular basis. Yeah, so... but the line, you can never fool a black and white NWOite anytime, brudda, is insane.
You can't. Same with the Deadlock guys.
Bryan Adams said, you damn right. You let him know
Bryan
that.
Adams is fooled very easily.
Bryan Adams said, I am a black and white NWOite, and I'm not fooled.
Now, for those people that don't have the black and white on, maybe you forgot who I am, brothers. I'm the man wrestling it made today. He's fucking gets lost real hard.
Too, as he's talking.
Dude, his voice gets shot like, very early, Tony. He said, I came to the WCW, took a stinking hillbilly Southern Belle promotion, and took buildings like this when they were used to seeing $10,000 worth of business to hundreds of $1,000s worth of revenue.
Bryan Adams said, yeah, that's right.
Oh, you got hundreds of thousands? Hollywood is all about the almighty dollar, and now I got everybody right here where I want them, and I want all the stupid wrestling fans to know that they're like the stupid wrestlers in the back. What are you talking about, brother? Number one.
Whoops. I couldn't believe he said that. He said same cadence. It's almost like he pulled it from the fucking promo and just like
number one.
Put it there.
Hollywood is on a mission, and at Halloween Havoc, when I take that goof with the face paint, the Warrior, and I prove to him that running and hiding from Hollywood only delayed the pain and the torture. He like starts doing a Warrior promo.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, you're right.
This will be the first major move to put the NWO title back on Hollywood's waist. Now this is... I don't know what happened here. There's Hogan, his voice is shot, and he just starts fucking just saying shit here. Hulk Hogan says, I went down to the hood, and when I went to the hood, all the brothers and the sisters said, Hollywood, why don't you take back over? I said, what?
Oh my. In the back, Bryan Adams is like corpsing. Bryan Adams is like, holy shit.
I think he says take back the land or something. I don't know what he's on, man.
He said, why don't you slaughter further? Slaughter the lands you like to slaughter.
Dude, yes.
And
why don't you slaughter the lands that you like to the slaughter?
And I said, brothers, you're right.
And they said, would. Do it for us.
Bryan Adams is like cracking up at this point. Would do it for us.
They said, would take them out one at a time. What? And I said, brothers, you're right. Why don't you slaughter the lands that led you to the slaughter?
You slaughter the lands.
Why don't you
love slaughter? Don't you take the land? I can't believe no one ever YouTube pooped this or anything.
Yeah, really?
He said some of the most outlandish doo-doo meat shit I ever heard come out of a man's mouth.
And the two biggest crybabies in the WCW. I always love the WCW, by the way. It was very cool.
Yeah, me too. I think that's cool.
The two biggest crybabies in the WCW, that no good Sting and that no good Bret the Hitman Hart. I got Woods War Bonnet on tonight, and I challenge both of them.
Woods War Bonnet?
Oh, oh my.
What the fuck are you talking
By the
about?
way, up until the very end of this promo, Bischoff is holding the mic for him
the whole time.
He's talking the whole. If I was holding the mic for that, and he starts saying about he went down the hood. I gotta take the fucking mic. We gotta go to the next segment, man.
This is also
ridiculous.
Yes, you're right. Give me that. Give me the visuals. Give me the fucking. This is also like peak, like just out of the fryer hot dog style Hulk Hogan has ever looked. Like this is insane.
He looks like the disciple.
Don't. So Hogan's losing his voice. Hogan says, "If they both want a piece of wood, I'll take them on."
Holy shit!
Starting tonight, I'm taking my business back. The black and white NWO is taking over once again, and I don't care if it's Sting, Bret Hart. They're gonna be the first victims of the Woods regime, brother.
Dude, this ending line here is the most incredible thing I've ever heard in my life.
If you're real tight with the Woodmaster.
Oh my! The Woodmaster!
If you're real tight with the Woodmaster, like the Nitro Girls are, you can just go ahead and call me Woody, because I'm just too sweet. What the fuck are you talking about,
you can
dude?
Just call me Tony, because that's just too sweet.
Dude, by the way, this is like, he said Woody before. He's called himself Woody in other promos. He was very adamant that he is Woody.
I want to, and brother, I'm Woody, I'm Wood, and I'm the Woodmaster.
He's like, there's no way. He said there's no way I'm not getting this line in there. That no good Sting and Bret. And by the way, brothers, if you're real tight with the Woodmaster.
Don't forget. Save back channel. That's what it felt like a tagline. Like,
by the way, brothers. Yeah, that was crazy, man.
I'm gonna go to Halloween Havoc and I'm gonna face the Warrior. And don't you forget that they call me the Woodmaster.
Dude, I was like, what is he even building? What are we talking about? I was like, Sting? He just said you're facing fucking Warrior.
And just in case you missed any of it, Hogan goes up to the camera, no microphone as the segment ends, and looks into the camera with all the boys around him. There's Brian Adams and Scott Hall behind him, and he says, "I'm going to turn the big brother." He points to Scott Hall, and then he points to Brian Adams and said, "And the other big brother."
Big brother Brian Adams.
I'm going to turn him loose tonight, too. And I feel sorry for anyone that gets in the black and white wooden tag.
This has got to be
this one shit.
This has got to be the top 5 Hogan promos of all time.
Dude,
you can fool some of the wrestling fans some of the time, but you can never fool a black and white NWO white.
And I'm the Woodmaster.
That's just too,
dude. Make sure you're wooden tonight.
I'm going down to the hood, dude.
What is that even? If you're real tight with the Woodmaster like the Nitro Girls are, you can go ahead and call me Woody because I'm just too sweet.
By the way,
he has the cock? Is it a cock thing?
No, he's the Woodmaster.
And he's got the cock, and you can call him cock, and I am
If you're real tight with the Woodmaster, you're just not real tight with the Woodmaster, so you wouldn't know about Woody.
I guess not.
Dude, if you go down to the hood, we can hook you up with the Woodmaster.
Go down to the hood.
I don't want to go there. He's going to slaughter the land.
No, they want them to slaughter the lands that you like to slaughter the land. Slaughter.
Go down the,
brother, you're right.
And the hood will tell you, Wood, take them out one at a time.
Do it for us.
Do it for Bryan Adams, dude.
Don't worry, I got the Woods war bonnet on.
Go to the hood and ask for Woody. He'll hook you up.
Well, if you both want a piece of wood,
somebody anybody get up with Woody,
brother. This is the most smacked ass promo ever. This is crazy.
If I'm watching this, I ain't even thinking about Raw. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
No way. Anyway,
there we go. Now we're rocking. We got Luger doing the torture rack on the wall. Yeah, this is good stuff. I like this.
I love the intro. I feel like we talked about this before, but the big Nitro logo that's set up at the end, those explosions are fake, right?
Oh, the one that goes into the actual logo. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if
it's real.
I'm not sure. I don't know. They probably filmed it on some like Turner Backlot Brawls or Backlot.
They just blew shit up. That's awesome. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or something.
Yeah, okay.
Well, the first match that we get here tonight on Nitro
is
that,
dude?
Parka versus Super Calo. They call him that. I always call him Super Calo. Yeah. LA Park A and Super Calo.
Parka comes out in a mariachi outfit with a big hat in his chair. I wrote big letters Super Calo base god.
Me too.
Did you?
I wrote down "Let's go!" exclamation point Super Calo base god. And I said there's some cool ass shit in this one.
There's somebody in the crowd with a very sad looking red face painted Sting sign. Just real depressing.
It's awesome that Parka has the sombrero and then he's got the suit on. He's got to take off the suit so he can get to the wrestling outfit underneath the suit.
He's kitted out here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's also important to break down Super Calo, I guess you want to call him that, whatever his name is.
Might as well. I mean, Mike Tenay, if Mike Tenay says it, I believe the professor.
He's Iron Mike Tenay. Make sure you get that part right.
Sorry.
But there's so Super Calo here in the outfit. He has a mask.
Thank you.
With sunglasses that are sewn into the mask, and also a hat that is sewn into the seams of the top of the mask,
like a biker
so that the hat does not come off.
It's 400
It's like the Triple H hat,
right? It's the Triple H hat.
Triple H hat. Okay.
Oh my God! Yeah, it is.
This is, as far as I'm concerned, this is the best luchador they have in WCW right here.
He was doing awesome here. The match starts. Parka throws his hat at him and then starts dancing.
Which honestly, when you look at it, this is probably two of the craziest dudes they have in this whole show.
They could have made a team out of these two.
These two guys should have gone to the hood, dude, and they could have met up with the Woodmaster.
Don't you compare them to the Woodmaster, dude. They can cruiserweight, brother.
So we get up into this match here. Super Calo is doing some crazy ass shit. Top rope Rana.
They're going.
There was a spot in here that I don't know if I seen too much here. Parka hit a running spinning heel kick when Calo was in the trio. Whoa, that looked really good.
Okay, that was good. That's not the one I wanted to talk about though. The one I wanted to talk about was they run to the corner. Parka ducks down in between the top and middle. Super Calo goes up and over behind him. And Parka tries to catch him with a low blow on the way down. You know what I mean? Like, he's coming down. He tries to low blow him from behind, and he misses. He misses twice. So Parka gets up, turns around, and just runs and kicks Super Calo in the balls. Right in front of the
awesome.
That's epic.
That was fucking awesome. I love that. But yes, the spinning wheel kick in the trio was crazy. This is after they were doing dives. Parka's fucking dancing like crazy. Parka hits an Alabama slam at one point too, which was fucking
dude. He
cool
fucking destroyed him. That was like gnarly. Like that was like a fuck you, man.
He just invented it.
That was crazy.
We don't know how to take this. Yeah. Dude, Parka fucking hits a corkscrew moonsault off the top to a standing Super Calo for the fucking win. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a hot finish there. And then Super Calo said, "Fuck that shit," and beat his ass with a chair.
Beat his ass with a chair and sets it up and dances on it as it goes to commercial.
That was I really thought. Now we go into the Bret Hart Mean Gene Town Hall.
Bret has the U.S. title. The belt is fucking gorgeous.
Gorgeous, man. Wow.
Mean Gene says, "You never got a title shot at Hogan in 8 years, and now they're calling you out." And Bret says, "Fuck that fucking piece of shit." This is a good promo, actually. Says, "I got a bad knee, but this is something I've been waiting for my whole life, and I talked to Sting backstage, and he's gonna let me have the first shot, and Hogan, you're gonna fucking pay, and I have people that are gonna watch my back, and we're gonna settle this shit, and I could be just as great as Ric Flair and Sting, and I just want one chance, and Hogan, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you for all the people in this building and all the buildings around the world."
All of them?
What a crazy last line. Yeah, all of them.
So we mentioned a little bit earlier before, but 1993, it was supposed to be Bret versus Hogan, and Hogan was supposed to drop the title to Bret at SummerSlam.
Yes.
Hogan said, "Not tonight, dude."
No way, dude.
And then Yokozuna beat Hogan at King of the Ring instead, I believe, is what ended up happening. And then, of course, the singles match just never happened. So they have a chance here to do a first-time ever matchup, and they do it here tonight in the main event.
Oh, my.
Because I think Keenan says later on, he says, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be WCW. And you know what?
Hell yeah.
Let them know.
That's awesome.
But Jay talked about becoming a guy. I'll be the Ric Flair. I'll be the fucking Sting. Yeah, I could be a hero. So really good like foreshadowing going into the main event here. Very heavy-handed. And the crowd responded to it. I knew because I knew how heavy-handed this was. Okay. I didn't know going into the show. I didn't know that he turned here.
Yeah.
But I knew once he cut the promo, I was like, this is when he turns. I knew he does. I knew he did. I didn't know it was here though.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I'm gonna not only am I gonna kick your ass, but I'm gonna become a hero. I'm gonna be the hero you all need. I said,
I guess that was pretty heavy. You're right.
Don't do this, Bret.
I guess that's how much I believe in the hero Bret Hart, because that feels like something hero Bret Hart
he
would
would
say.
Definitely say that.
I want to be a hero to these people.
Out of the norm for Bret.
Sure, yeah. Well, anyways, we got the Disciple versus Sick Boy up next. Which, by the way, I just want to...
Fuck you. I'll let that die. I don't give a shit.
I just want to make sure everybody understands here that the Disciple is in the One Warrior Nation, and he comes out to the NWO music.
Comes out with the music and OWN jacket on.
OWN jacket, Tony, still looks like Hogan, still comes out to the NWO music, but he's doing all of Warrior's moves.
It still says Hollywood on his head too, doesn't it?
Does it? No, does it?
I don't remember.
I don't know, Tony. Wow,
I thought it didn't.
Maybe it doesn't.
If it does, that's
he definitely does come out to
funny,
NWO music for sure.
Why does it come out to the NWO music?
I don't know. I think that was Bret doesn't even fucking have music here, so I don't even know.
That's true. But as we know, the Ultimate Warrior's music is well worth stealing.
Oh, you're right. Wow, if he came out that would have been sick. You know what's funny? We'll talk. We'll talk about it later.
Later. I'm sure we're gonna talk about the same thing.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just want to reiterate here. Sick Boy looks like fucking Scotty Riggs, by the way, without the eye patch.
He does. I was trying to tell Deb. I was like, "That's Sick Boy." No, that might be Riggs. That's Sick Boy. She didn't have any clue either of those.
That's right. Oh, you meant Scotty Anton.
I think I first wrote Riggs down, and I was like, "Wait, no, that's not him. That's Sick Boy."
Yeah, it looks just like him.
Yes.
I think Sick Boy eventually has brown hair, but he looks just like Scotty Riggs. So Disciple, I was like, okay, how's this match going to go?
Why is this match going? First of all,
because he's
second of all,
in the One Warrior Nation.
All of them?
And of course, they had big plans for the Disciple, so they got to start getting him over here. So
right, they got to establish his finisher.
So Sick Boy's beating him up, and I'm talking like, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds into the match.
He's just rocking him. Yeah, he's just putting heat on him.
Disciple then does a fucking no-sell spot at the start of the match, and I was like, what is he supposed to like? It looked like he was like, I don't even know how to explain this.
He no-sells a suplex, gets up, flexes. He's trying to be Warrior here. And there's like, dude,
what the fuck is that?
The crowd could not have cared any less. There was no reaction.
It didn't look like the Warrior's Hulk up. No, it just looked like he was having a spasm. He's
just flailing his
Sick
arms
Boy's
around.
like, what the fuck is going on?
And then,
Sick Boy then drops the Disciple on his head, gut wrench style.
Oh my god, gut wrench suplex. And then he just no-sells again and fires up, and nobody gives a fuck.
Larry Zbyszko said the Disciple might be under the influence. He wasn't even selling. He couldn't even sell this.
Just buried him, yeah.
So the Disciple then, of course, does his finisher, the Diamond Cutter.
It is the
Stunner Cutter.
It is called the Apocalypse. DDP is the main event of Halloween Havoc.
Dude. Not only that, I mean, whatever, but Disco Inferno also just does this move
Chartbuster,
No, the Chartbuster's different. He lands on his back. No, this is a cutter.
It was like on his tailbone.
It's
like it was
in between
close.
the back and the. It's like an in between stunner.
No
That's why it's
way.
okay.
Yeah.
That's why it's okay because it's
No
in between.
way! That was a back bump.
No, it
No,
was.
He's just a shitty
between.
wrestler. That was just a back bump.
Well, that's why I think he was shitty. It was a shitty stunner, is what I thought it was.
No way.
I think so. Well, the setup for it is even crazier, by the way. He no-sells him again, fires up, big boot Sick Boy, which is a fucking Hogan thing still, and he's like, oh, fuck, I gotta do Warrior things. So he charges at Sick Boy and tries to press slam him, running press slam. Right. Sick Boy goes behind him, and then Disciple hits the Apocalypse.
That's his finisher.
Okay, so I'm watching the
move.
back. It might be a jumping cutter, but I can't tell what this is. It's so fucked up.
Can you show me?
It's a fucked up move.
He
does it like a.
I can't believe. Wait, this is from this match.
This might be the only time he ever does it.
This was uploaded in 2020. The Disciple hits the Apocalypse on Sick Boy.
All right, here we go. Ducks the line. Look at this running press slam.
Sick Boy sells it like a stunner though too.
I think it's supposed to be a jumping stunner.
He took like a shitty knee bump. It was like it's like when Kane would take it.
I don't know, man.
This is the only dude. You know what's
This
crazy?
might be the only time
this
he
is
ever
probably
did
the
it, yeah.
only recorded the Apocalypse ever.
He never wins again.
You know what, man? It might be a stunner.
I get what you're saying though, because
But
I feel like
he definitely goes to his back, and he definitely goes.
Yeah.
Like if he's taking the
I think
stunner,
he
he wouldn't go
sucks.
that. Don't you say that about Brother Brudite, dude.
I'm trying to.
That
look
is
at
my
Disciples.
brother.
He defeats Lenny Lane a week after this.
I'm trying to see.
So
he does the Apocalypse again. Jumping. No, it's a cutter. Like that is a cutter. No,
you got the clip?
Yeah. I'm looking at the Lenny Lane thing.
All right, here it is. Okay, and dude, it's both. It's so fucked up. Because it looks like it's at two. Like, look, if you hover over, it shows the most replayed part. That's where it is.
Okay.
It's like he lands on his tailbone. Like,
you know what? The setup for it is the Irish Whip back body drop. Like that's the whole Apocalypse. I'm not even kidding.
Tony, you're right. Maybe that's the only way he knew how to get into it.
That's the whole move. It's a back body drop reversal thing, stunner, diamond
Irish
cutter.
whip.
That's the whole move.
Back body drop,
not,
turn around.
Yeah, it's just not this because he does the same thing in the other match too.
It's got to be a. It's a stunner and a cutter together. It's like a chart buster. It's like the chart buster and the diamond cutter.
It is.
Meet in the middle.
It's like a backyarder trying to do a stunner.
I tell you to sell it like a stunner, but I give it like a cutter.
Yeah, I drag your face to the mat while you land on your knees. Oh my god. What is this move? It's the fucking Stone Cold Cutter. What the fuck? The Diamond Buster.
That's a setup.
Diamond Buster.
Diamond Stunner. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Crazy.
Dude, the Disciple.
Ain't nobody doing it like Disciple. Holy shit.
Disciple does all of Warrior's shit. He beats his chest. He fucking hits the ropes. He fucking bounces the ropes around, and then he leaves. And then he goes wah into the camera.
I think he said,
Disciple style.
It says, "We are one. It's the one Warrior Nation." I think that's the translation I got. So
there's
we are one. They're one collective group. You know, like the Nexus. We are one. That was them.
Yeah, that turned out great.
What? Like the Nexus?
Maybe the core. Sorry, it was maybe the core. You know,
I think the Nexus was very similar to the One Warrior Nation.
That has never been said ever. Like,
you know, the One Warrior Nation kind of like the Nexus, same thing. You know,
dude. Fuck yeah, Tony.
John Cena said, "I'm gonna beat these dudes the same way too."
Hogan, yeah.
That's crazy.
Hulk Hogan said that too.
Exactly.
Like Hogan, yeah.
Wow, that is.
And I moved the hand from my ear and put it in front of my face, brother.
Just call him Woody.
The Disciple. Hey, I'm going to call him Woody, all right?
Yeah.
The Disciple is the craziest wrestler that's ever existed, man. This guy is fucking skating, man.
James, some may say he's the shittiest wrestler.
Well, some would be wrong, dude.
Take it from the Woodmaster.
You can fall. That's what he told. That's what he told the fucking disciple. He said, "You can wrestle shitty some of the time. I will wrestle shitty anytime, dude."
Wood style for life, brother.
Get woodied.
Holy
Disciple, where's your wood?
That's the apocalypse. All right.
Great, yeah. Before we move on to the next thing, by the way, because I was looking to see the disciple things on Cage Match. Would you like to know all of his aliases?
Oh my God. I guess we got
Can I
time.
try naming them?
Fuck it, rock it.
Got Brutus.
All right, let me. I'll
Zodiac.
I'll rock it, 'cause
Yeah.
there's Zodiac. Oh, yes, Zodiac Disciple, of course.
Of course, yes.
Booty Man.
Booty Man.
Booty Man. Brutus Beefcake.
Yeah, Brutus Beefcake.
Okay. Well, Brother Brudeye.
No way.
Brother
There's
Brudeye.
no way.
Brother Brudeye. Yeah.
Don't, Tony. Don't you talk about Brudeye like that.
He
dude.
also wrestled as Brute Force, Butcher, Dizzy Golden, Dizzy Hogan, Eddie Hogan, Ed Boulder, Eddie Boulder, and Man with No Name.
This is the biggest cock eater of all time, bro. This is crazy, man.
Eddie Hogan.
That's unbelievable, man.
I need you to know about Eddie and Dizzy Hogan as well as
That's
Eddie Boulder.
Unbelievable. What a gimmick. What a career,
Yeah.
actually, is better to put it.
Good for it. Just he rode.
One day we're going to crack the code on what the apocalypse is supposed to be. Today's
We
not
should
that
ask him,
day.
What the fuck were you doing?
Does he have a cameo by any chance?
The disciple, brother.
No, not the disciple.
Oh my God, he does. Somebody
How much?
please ask and tell him he has to
What
be
is it?
the disciple.
$100. Jesus
Tell
Christ.
him he has to be the disciple in the video, not the fucking beefcake with the scissors. We wanted the disciple. And we need to know explain what the apocalypse is does.
It is so worth it, dude. Please, somebody get that done.
Holy shit. And tell
You
him to
need
say,
yeah, don't be beefcake.
tell him to say the boys are back. Dude.
And shout out Brother Brudeye.
Yeah, that's real shit right there. What?
Wow.
Explain that move. Tell us what the apocalypse is. We need to
Yeah,
know.
what would you compare it to the most?
Because we know what we see, but what does he see?
His cage match rating is a 3.4.
As it should be.
Holy schmoly. All right, so
Should be. How do he has 17 match ratings in this year?
everybody's been watching about this Disciple's career.
What the fuck is happening here?
So video
Wow,
package. This might be the greatest angle of all time. They
This
got
is-
at least 7 of the greatest angles of all time on the show.
This is insane. By the way, all the commentators are wearing a suit except for Larry Zbyszko, who is there to just get his
course.
pop.
He needs the pop. He's begging for
Yes, of course.
it. WCW Road Wild a couple pay-per-views ago. Buff Bagwell brought out Big Papa Pump on a stretcher
They're both
with
injured.
a neck brace. Yes, but Scott Steiner is going to die here. Buff Bagwell has a neck brace on, but Big Papa Pump has a neck brace. He's on oxygen. He's
on
on
IV bag?
He's on an IV and oxygen that's connected to nothing with a neck brace.
On a stretcher, yes.
Taped up his arm and his leg. This is a knee injury. His arm and his leg are all fucked up. Then Buff asks Scott, "Are you ready to go?" And Scott he does his
Kenny
best
from
Kenny
South
from
Park.
from South Park impression. Buff says, "Okay." Well, JJ Dillon says that Scott Steiner better be ready for Fall Brawl, or he will be fucking banned from wrestling for the rest of his life.
He said for
Banned from
life.
wrestling forever.
Scott Steiner then fucking Undertaker rises up and then gets up. Who rushed the
Perry
ramp?
Saturn.
Perry Saturn, dressed up like the goddamn Harris twins, rushes the ramp. This is crazy.
He
Anyways,
rushes the ramp and Steiner pushes the stretcher down the ramp at him.
and runs away while he's on
runs away.
oxygen with the
An
neck
IV.
brace, IV'd up. So Fall Brawl's now here. And we have Scotty versus Rick. So the Steiners have broken up. He's Big Papa Pump now, and he's in the middle of a feud with his brother. Yes. So Rick attacks Buff Bagwell on the apron. I don't know what
he throws him into the ring post.
I guess. Yes. It looked like it. Yeah, he kind of just threw him over there. Well, Buff hurt his neck big style, so he is now being stretchered out. But they stop the match. Buff is getting stretchered out. He goes back to the ambulance in the back. Rick's with him. Scott's with him. Everything's stopped here. This is the pay-per-view, by the way. Buff says, "Someone please call my mom," which is awesome. We're going to call your mom.
Yeah, we're going to get your mom out here.
So Rick then is back there with Scott and Buff as they're getting into the ambulance. He wants to make sure, that Buff, he has issues with his brother, but, Buff Bagwell's just whatever.
He didn't want to take somebody's career away. He just wanted to settle a score.
So Scott and Buff get into the ambulance. Scott's in full wrestling gear because he was wrestling, by the way. So he just steps in his ambulance. And then as Rick is starting to walk away from the ambulance, it cuts back. They close the doors. Yeah, oh yeah. They're about to leave. Well,
they're gone.
The door opens back up. Scott gets out of the ambulance. Buff runs out behind him with the neck brace on, and they attack Rick Steiner.
They whoop Rick Steiner's ass and stomp him out in the back. That is fucking unbelievable, man. These two are such shitters. I love it.
Buff Bagwell is kicking Rick Steiner's ass with neck brace and overalls on. This is the greatest feud of all time. They learned during this video package, which, by the way, Rick and Scott are going to face in a no DQ match.
Or will they? Or
they are supposed to.
It can happen? Yes. I don't know. Because it's been going on for like 4 months.
Who knows?
Right? They started and they never had a match.
Right. There, we actually do review the episode that kind of takes Rick away from this for a second, but we'll talk about that in a minute. They learn about during the video package that Jericho has challenged Goldberg for the title here tonight.
Oh my!
Jericho has been 98's got to be one of his best years ever.
Yeah.
He is incredible. He's rocking every scene. Cruiserweight, TV title. He's got the TV title right now. He's going for the world title against Goldberg.
He looks great.
Great. His promos are amazing. He's far and beyond probably one of the more entertaining people on the show, and he has nothing to do with any of the main event angles. Nitro Girls are here.
They're awesome.
They got the Deadlock orange tops on. Yeah, they're rocking.
Shouts out.
So now we move on to Scott Steiner versus Nick Dinsmore and Lenny Lane.
So at first, it takes a while before they say these guys' names. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, fuck, man, can you guys say their names so I can write this shit down? I like to, do the show properly. And Buff Bagwell, first of all,
this is the greatest of all time. He deserved a 20-year WWF run. I swear he did.
Is there any way for the $1 tier watchers of the video, you can just give us a little example of what this
I don't have
like,
enough
James?
space to rock the
if you could just kind of just give an idea.
Yeah, I have enough space. But the Buff dance is crazy as hell. The Buff
sweeps his arms back and forth. Very crazy.
Yeah.
You got to do the step. The step is a really huge part of it.
And looking down and sweeping your arms back and forth, it's
and then you got to do the leg thing with the arms out. So you have to like
knee
throw
down,
the arms,
and
then get down and you have to pose. Yeah, there's a lot to it here.
He's in a black shirt with white NWO overalls on, with his hat, with his face on the top of the hat that he puts next to his face and says, "Damn, I'm good looking."
he turns his head down. His face is on the hat. He takes the hat away and it's his face. Damn, I'm good looking.
There's a little Papa Pump sign with an arrow pointing down to a fan that has Steiner's facial hair in the crowd, which is fucking tremendous. And then Scott is in there. He gets in the ring and he grabs the mic and Tony Schiavone says, "Oh, here we go." Yeah, I think everybody in that arena did. And I couldn't even believe what I'm seeing first off, because the first thing he says is, I said, oh my God. I was so happy. By the way, I remember, you know what? It was watching this match. I remember seeing it on YouTube. There's a guy that uploads like Scott Steiner stuff in like a weird way. The way that he uploads it is like he uploads it and then calls it like Scott Steiner versus two stupid jobbers. Oh, you're or something. Right. I remember all those videos. Yeah. Yeah, all the videos are like Scott Steiner versus two big fucking losers. And then like the description is like Scott Steiner destroys and does very sexy suplexes to two losers on Nitro. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Crazy. I remember watching Scott Steiner's channel. It might be.
But I remember specifically seeing this.
You know, I beat up these two losers, and my cock is looking fucking fat tonight.
Dude, I knew it because they said Nick Dinsmore. I said, holy shit, I've seen this. And I was like, I've never seen it in this high quality because the one on YouTube is not, you know, it's like a...
I found the name of it.
Probably, yeah.
Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner abuses two poor men.
What does the description say?
Again and again, Big Papa Pump.
That's what the description says? What the fuck?
That's a beast right there. Read the comments. Look at his sexy muscles as he lifts up these two guys. Yeah, the comments are crazy. But anyway, Scott Steiner grabs the mic and goes, you know, I said, holy fucking shit, I can't believe we get one of these. And for whatever reason tonight, Scott Steiner he's very dialed in. I said, I can't believe what's happening
but
right
it's still good.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when I step in the ring, it's easy to see that all men are not created equal. I said, oh my, that's awesome. That's the good stuff right there. He said, if there's a professional athlete that looks as great as I do, I'd like to see him because he don't exist.
That looks great. As great as I do.
As I do, I like to see him.
That was it.
Because he don't exist.
Yeah.
And Buff said, yeah. And now he is going to whoop these two losers' ass.
So that's when they announced it as Lenny Lane and Nick Dinsmore. And I was like, Nick Dinsmore? I said, oh, Eugene, what the fuck?
What the hell's he doing in WCW in 98?
Eugene.
Getting his ass whooped. Big stuff.
Dude, holy
NWO style for life, brother.
Dude, Steiner stretches Lenny Lane upside down in the buckle. And fucking... and Steiner yells out, this is beautiful, man. It's beautiful. What are you fucking talking about?
Buff. Wow. I don't like... Scott and Buff together, what
a great team.
Yeah, splitting up the Steiners is crazy, like on paper, but Steiner and Buff was like, they were rocking. Awesome. They had a cool dynamic. Yeah, they were rocking.
They did. Yeah,
Steiner, he gets him in the trio O in the corner, and he sits there, and he's choking him out. Buff then walks over and puts the hat on Lenny Lane's head as he's hanging in the trio O and says, oh, he's pretty good looking. No, he's not. And he starts attacking him.
He takes the hat away and says, no, he's not. And starts punching him in the head.
Crazy match here. Steiner gorilla presses Lenny Lane. Does the suck it taunt to a fan in the front row. Steiner fucking suplexes Dinsmore on top of him. Stacks and fucks him big style. Double Steiner recliner. Who's the man?
And wins. Yeah. Holy fuck, dude.
That's awesome.
The Tiger Driver onto Dinsmore onto Lenny Lane was crazy. Yeah.
Cool
Double
match,
recliner man. Is gnarly, yeah. But then Scott starts selling his back. His back. Oh, my back. Oh, my back.
Mike Tenay says, you will not get any sympathy from us.
Tony Schiavone says, oh, of course he's hurt. Yeah, of course he is.
Fuck you, man.
And some dude comes out, and I say, who the fuck is this? And they say, Danny's out here checking on Steiner. I said, who the fuck is Danny?
Little Danny.
It's one of the trainers, of course.
Of course. Danny Dillinger. There he is. JR and Jerry, and a dude comes up behind him with head.
And he gets his ass whooped.
Security says, get your ass off the screen.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
I don't know if I've ever seen anyone pulled off screen like that. I don't even feel like he did anything. Like he just showed up with head.
He just got ran. I don't know. Maybe there was something that happened where they were like ixnay on the fucking fans being close to the announcers like that. Because a lot of the front row was sitting down and all. But this dude runs up and he gets fucking gripped and dragged away and probably beaten. It was a kid too, I think.
Probably stomped his ass out in the corner. The security guards came and jumped him too.
They show the cops waiting for Austin, and this is also where JR says, oh, Jerry, you said you were going to talk about your confrontation with Jim Carrey. And then they fucking
we'll be right back.
They go to commercial. Then they come back with the New Age Outlaws doing his entrance. Road Dogg, by the way, looks like entirely like a fucking smacked ass here. This is insane.
That's a very good way to put it. Yeah, I mean, he definitely is Road Dogging. You know what I'm saying?
Fucked up hair, fucked up shirt. Billy Gunn is rubbing the strap of the tag belt on his cock and balls.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Road Dogg gets in the ring and he says, I may require a little assistance. I said, what the fuck is going on here?
He just lost his voice.
I thought that's what happened, right?
Road Dogg came down here for this tag match. Oh, you didn't know? You asked me to call somebody. I was like, oh, okay, we're rocking. And he looks at the crowd and he goes, Roger that. Now hold on a damn minute. I was waiting for him to say, you damn right.
Yeah, what the fuck? Roger
that. All right.
His hair was a little too tight. He does the intro.
His hair is crazy. I don't even know what's going on here.
He looks like a fucking Chia Pet, man. What the fuck is going on here?
I don't even know where you go in 98. Just like, give me this.
Fuck my chub.
Crowd, though, super into the New Age Outlaws.
Oh my God.
Here at the beginning. Super into it.
There's a long sign with a stick figure doing the suck it taunt, and it's awesome.
They love to suck it in the WWF.
They do.
They can't get enough.
There's also a Sable show me your tatas sign, which Sable's not on the show.
Where the hell was Sable?
Not on the show. I don't know if she's... I don't know what she's doing. But fuck that, man. New Age Outlaws, go fuck yourself. I need to know about this fucking Jim Carrey thing, man. So they go to commercial, come back. Lawler and JR are just talking about Jim Carrey. Why'd they fucking have the New Age Outlaws out here for? What the fuck is going on?
They bring out the New Age Outlaws to do their bit and then talk about Jim Carrey.
What? They couldn't have waited a minute? Just fill the fucking spots with other shit.
Jerry Lawler starts talking about Jim Carrey, and all I can pay attention to is now there is a guy in the back with an ICP sign yelling, ICP!
There's a bunch of ICP. Oh, it is Detroit, by the way. Detroit is where ICP is from, so it's a lot of juggalos in the house. There's a guy in the front row, I'm pretty sure, all fucking face painted up as well.
Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah, they look great. It was really cool. There's some, like, signs in the crowd, and like I think someone put the ICP paint on one of the heads that they had in the crowd.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, they had a bunch of cool stuff.
Shout out to the clown.
What was the Jim Carrey thing?
Well, the Jim Carrey thing, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't listen to Jerry.
He doesn't say.
He doesn't talk
is
about
what
it
it is
because
here.
he says he.
Go on.
Doesn't he say he's gonna like? He said Jim Carrey has to come in person.
Yeah, he says until Jim Carrey shows up here in person, I'm not going to say a thing. But what you've heard is not true. What?
Okay.
What did I hear?
Well, Jim Carrey said, I won't show up.
If I savagely attacked Jim Carrey, he'd still be in the hospital today. So I guess the rumor was he attacked Jim Carrey on the set. Did you watch that documentary Netflix did?
On what?
It was about that movie. I think it was called, was it Andy and Me?
The Mask?
No.
Man on the Moon.
No, it's about the movie. It's a documentary about the movie.
It's a documentary about Man on the Moon. And
Jim and Andy is what it's called. Jim and Andy is what it's called. It's on Netflix. There was a documentary on Netflix. Jim and Andy, you should watch it. It's good. It's about that. And it's about Jim Carrey, like, getting super into character. And he thought Andy Kaufman's, like, in real life just was a dickhead to Jerry Lawler. So he was just busting Jerry Lawler's balls the entire movie. But Jerry Lawler's like, Andy Kaufman and me were fucking boys. Like, why are you doing this shit? So that was,
I've never seen that. No,
yeah, it's good. You should check it out.
I think the incident was like, they got Jerry Lawler, like, did he pile drive Jim Carrey or something? I don't know if he ever did, but he did some, like, fake stuff for the movie to promote it, and then they
shoe broke his neck. That'd be crazy.
That'd be awesome.
Jim Carrey's not wasting his time coming to fucking Monday Night Raw.
There's no way.
Yeah, no way. He's like one of the most, like, biggest actors in the world in 98.
Yeah, oh my god, dude, what is he? I mean, he's probably every month is probably a hit movie. Like, what the fuck?
You're right,
dude. In 1994, he made The Mask.
Holy fuck, smoke.
So Southern Justice is out here,
dude. In 94, he made The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Ace Ventura.
Yeah, all those came out the same year. Isn't that crazy?
Fucking god, what a legendary run.
His run is almost as good as Adam Sandler's.
That is fucking true. God
it's
damn.
hard. It's really difficult to compete with Adam Sandler.
Shouts out.
Liar came out in 97.
Liar is awesome as well. And then Truman Show came out in 98. And
Batman Forever in 95.
Me, Myself, and Irene in 2000, which I think is underrated. I don't know if anybody even likes that movie. But
no, that movie's awesome. I love that movie.
Cable
Grinch
Guy was
also
96.
Same year.
Wow, yeah. What was the same year?
Yeah, he ain't coming to fucking Raw. Grinch.
No fucking way, man.
Y'all are done, bro.
Get
no way.
the fuck out of here.
So Southern Justice is here with Jared. Of course, Southern Justice is Hog and Pig.
It definitely took me because I knew I remembered Midian, Dennis Knight. I was like, who is this? Who's this other fucking dude? But of course, it's the man. Was he Pig or Hog? This not Midian.
You talking about Canterbury?
Mark Canterbury.
Canterbury.
What a fun. Like, listen, man, you want to work as your shoot name? That's fine, but Mark Canterbury is a fucking
Canterbury. What's wrong with that, man? He's rocking over here. And Dennis Knight, he still hasn't been fucked and sucked by the APA yet, so he's still rocking.
He hasn't been thrown into the Black Rain room yet.
The hell?
He's fine.
Help! Sorry, we gotta get Jim Carrey on the show. We can't get you out of that room. Sorry.
What the fuck would Jim Carrey come out and get pile driven by Jerry Lawler? What's he gonna do here?
Jim Carrey probably would have done GTV Jim TV.
Yeah, probably been sweet too.
Yeah.
Well, if you can imagine, by the way, New Age Outlaws versus Southern Justice, if you could imagine it in your head, it went exactly how you imagined it.
You are right.
Jeff Jarrett's here, man. Come on now. That's his boys, Southern Justice, because there is
Jarrett, by the way, is working.
Yes. Jeff Jarrett tried his best here. Good for him.
He's definitely, that's a good way to put it, tried his best.
Dude, but I don't know, I think Mark Canterbury and Billy Gunn start this match with a crazy running spot that ends up with Mark Canterbury hitting a wheelbarrow faceplant on Billy Gunn. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
For a second, it looked like they were going.
Yeah.
And then maybe not so much.
Well, Billy Gunn then hit the slowest running knee of all time to Mark Canterbury. And then and then Billy Gunn hits the rocker dropper. I guess it's not the Famouser yet? How's it not the Famouser yet? Or does JR just fuck you, man? I'm not fucking going.
That is a rocker dropper.
Yeah.
That is the rocker dropper, and you are the fucking rockabilly. Fuck you. You should be in Southern Justice with these fucking bitches. Mark Canterbury works better than you.
Jeff Jarrett tries to interfere here.
This is holy fucking shit, man. Fucking what the fuck is this? Please explain.
Well, he tries to interfere here. He tries to grab the leg. He's trying to get in here, you know what I mean? He wants to use the guitar.
To break up a pin after the rocker dropper.
Of course, using the guitar is a great way to do it, but that's not what happens. So he ends up trying to use the guitar. Road Dogg ends up getting it from him.
Right. The pin does not get broken up. I don't understand what happened here.
I think he just kicked out.
Okay. Well,
I think he just
great. Fuck your fucking move, Billy. I move fucking shots. I told you.
Well, it wasn't a Famouser yet. It was a rocker dropper. I move fucking shots. So Billy Gunn's got him. He's got him into pile driver, I guess, is what he was going for.
That's
right?
what I thought, yes.
I was thinking in my head, I was like, okay, well, it's probably the pile driver.
Maybe jackknife powerbomb. I don't know.
From that position?
You could do anything from that position.
That's your jackknife powerbomb. I'm going to shut
Fuck over.
Road Dogg grabs the guitar and then hits him in the back. I think it was Canterbury.
He does hit Mark
Canterbury. Yeah.
He does hit Mark Canterbury in the back.
With the guitar. Billy Gunn's obviously not happy. They get DQ'd.
Why the fuck did he do that? What's wrong with you?
I actually don't. Yeah, I don't know. Road Dogg DQs him. I think he was just so flustered with Jarrett and all this shit. He said, I'm just so over this shit.
He fucking hates Mark Canterbury.
This is my favorite feud ender right here is the guitar to the back DQ.
If I could go back, I would ask myself at 12 years old, who is Mark Canterbury?
If anyone ever asks you about feud enders, it's Mark Canterbury guitar shot to the back.
DQ.
That was a career ender. I don't know if Mark Canterbury shows up again.
Speaking of questions, what are the guitar players from Marilyn Manson doing in the crowd?
What? Are they there?
That's what they said on commentary. I don't know.
Marilyn and Manson?
Both of them.
Both of them, and Mark Canterbury.
Mark Canterbury is here.
So he smashes him with a guitar. Billy Gunn is obviously pissed. He argues with Road Dogg. And then X-Pac comes out here, red gear, with an injured eye. And, of course, Billy Gunn pokes him in it.
I think all of DX is beyond fucked up. It's actually crazy because Triple H comes out like a wheelchair.
We gotta go back to the Xbox though.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
He goes, you don't need that guitar anymore.
One eye.
I don't need an eye anymore.
One eye with his hair over his eye, I think, and then Billy Gunn shoves him, but he shoves him in his eyeball.
He shoves him by his fucking face.
X-Pac doing his best Scotty Riggs impression here. He's looking quite good.
Why? When did X-Pac start wearing red? Because in my mind, he started doing that when he was with Kane, but this is not Kane X-Pac time.
No, he wore red before in DX.
European champion X-Pac wore red.
Yeah, you're right.
Europeans with the red, of course.
This was for whatever reason, one of my favorite wrestlers ever back then.
I mean,
X-Pac was
cool
my dude.
Yeah.
I always used to love this spin kick.
Did you like Mark Canterbury?
Light you up. Canterbury. He's part of one of my favorite tag teams.
Did Mark Canterbury make it into a single WWE game?
Yeah, he was as Hogan.
He was in all of mine because I created him. Mark Canterbury.
He was Hog and Pig, bro.
I don't think Hog and Pig were in a game.
Yes,
he was Hog and Pig.
They had the slot bucket and Raw, or was it Raw Rumble for the SNES?
I don't know if you're telling. Are you?
Oh, the Sega Dreamcast.
Are they?
No, SNES. They had the slot bucket in there, bro.
I believe you, but I don't know if I don't
Maybe
remember.
It was Royal Rumble. Maybe not that.
Maybe did you create them in your game and just think of this? That happened?
No, that was James. James is one that did Mark Canterbury.
Oh, okay, sorry about that.
I always called him M. Canterbury.
Mr.
M. Canterbury.
Yeah.
Mr. Canterbury. See,
well, guess what?
Dennis Knight was only in SmackDown in WrestleMania 2000, according to Cage Match.
Dennis Knight, first off, insane that Dennis Knight is still rocking past this point.
Dude,
D. Knight and M. Canterbury are rocking?
D. Knight?
Mark Canterbury's not rocking ever.
Jay Carey's coming.
Mark Canterbury wrestled last year. What the fuck? As Hog.
Oh, that's awesome.
He was on the Hall of Fame
show. He was on IWC shows last year as Hog.
If I'm bringing Mark Canterbury back, I'm bringing him back as Hog. I mean, that's probably the move.
He also wrestled as the Master Blaster.
That's awesome.
That's a good name. Good for him. And Blaster.
George South trained him.
Blaster.
George South? North Carolina legend.
G South trained him.
Based
in George South build.
George South build?
Taking it back to 98.
All of the stars are here.
So X-Pac has an injured eye, which I thought was gimmicked until I saw his fucking eye.
Is it actually fucked up?
It is fucked up.
I didn't even
bad.
see it. Okay.
It is either he has pink eye or it is just he got hit in the eye. Big
Someone
style.
shitting and farting
No,
in his
they
eye?
talk about it. They talk about what happened to his eye. Where he takes a guitar shot to the head and it gets stiff and he gets sawdust in his eye. Is what happened. Like,
shit.
Fiberglass or something, whatever they said. I can't remember.
No, sawdust is right.
No fiberglass.
No, it was the light tube juice or whatever got in his eye. The new textile.
No, they take all that out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they take the juice out.
They take the juice out.
So yeah,
of
so he gets fucking pie face. JR's talking about X-Pac.
When do we get to talk about Triple H in a wheelchair?
It's coming.
Okay.
So JR's talking about X-Pac facing Val Venus later and says, it's always hard when you face Val Venus. That was definitely a Fed line to JR.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Speaking of Venus, there was a "Suck Me Venus" sign in the crowd, which is
that's fantastic. Well. So here comes Triple H because Billy Gunn is pissed. He leaves the ring. He pie faces X-Pac, fucks him in the eye. Triple H, to stop Billy Gunn, wheels his wheelchair in his path. And
what is he in the wheelchair for?
He's injured.
Oh my!
Because of breakdown.
Yeah, he got injured or something. I don't know what happened. Chyna's here. They're both in glasses, and they confront Billy Gunn, and Billy tells them to both fuck off, and he walks away.
That's a big part of this, the glasses. The Chyna glasses are crazy as hell, man.
Are they the same?
No, they're like hers are like triangles.
Hers are like Terminator.
He's got Triple H has a little tiny glasses.
Yeah, you're right.
He's got the oval joints. Yeah.
That's what. Come back and tell your 12-year-old self that Triple H is coming.
Triple H coming out of the wheelchair and the. Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, here's the Ultimate Warrior Town Hall.
Take the dog to hell,
dude. In my head, I guess, because it's been what, like 10 months? It's probably been 9-10 months since we've done that episode.
We did it last October.
So in my head, take the dog to hell has just become a thing that we say, just because I haven't thought about it at all. So when I remembered that it was goddamn part of the Ultimate Warriors theme song, I almost died laughing. It said, what was it saying? The target is scoped and locked for destruction.
Take the dog to hell.
And I said, there's no way. There's no way. Take the dog to hell. Oh my God. Unbelievable.
Now, over the arena.
Scoped and locked for destruction. Take the dog to hell.
What a fucking, I said we picked the best Nitro ever to do here.
I couldn't
We
believe
get it all. We get Steiner and fucking Buff.
Brother Brudai.
Brother Brudai has a match. Take the dog to hell. Yeah, we had Super Calo.
Super Calo.
Hogan went to the hood. We're going crazy. This is
only like the first hour.
We're in the first hour of the show. Yeah, they're rocking.
So Warrior comes out. His jacket looks fucking ridiculous. It has so much shit on it. It has the OWN fucking logo on it. Tony Schiavone proclaims that WCW has taken over New York.
That's
I don't know how the fuck.
That's for True City.
That's their town now.
That's for True City.
Yeah, I guess so. So Warrior says, Hogan, I know who you are, and I know who I am, and these Warriors know what they want to see. At War Games, I brought you nothing but disappointment. I said, what are you talking about?
I think the show is called Fall Brawl.
I tell you, Warriors, I sense that disappointment, and I say to you that I have a message from you, Hogan, and that message goes like this. Since my return, you have brought nothing before me except a pittance of the man I once knew.
He says, Hogan, you fucking suck. You suck.
Some dude just runs in.
That was the guy trying to take the dog to hell.
Some dude runs in, security grabs him, and Warrior says, that Hogan is a disappointment. I said, what?
He fucking shoots at the fan.
Fuck this. You fucking fans suck. He says, you see a small piece of what you used to be. I refuse to make myself. Don't
you talk about Bruno like
I'm
that.
the Wood Master.
They call
the
me
real Wood
Woody,
Master.
brother.
I'm the Warrior Master.
This is like having the two craziest dudes ever. Like, there's no way that they saw Warrior and then like they did like the if you did the segment and you go like 20 fucking minutes over on a promo, I'd be like, all right, man, you
are not talking anymore, dude.
No more.
No.
It's like, go do another
promo. You can talk backstage and we'll fucking figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, we'll piece it together.
He said the fan was a lost Warrior brother because Hulk Hogan hasn't faced the ultimate challenge. What are you talking about?
To make myself less than what I am until you, Hogan, find who you need to be. At Halloween Havoc, I will become full bone.
Somebody get this little jabroni out of the ring, dude. Somebody get this little jabroni out of the ring.
They're comparing cocks here. I'll come full bone. Don't you talk about bone around me, brother.
Like so into that line. That was like his big line. I will become full blown. Somebody get this guy out of the ring.
I want to feel the power of the Warrior. Get out of here.
Dude, they hit his fucking music.
Take the dog down.
They hit his fucking music and he said, and I will. Somebody cut the commercial. Get this shit on the screen. They're like, the camera is like 20 feet back now. Hard cam Jim.
He's still talking.
And then Halloween Havoc. Cut the
all these Warriors.
Cut the fucking segment, man. Holy shit.
I'm the Woody. Ultimate Woody. And I will take the rocket ship to the hood.
Gather all the dogs, Warriors.
Warriors, I made a big mistake recruiting the disciple. He fucking sucks.
Somebody get this jabroni out of this damn group.
This fan is a disappointment, much like the disciple. Who trained this fucking idiot?
Somebody explain his finisher.
You know Hogan trained the disciple too, by the way?
He said, brother, this is it right here,
dude. A diamond cutter or a stunner.
Why didn't you just do the splash? You fucking idiot. Speak to me, Warrior.
Speak to me, disciple. I'm not getting that injection.
Disciple, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
You will not inject a Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior is the Jeeper Creeper, and Disciple is the baby.
I will kill you. Me, the
all these little warriors out here. No, I'm the real warrior. Oh, fuck.
I will expose my penis. Warriors.
Look at the real one. Disciple, whip out my wood. In the middle of the ring.
This is Jim Camera, 20 feet out of his country commercial. Look at my penis, warriors.
And you know, this will load the rocket fuel. Oh my god.
Oh my! The only thing I'm injecting, warriors, is destrucity.
I'm natty.
I'm not going to Walgreens, warriors.
Oh my fucking god. The Disciple fucking sucks.
Oh my god, yo, they were crazy as hell for this, man. Package from the beginning of the show plays again, breakdown style.
Yeah, talking about Stone Cold. Stone Cold won't do business, so I had to do it for him. What does that mean, Vince?
That is an insane line, by the way. Because I feel like they didn't do any of that on the rest of the show. He's going into business for himself.
I had this written down as the JFK Stone Cold refused to do business promo. JFK was at the beginning of this.
Dude, you know what's crazy is like around the same time in WCW, like this month, is where they started using more and more insider terms. I think this is the same week that Bischoff also said you want to go to your 10-year-old son's wrestling tournament to skip work.
Yeah, that's why do you think that was? Why was that both at the same time? Do you think it was just like because obviously DX had already DX'd Big Style at this point.
Sure.
So maybe I don't know if it was WCW was trying to like, all right, we got to do this now, and WWF was like, all right, well, we have to do more of that now too.
Yeah, probably, pretty much trying to one up.
Yeah, I'm sure they definitely like played off each other as much as they could.
Yeah.
Well, Michael Cole's at the DX locker room, and they are stuck, and someone's got to help them open that door.
Michael Cole is outside the DX locker room to get some answers, but he's not going to get them right now. See you later.
Okay.
What the fuck? You can hear people arguing with there. He's in a white WWF button down and jeans, and he says, "Well, if I got any info, I'll bring it to you." Get the fuck off my screen, Michael Cole. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
There's a ruckus of some sorts going on in the locker room.
Right. Billy Gunn is repeatedly poking X-Pac in the eye, and he just can't stop. Triple H is running into the lockers in his wheelchair.
He's running into the door. That's what it was. And the door's shaking.
He's trying to. I can't turn left in his wheelchair.
X-Pac can't see, and Triple H can't fucking walk.
Triple H is like, "Hey, X-Pac, can you push me around?" And he can't see him. He's pushing him in.
So we have Dan Severn versus Owen Hart.
Submission match.
Oh, Dan Severn comes out with the NWA belt and the UFC belt.
Dude, the UFC Ultimate title, which I was losing my mind over. It's awesome. That was like that was a tournament from like 1995. He just does the
That's
belt.
awesome, dude. That belt was pretty cool too.
He fought Tank Abbott in that tournament and beat him.
That's fucked up. Well, Tank Abbott's coming back with a vengeance in WCW, buddy.
He's going vengeance is one way to put it for sure.
He's coming back, and 3 Count's going to pay for Dan Severn's shit.
So SummerSlam last month, Dan Severn did not throw in the towel for Owen Hart when Owen was in the ankle lock in the Lions Den match against Shamrock. And Owen Hart took that personally because he thought Dan Severn should have ended the match instead of him.
You should have made me quit.
Fucked up. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there.
You should have made me quit. It's crazy.
He was honest. It's not a bad angle. He was upset that the guy he thought was watching out for him did not watch out for him. Oh, fuck you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I always love seeing the ref on the top of the Lions Den. Hey, call the match. Yeah. Call the fucking match.
It is I mean, that was never in any games and anything, but I love the Lions Den. I thought it looked cool as hell.
Yeah, I think that's what they do fight pit stuff now, right? It's kind of like the same idea.
I think they're doing the fight pit again. Like they just.
Yeah, they are.
They should do the same finish.
This one?
Someone doesn't throw in the towel, yeah. I don't know who's in the match or anything, but I assume it's Dan Severn or Owen Hart.
It's not Dan Severn or Owen Hart. It is or Ken Shamrock. I think it's Riddle and Seth, I believe it is. And,
well,
they should. Do you remember
do the one I mentioned?
Do you remember the Lions End finish when I think Vince or someone just hit Ken Shamrock in the fucking head with a chair and Vince beat him? So Dan Severn starts this match by taunting Owen, by acting like he's going to throw the towel at him, and then throws to the outside, and Owen took that personally and rushed him down. And Dan Severn belly to bellies him. Just fucking, they're just throwing each other in this match. This was actually a fun little match here. They're just doing a lot of
it's definitely more
shit.
of a fight, than anything.
JR says Dan Severn is known in the Ultimate Fighting game as a grappler. All right.
Thank you, Jim.
So is Owen Hart.
Yeah, Owen Hart. I don't got any. I don't know who this kid is actually.
I don't have any statistics on this.
No notes on this son of a bitch here. Does he do the rocker dropper? I'm not too sure.
Well, he better.
So they're like double legging each other, doing belly to bellies. Severn hits a running power slam, and then fucking puts Owen in the fucking dragon sleeper. I was like, oh shit, that's awesome. He's gonna just fucking win here with the dragon sleeper. And then Severn goes. I don't know, what was he going for, a fucking shovel driver here? What was he doing here?
Thought maybe reverse suplex.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It was going to be gnarly, whatever it was.
Yeah, you're right. And Owen said, I'm not taking any of that shit. Instead,
I'm
going to reverse into the Owen driver.
Holy fuck.
And then Dan Severn, after he takes the Owen driver, starts selling like he broke his neck.
He's dead. He is dead. Fucking Owen hits him with the Owen driver. Owen's concerned. Severn's just laying there, not fucking moving. The referee is waving Owen off, and you can hear JR move off mic, and he goes, "You're gonna have to stop the match." It's like they're trying their best to make you believe that Owen Hart has broken somebody else's neck once again with the Owen driver.
Owen's last few years in the WWF are
interesting.
I don't really know even the word to use here, but great is not probably one of them.
Scuffed.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is probably the best.
Like
word.
doing this and then the Blue Blazer thing, and then and to be fair to the Blue Blazer thing, I guess he did make the best he could out of it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like everything Owen did, it was still at least interesting at the very least. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Like when you look at Owen when he was feuding with Bret, and like even after that, like not feuding with Bret, like Hart Foundation with the Slammies, Owen, like that guy's rocking. But like here, it's just like they're just doing some bullshit with him. Like it's so different, we all obviously we watched WCW the previous week and the comparisons with WWF and WCW. Like it's funny, like Kevin Nash dumps the Giant on his head with a power bomb. Kayfabe breaks his neck, and they ban the power bomb. Here, Owen breaks Austin's neck with an overdriver, and they said, "Hey, go out there and fucking just keep doing it and break somebody else's
just do it more."
Kayfabe, yeah, just keep doing it. Obviously, it was a work though. Dan Severn
did you ever hear Dan Severn talk about it? Because he actually talked about this.
No, what did he say?
He said that it was supposed to be a recreation of the Stone Cold move, but the reality is he did drop him on his head.
Oh my god!
He hit the top of his head, and he felt like a bolt of lightning going down his spine. He said he could move his hands and feet, so he like dodged a bullet here.
Dude,
but he also says that Owen didn't apologize or take care of him or anything.
Well, they said, Owen, do what you did to Austin. He said, okay.
He's okay.
There's no safe way to do that, really. I don't know.
I mean, he was doing the Owen driver a lot. Like, he's all right. Like, I didn't know. That's
I
crazy.
think the only reason it happened to Steve Austin was because he thought he was going for the tombstone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I believe that's what he said ended up happening.
And
I don't really know a Dan Severn.
Damn, they say go out there and do a work neck break, and Owen almost breaks your neck. That's scary as shit. Dan Severn also said they pitched him being in the Ministry. He was supposed to be in the Ministry and come out with 666 on his forehead, and he said, I don't really want to do that.
I remember that.
Yeah.
He was offended big
He was offended.
By
he
that.
said, no way, I ain't doing that, dude. And then they fired him. All right.
That's crazy, man.
No, you're not going to do
business.
this.
So you were in the Ministry or you were fired. And he said, well, I'm fired. I said, all right, well, Dennis Knight's got your job then.
And we're going to throw him in hell. It's fine.
That's crazy. I would like to know what WWF did with that room that they used for Dennis Knight when they turned him into Naked Midian. I like to know.
They did not.
Did not turn him into Naked Midian.
He did not.
Oh, I must have misremembered that.
And Mandela effect, I know. It's
That's even crazy.
Thank you.
Undertaker warped his mind and made him just want to be naked all the time.
Naked Midian.
And that was his name. You are naked.
In Midian.
And Midian and M. Canterbury. Yes, he is.
Back from the Stridex Triple X and Pan commercial. Dan Severn has a broken neck.
Thankfully, we do have an ambulance ready for him.
We have the same doctor who doesn't know if the baby is alive.
Dr. Lipshit?
Dude, when if you break your neck, the fucking first thing you do is you put on a neck brace and then you fucking build fucking Legos around them.
The first thing you do is you get the stethoscope out and you
check
gotta make sure. Yeah, make sure
then
you know.
Then you make sure his eyes are okay.
Check his eyes for oxygen, of course.
Dude, they're fucking loading up Dan Severn on the fucking stretcher and all that shit. They put orange bricks next to his head for some reason. I don't know.
He was sturdy.
Of course. There's no commentary during this at all. Until at one point, they're putting him on a stretcher, and it had to have been JR, because he just goes...
I heard that. I thought it was hearing things. I don't know what that was.
Just cough straight in the microphone.
That's that brisket cough. I know you had a brisket sandwich over there.
He got it from a fan in the crowd. Give me a sandwich, son. That's what I had to move him.
That's pretty good.
I had to move him.
That's like when you eat McDonald's when you know you should, and you just have like that fry Big Mac cough.
That happened to me during
It's that phlegm, bro.
That too much fast food that you shouldn't eat cough. Yeah.
So Dr. Thunder starts checking Dan Severn's eyes.
Oh my!
And then he checks his eyes and he looks back and he says, "We're gonna be okay." Great fucking diagnosis, Doc.
You can't do that. That's not how it works.
It takes a whole nother commercial break for them to get Dan Severn from ringside to the top of the ramp. The fuck are you guys
Dude, you're
doing?
right. They show the whole Gertie thing. Like,
what the fuck is going on here?
Dude.
So we come back from commercial. They recap the Owen driver, and Dan Severn's being loaded into the ambulance. And the only thing I could think of is I was looking around to see if Buff Bagwell and Scott Steiner were here to start whooping his ass.
Oh, it's the same week.
It's the same
It is the same week.
It's the same day.
The same day. Yeah, you're right. It probably happened at the same time.
2 ambulance segments going on back to back.
That's awesome. Crazy. How the hell did they pull that off?
I don't know.
WWF was the king of ambulances, though, man. They used the ambulance for so much. Yeah, drive it out and then drive it back. Keep it coming
to the local medical facility.
Of course,
they're going.
Anyway, oh my god!
Mean Gene calls out Marcus Alexander Bagwell. He full names him too. He full names him, and Buff takes a while to come out here. Mean Gene just standing on the ramp. He's waiting for Bagwell. And Bagwell finally comes out. He's all concerned looking, and Gene says, "Oh, I thought you were going to swerve me, Mr. Bagwell." What? Buff says, "Listen, I had plenty of time to put Scotty in the ambulance." And Mean Gene says, "Is he really on the way to the hospital?" And Buff says, "You call me a liar? Say the words. Say the words." And then there's random laughing. No.
It's the goddamn Chucky the Killer doll laughing in the background.
Charles is here?
I forgot that it was like a few week build to the Chucky angle.
Yeah, what the hell is that laugh? You laughing at me, Mean Gene? No.
Buff says everyone knows that Steiner ruptured 3 discs in his back, and he may have ruptured 4 or 5 or 6. And Mean Gene says, "Well, he's going to be able to meet his brother at Halloween Havoc." And Buff says, "Does it look like I'm a doctor? Do I have doctor across my forehead? I don't know." And Mean Gene says, "Don't jerk me around here, Bagwell."
All my favorite doctors have doctor just on the body at all times.
I'm not a doctor.
Hello? Yeah, hello?
Did you see doctor on my body anywhere? Of course. No, we don't.
And Buff says, "Scott Steiner's hurt and Havoc may not happen, so just suck it in, Rick Steiner, because the holidays may be miserable." Rick Steiner's big Halloween guy.
I'm sad, man.
The fucking holiday Halloween is fun.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm back, warriors. Warriors. What are we dressing up for the holidays? I'm dressing as Chucky Killer doll.
Dude, the angle hasn't happened yet.
Disciples,
come on, dude.
Disciples dressing up as me. He's dressing up also as the Chucky Killer doll.
He better.
Holy shit. Disciple's kind of like Smithers and Simpsons. He's kind of like Smithers with Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
whoever's Mr. Burns at the time, he's like, yeah, whatever, I'll do it.
That's fucking awesome. Oh my
Jesus
God. The
Christ.
hits keep
So-
coming here.
Psychosis versus the Cat up next.
Yeah, Ernest Miller, who is just about getting into the I'm the greatest gimmick. I think
Yes.
this is kind of like we're in it now.
Yeah, I feel like he just started it.
Yeah.
So the Cat cuts a promo here. He says, by law, I am required to tell you this. I am a 3-time world karate champion. I thought he was going to stop right there. I was like, oh, okay.
my hands and feet are registered. I can rip your heart out in 5 seconds and everyone in here. But I'm going to give you those 5 seconds to get out of here. And if you're still here, I'm going to give you the whooping of a lifetime. Holy fuck.
Psychosis, of course, cannot speak English.
Of course not. He's fucking very confused and he just stares at the back of his head as Cat turns around and counts to 5. And he turns back around and he says, "Did you hear me, son?" And Psychosis responds in Spanish. The Cat is very confused. He says, "What the hell?" He said, "You're telling me you don't understand nothing I said? I never want to whoop a chump like I'm gonna whoop you. I got something you understand." And he fucking super kicks the shit out of him.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it was awesome. He was like without any effort at all.
Precision.
Very good.
Yeah, it was awesome. I liked it a lot.
Cool little match too. Fun sprint. Psychosis
cool.
does a crossbody to the outside off the top.
There's a little argument on the commentary here as Psychosis puts Cat in a head scissors. Schiavone says, "Oh, he's got a head scissors on," and Larry Zbyszko says, "That's a figure 4." And Tony Schiavone says, "All right, whatever you call it, whatever you want to call it."
Dude, he is so done.
He was pissed.
He's so fucking done.
Do not care.
Yeah, no, Tony.
Not even a little bit, bro. He's done with this shit.
And Larry says, "I didn't make it up. That's what it was."
All right, dude. I'm not dying on this hill. I do not care. I do not give a shit.
That's us arguing on here about that Stunner.
You're right.
We don't care.
So the Cat catches Psychosis with a suplex. Psychosis goes for the guillotine leg drop. Beast style.
Oh,
this shit, he gets
Dude.
so high off of it.
And he misses, which is even worse.
That's horrible. That ring didn't even move. Yeah, that was
fuck.
crazy.
Yeah.
Cat moves. He hits the roundhouse kick, and he ends up winning
Trouble
the
in
match.
Paradise, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what I wrote too, Tony. Trouble in Paradise.
think
Yeah,
so,
that's
yeah.
pretty much what it was. Yeah, the Cat, and he gets on the mic and he says, "I'm the greatest. I am a bad man."
Well, we have Vader versus Al Snow up next, which is an insane matchup here.
It's Vader time, motherfucker. Vader's with Commissioner Slaughter because, and I was like, JR says, "Vader with Commissioner Slaughter." I don't get it.
I don't get it. Me neither.
There's also a sign as Vader's walking out, and it's the Batman symbol with a ball sack or something. Oh, that was pretty
Can you
cool.
imagine seeing that thing in the sky?
You see that in the sky? I would start acting up. So they recap last week. Al Snow beat Sergeant Slaughter in a boot camp match. Did we watch that show?
No, I don't think so. I looked up Deadlock September 21st Raw, and I don't see it.
Okay. So I don't know why I remember that.
No, yeah, we haven't. I don't think we've done it.
Okay.
But I'm sure we have.
So they, fucking, it came up. So maybe they recapped it on fucking something else or something.
Hey,
Yeah.
Speaking of boot camp matches, do you want to know all the boot camp matches there ever were in history of ever?
No.
Sure.
All right,
Oh,
Sergeant Slaughter. All right, throw the format out the window.
No, go on.
Slaughter versus Iron Sheik was the first one.
Hot boy.
That one got 4.5 stars by the
No,
Wrestling
the fuck it
Observer.
didn't.
Yes, Colonel De Beers versus Sergeant Slaughter.
Wait, you got 4.5 where? On one?
Observer?
On one, 4.5.
Oh, wow.
Then Sergeant Slaughter versus Triple H in '97. They had a boot camp match.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
Al Snow versus Sergeant Slaughter, and then the final one was G.I. Bro versus Sean Stasiak in a boot camp match.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Where was that? What company?
That was WCW for sure.
ECW probably. I don't know.
Classic.
So yeah, last week Al Snow beat Slaughter in a boot camp match. Then the Stooges jumped Al Snow, and then Too Good Scorpio made the save.
Scorpio made the save. I said, what the hell?
They're in the job squad, of course.
By the way,
yes.
I thought at first that Sergeant Slaughter was supposed to be like Harley Race. Like I thought he was supposed to be like Vader's dude.
Yeah.
But
No.
Then they said that Sergeant Slaughter was in the boot camp match. I said, so he just was like, hey, Vader, I'm going to come out for this one.
This match is about Sergeant Slaughter and Al Snow. Vader is a prop.
That is insane, man.
Vader was so good, too.
It is insane.
Like Holy shit.
Vader's still the fucking man. He can still fucking go, man.
He looked good in this match, too. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, around this time, I think, is when they were making him drop weight and he got fucking sick.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Come on.
Anyway, Judgment Day is brought to you by 10-10-3-2-1.
Fuck you, man. 10-10-2-20 for life. 10-10-2-20 presents WCW Fall Brawl. That's what we're watching.
Dude, there's so many styrofoam fucking heads in the crowd. Like you said, there's one with the fucking painted up ICP style.
That's awesome,
yeah,
dude.
That's cool.
Did they pass them out at the shows? I know
Maybe.
they did in ECW. But
Yeah, they did at ECW for sure. I imagine
never
they did.
I never saw them when I was in a WWF show, or like when I went to an event. I never.
They
saw
didn't
that,
sell them at shows, did they?
No, maybe.
Oh, maybe they did.
They should have if they didn't.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. So Vader bumps Al Snow down, and then Al Snow starts talking to Head, and JR takes offense to this. And JR says, you know, Al Snow is a couple pieces of bologna away from a sandwich.
Okay.
What does that mean? And
well, you know, he's got bread sandwich otherwise.
Well, is a sandwich bad?
Well, if I don't got no damn brisket on it, I'm not eating a damn sandwich.
And Jerry Lawler says, oh, he marches to a different kettle of fish. And Jerry says, what? And Lawler says, you heard me. Anyway, Vader is wrestling. Vader is here wrestling. Sweet. Vader is here. Al Snow fucking attacks him. He can't get him down, so he steps on his foot comedy style and then clotheslines him.
Yeah.
The Mastodon Vader. Big Van Vader. Legend.
I couldn't believe that. He bumped so early and like off a foot stomp. I said, okay.
Al hits an enziguri and pins him. And Sergeant Slaughter is convinced this is the finish of the match because he pulls Al Snow out of the ring. Al Snow enziguri to Vader.
Hey, you know what? What is
Big Van Vader?
What is a finish?
Obviously, that's the ghetto blaster. So that could have been the end of the match, of course.
Well, Al Snow goes to hit Slaughter with Head, but Vader clubs him from behind. The ref is arguing with Slaughter, and then Vader gets hit in the head with Head, and Al Snow pins Vader.
Wow. That's
But as you will notice here,
thankfully we know what's happening on WCW, so we can toot on over. See what's popping.
Vader kicks out at 2.9 here also, if you didn't notice. I don't know
He
why.
does. He kicks out before 3, and the ref said, no, that's still a 3. We're taking it home.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
The ref starts spitting
Vince said you
on
count
him.
that no matter what.
Yeah, ref starts spitting and stomping him out. Fuck you, Vader. We don't
I'll
fucking
take
care.
the boots to him for no reason.
Vader
Dude,
is
Vader
gone.
would have fit in great in WCW at this time, by the way. 98.
Yeah.
Dude, that would have been crazy.
Why did he leave WCW?
I think he was taking Japan dates more and more.
Okay.
And then WWF paid him a good amount, and he wanted something new, I think, and then took that. And then obviously,
Sure.
that Shawn
You
Michaels.
know,
Vader
I'm
is
thinking about
gone in.
Vader could have fit in the pink and black NWO Wolfpack. That would have been awesome.
Holy fucking
goatee.
shit.
With the goatee. Yeah, that
Dude,
was
somebody
sweet.
made that on the Reddit. It is the craziest fucking picture I've ever seen in my
I
life.
saw that. That was incredible.
That is fucked up. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. Vader's last WWF match, I mean, he comes back and beats like Heath Slater eventually, I think, years later, but his last match was a loss to Edge in October of 98 on Heat.
Well, I think he has some GHC title runs after this.
That's like a month after this because he loses to Bradshaw at Breakdown. He's gone like they are getting him out of here. You're losing to everybody.
I love that Vader still protected himself. He's, I'm kicking out at 2.9. I don't care.
You're right.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
No one else is going to
happening.
protect me, so I have to.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes back to All Japan and he teams with Stan Hansen and they win the fucking 98 World's Strongest Tag Determination League by beating Kobashi and Akiyama.
That's real shit, man.
Yeah.
So now we have the Alex Wright Mean Gene Town Hall.
This is crazy here, man. This is.
By the way, you know, we had talked about it a little bit. Johnny had mentioned it when he was over the house or whatever. We had mentioned it a little earlier in the show, but they really don't go backstage at all.
No.
And it's never see the backstage.
Yeah, which is crazy. The only time you really see it is like when they have like the ambulance, or like they have like a little segue where Ric Flair goes, "Woo! WCW is the greatest!" Woo!
Or the NWO.
We'll be back
the
with
NWO arrives to the
Nitro.
arena or something. Yeah, that's about it.
Or like the NWO room or something.
Or you'll see like Goldberg like working out in the back, but like all very, very subtle. There's no like real like brawling back there. There's no interviews in the back.
Backstage interviews. That's what I was gonna say.
It's not till later you start seeing like Eric Bischoff's office, Russo's office, shit like that. Like there's no
that's
way,
when
like,
Russo came in.
The
though,
backstage, like you're not even supposed to know it exists here.
Yeah, until Russo comes back. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when everything changes. He brings that WWF style.
So Mean Gene calls out Alex Wright, and Mean Gene says, "Well, when in Rome, speak Italian, my friend." I don't know what the fuck he was.
Yeah, come on, let him know. Talk.
And Alex Wright takes the mic and he says, "Scheiße."
I love the kids in the crowd were doing the dance too. I thought,
that's awesome.
Everyone was.
And Alex Wright says, "I forgot, Baldy, you can't speak German, so why don't you leave, you idiot? I have a question for you all tonight. How does it feel to grow up and live in a dirty, small, stinking city like Rochester? I know another loser in the back that's shaking like a leaf. British Bulldog. British Bulldog, why don't you come last Thursday when I challenged you? I know why. Because you're spineless, gutless, heartless, British jellyfish. And you know I'm the greatest European wrestler, and I give you one more chance tonight. You better take it. Not only am I much better looking, much better wrestler, I am also much better dancer. Hit my music." They hit his music and he starts fucking dancing.
Why did he say that the British Bulldog was shaking like a leaf?
Yeah, you British jellyfish. What?
Hit my music.
Because he's spineless, you know? He's a jellyfish.
Ah, Tony. And jellyfish also have no guts or heart as well. And they're British.
Yes, make sure they're
That's
British.
the worst kind of jellyfish, the British jellyfish.
Oh, God, yes. Stinky.
So now we have Chavo Guerrero versus Disco Inferno.
Of course, and Chavo out here with Pepe the horse, not to be confused with Pepe the dog that Mongo used to have.
Yeah, Pepe McMichael, man, used to have. Yeah, what happened to the dog?
Took the dog to hell.
I hate ass. You don't want to know, Warriors.
Don't let me know about that dude.
He's with me now. 3 of us.
The 3 Warrior Nation.
Pepe the dog? In Warrior Nation?
Me, Disciple, and Pepe McMichael.
That's a hell of a group.
He forces Disciple to carry it around too. And it's also dressed up like the Warrior.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, he's dressed up as Hogan, dressed up as the Warrior.
Disco's
awesome.
entrance is fun here too, by the way. It's like just in a disco ball. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
So they just, again, like, fine little match here. They just kind of go out there and do some shit.
The story is Disco was overweight in the cruiserweight title match last week, so he's got to cut weight.
Is that right?
Yeah, on Thunder, I think.
Yeah, right. They got to cut weight.
Okay.
They're assuming he made weight class so he could be in this cruiserweight match tonight.
Of course. Do they know that?
No, they're just assuming it. That's what they said. I can only assume he made weight tonight. That's what they said. Yeah.
They're teasing Disco picking up Pepe the horse, which is a horse head on a stick.
He's gonna break it, right?
Chavo, yeah, he wants to do something with it.
Yeah, of course not. He did not pick up the dog in the One Warrior Nation. I want to make sure.
Yeah, and not yet has he fucked a goose, as he does later in the years of WCW here. Yes, it's coming. Chavo hits a spring back bulldog on Disco after a bunch of back and forth. Disco ends up jabbing the end of the stick of Pepe the horse into Chavo's throat. And then does he hit him with the chart buster or he just fucking pins him?
Finish of the match was Hoovie's on the apron, springboard drop kick, running head scissors. Hoovie gets to get Chavo up.
That's after the match.
Sorry about that. I didn't write down the post then.
No. Disco does the Steve Austin elbows because he loves to do this.
Why did I not write down the fifth?
From the middle ropes, and he hits him with Pepe, and then that's how he wins.
Sorry about that.
He throws him with Pepe and then pins him. I'm pretty sure. Yes. No chart buster.
Well,
correct.
because
and then,
the apocalypse happened earlier, so he can't do the chart buster tonight.
You're right.
Don't you do my friend's move, Disco. And then what happens, James?
Oh yeah, Hoovie's out here. He's on the apron now.
Comes out and tries to snitch.
Disco uses Pepe on Chavo and beats him. That's what I wrote.
Okay, good.
So that's what happens.
Yes, there you go. Yes.
Okay, so
Hoovie
now
comes out, it gets on the apron and tries to snitch to the referee that Disco used Pepe. Hey man, mind your fucking business, Hoovie.
Why is Hoovie stooging? Yeah, what the hell's happening right
Hoovin' stooge.
So Hoovie's out here on the apron. He decides the best course of action is do a springboard drop kick to Disco and then run a spot So he does a running head scissors Irish whip. Hoovy then goes to get Chavo up, but Disco's back in and gloms him from behind and hits the Disco driver.
Which is a leaping pile driver.
Awesome.
What the fuck?
Sweet.
I don't remember that at all. Well, you got to find a new move, brother.
Hey, brother, I better not see you do that thing you do tonight. I'll tell you that.
That's what happened?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh my god.
I mean, he definitely keeps doing the chart buster later. I mean,
well, that's because Disciple fucks off eventually. Yeah.
What did you do to the Disciple, dude? Where's the Disciple?
So it's when a leaping pile driver fucking kills Hoovy. And then as he's leaving, he's talking to the camera. He says, "Don't stooge me off ever again, or that's gonna happen to you, Hooven Stooge." That's awesome.
So we're getting into like into '98, probably early '99 is where we for most of the half of the year we really didn't go much into like stooging or like stuff like that.
No,
we didn't
inside.
We didn't use inside baseball terms too much at that point. Maybe Nash or Hall or. Maybe like Nash or Hall on WCW would sometimes bring something up, but I'm
sure Meltzer said some shit about them. Yeah.
But now we have like lower card guys using insider terms, so like very different stuff here. You can tell things are changing. Well, Billy Gunn is seen leaving the arena, still in his knee pads. With
shower dodging Billy Gunn? Fucking stinky bitch. Get the fuck in that shower. Take your fucking
He's going straight to the airport in the gear.
Shower dodger Billy Gunn walking by the cops. Get in there, man.
Well, the WWF Rewind brought to you by 10-10-3-2-1. We are not as good as 10-10-220. That's their logo.
There's more numbers. It's higher numbers. It's got to be better.
Gangrel is here with blood. And he says that Edge will come.
Gangrel with blood.
Edge will come.
Kaientai jumped Edge, and then Gangrel made the save and said, "Oh, my dear Edge, you will come." What?
What does he mean by that?
What does he mean? I think we know what he means.
Even more absurd is this next fucking match for a shot at the European title next week. A 4-corner elimination 6-man matchup.
Hold on. So they show this graphic. And
it's crazy.
I was okay. 4 corners limit. Is this tag style? Is that what's going on here? Because before they announced what match it was, he said coming up next 4 corners elimination, and then they went to commercial.
Yeah,
I had no fucking idea. We have Edge, Droz, D'Lo, Mark Merrill, Gangrel, and Jeff Jarrett. What the fuck kind of
unbelievable
crazy
lineup.
Graphic, man. Crazy graphic.
It is
crazy
unbelievable
shit ever.
Yeah, like
Holy
everyone
shit.
like. Half of them are in sunglasses.
That was a look, dude. The glasses.
That was great. Oh yeah, Tony tweeted. That's right. Yeah, everyone is in sunglasses except for Droz and D'Lo. Everyone else is rocking the glasses.
I tweeted it, and someone said that's a crazy blunt rotation.
Yeah, so 6 corners. So it's 6 people in the match. 4 are in corners, tag style. And 2 are in the ring, and it's also elimination.
The rules go out real fast because this match turns crazy real fast.
Yeah, so we start. Edge does his entrance. He's the only entrance we see here because he's a big star. And he attacks Gangrel right away. And then they're fucking doing stuff, and then Edge does the Lamai Straw Cradle to Gangrel, and Gangrel is eliminated. Just fuck out of here, Gangrel. You're a bitch. See ya. So D'Lo is in next. D'Lo bumps Edge around and says, "You better recognize." This is also blue D'Lo, which is fucking crazy.
Fucked up. It's fucked up. Guys is crazy. He's got the chest protector but blue on, right?
It's yeah.
It's
like
the back is blue, but the protector.
I think the front was blue too. The protector is the regular protector, but like the gear underneath is blue.
Yeah. That's what I mean. The chest protector is black.
It's like in WrestleMania 2000 or No Mercy, where like they ran out of ideas for alt, so like Viscera's like in all gold for some reason.
Right.
Like,
D'Lo ran out of
yeah, blue D'Lo.
What is my alt attire?
D'Lo's yelling at the crowd the whole time. He says, "Who sucks now?" And the crowd yells, "You do." Jarrett hits Droz with the stroke, doesn't pin him. No one acknowledges it. This is not his fucking finisher yet, I guess. It doesn't. No. This doesn't exist in his arsenal
this
yet.
This is just like we've done this like I guess maybe it was like the week before or the week after. I guess he does it again. Or like, why does he keep doing the goddamn stroke? He's not pinning this dude.
Fucking do something about this, man.
I guess it's just a move he was rocking at the time.
Yeah.
What was his finish then? The guitar?
The figure four, maybe?
Yeah.
Figure 4. Yeah. I mean, that's all.
The guitar is
move.
Also right. Yeah. But in the games, his finish was the stroke. But I don't know if it was called that. It's just like front-facing Russian leg sweep or some shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Some weird shit. I'll just write some bullshit. What is this?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Jarrett then, after hits the stroke, wobbles his head at D'Lo and says, "Oh, how about it, D'Lo?" I don't know why he's upset at D'Lo.
He hit a super nice drop kick. Hey, how about that?
Yeah, how about that, D'Lo?
Okay.
Draws does the cactus clothesline of Jarrett to the outside. They're brawling out there, and they're fighting. And then all of a sudden, another referee runs in to stop them from fighting and yells at them to leave. And I said, "What the fuck is going on here?" And it turns out they both got counted out.
Yeah, they both got counted out in record time.
Unbelievable amount of time. Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, this is, of course, the unprecedented 4-corner elimination 6-man tag match where you have a 4 count to get back in the ring. That's all you can do.
Yeah, what a crazy matchup, man. They're like, we got to get these dudes all in the same match. We have to.
Yeah, this is the European division. Of course, you got to get them
by
in there,
any means.
European division: Edge, Droz, D'Lo, Mark Mero, Gangrel, Jeff Jarrett. So,
well, Edge hits the Frankensteiner on Mark Mero here.
He does. Yes, that is fucking cool.
Looked pretty good. D'Lo tries to hit the lowdown, but misses, and then ends up hitting Mark Mero instead.
Dude, Mark Mero, I think, goes for the shooting star, but D'Lo bounces the ropes and just crotches him, which leads to the Rana. I said, "What the fuck, man? I want to see the shooting star, bitch."
His is always crazy as hell, too, man. Yeah, he was a crazy bastard. Yeah. And then it hits Mark Mero, and then Edge pins Mero.
Yes.
And then Taker dives on D'Lo Brown.
He's going crazy. Yeah.
Edge used to do the take. Edge's moveset is like, at this point, pretty nuts.
Yeah. He's
Frankensteiner, Taker dives. Yeah,
he was probably doing electric chair crazy. Too, right? Like shit like that.
Yeah, he was definitely doing the execution and the edulator and the ejaculation.
Ejaculation, yeah, that's right. Making sure you got that one on there.
I always do have so many edge moves.
Yeah, edging.
Well, Gangrel is here with Blood and Christian. And D'Lo.
No, that is not. I don't know who that is. Who is that kid? Who
Gangrel
is that kid?
And that guy. It's that guy.
Kid.
Who's this blonde hair bastard? Gangrel is here with Blood.
Who is this creepy little bastard?
Well, it distracts Edge long enough for D'Lo to hit sky high and win off the distraction.
Yeah, and then Gangrel and that kid leave through the crowd, and then Edge.
Don't they say that Edge and Christian are brothers?
Eventually, yes.
They do later, yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't Edge go, "My brother, what are you doing?"
Brother!
My brother! Don't you talk about my brother.
Yeah, that's what he should have done. He should have the voice and everything. Don't you talk about
yeah, just blatantly points down, "That's my brother."
I thought that's probably what they were going to do or something. My brother!
Oh my God, I haven't seen him in so long.
Do you think the Woodman was talking to his brother?
Don't.
The Woodmaster you talking about, man?
Yeah, the Woody.
I took to all my brothers.
Yeah, he was down in the hood right now.
Sisters.
I know Gangrel was rocking out there.
With the Blood and his brother?
With the Blood and Christian.
He's fanging and banging, all Crip style.
24/7.
Absolutely.
24/7. Respect the legend, man.
So the cameraman follows Edge as he goes through the crowd, and then a fan gets in the way of the camera and starts throwing up Suck It and throws up the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack's for life. I'm glad that he understands that.
True, absolutely.
I always loved that there's people at the WCW show that would have rather been at WWF, and there was people at the WWF show that would rather been at WCW every time.
That is 100% true.
So Edge chases him through the crowd. Obviously, that's his brother, so he's gonna have to figure out what's going on with that. My brother.
My brother.
That's exactly what happened. We get the 4 Horsemen video package. Of course, awesome. The 4 Horsemen are the following people. You can count them. You can count them out if you'd like to. As I read them
sure,
off.
No problem. I will.
Chris Benoit.
That's 1.
Dean Malenko.
2.
Arn Anderson.
3.
Ric Flair.
And there's 4, and that is the 4 Horsemen.
And Mongo McMichael.
Hold on a second.
And Pepe McMichael and the Disciple.
So, I mean, like, I feel like this happens a lot. The 4 Horsemen always, I feel like, had more than 4 people. But, like, even OG, like, J.J. Dillon was their manager. So it's like, okay, 4 Horsemen with J.J. Dillon. He's with them, but he's their manager. Yeah. But then, like, eventually it's like Paul Roma and Sid Vicious are in the group. And, like, bro, like, what is fucking,
that's
what's
the
going
new
on
Horsemen.
Sorry,
what about
yes,
the Extreme Horsemen?
Was that like Steve Corino?
CW, I think.
CW. It was just Steve Corino's ECW group.
Yeah, pretty much.
Simon Diamond, I think, was in the Extreme Horsemen as well.
Well, whatever the case is, the Horsemen are a huge part of WCW lore.
They're so over. I think they just came back together like a week or two ago, right?
Right, yeah, very soon.
Oh, it's got the Fourth Horseman, right? Yeah.
Ric Flair, come down here.
Yeah. Get on down here.
So this is a very big deal, and Mongo's in it. So 4 Horsemen Town Hall.
Fuck you, man. What the fuck?
What? I was saying Mongo. I just want to make sure people understand that Mongo.
All right, good. I'll just make sure.
Shout out the Bears.
If we're charting here, Mongo is way above Bryan Adams and The Disciple. We got to get on the same page here with that.
I saw The Disciple would get a win tonight, so I don't really know anymore.
You're right.
I actually saw him get 2 wins, and he's 2-0.
He's got 2 wins.
2 wins, 0 losses. So, Mean Gene is fired up. I mean, he said, "Cut the 4 Horsemen." He's throwing up the fucking 4 with
it.
This is sweet.
Holy shit! Yeah, big pop for him.
Yeah, they all come out, man. They look good, like good little group here, man. Arn Anderson looks fantastic, by the way.
He looks like he can still go. I don't know why he wasn't.
He had what was the injury? Yeah, he had a career-ending injury.
Was it neck or back?
Something happened. It was something that I don't remember it being like huge, but it was like, yeah, that's it. Like, you know, it's like one of those things. Like, that's it.
Probably smart, really.
yeah, you're right. Probably.
Flair probably should have listened to that a little more.
Yeah, maybe. So Bischoff and Stevie Ray come to the ring here with Doug Dillinger and a bunch of police officers.
Yeah, the Flair's doesn't really even get to fucking do his shtick before Eric Bischoff, Stevie Ray, and Doug Dillinger, head of WCW security, come out here.
I love that, like, Doug Dillinger is the head of security always. That's awesome.
He was such an integral part of the show that he's in the video games, Doug Dillinger.
Yeah, because he was a big friend of the 4 Horsemen. Like, Doug Dillinger's a big 4 Horsemen guy.
The head of the security.
So Eric says I think it was Arn, attacked Stevie Ray on Thunder.
I think that's what he was saying, yes.
With a tire iron?
But then he implies that all of them did this.
Well, you're guilty by association. You're all going to jail.
I feel like same way about you guys.
So Bischoff has the 4 Horsemen arrested. And then they leave. They're getting arrested. Doug Dillinger, he says, "You better do your fucking job. You didn't do it last time."
Yeah, Bischoff says, "I haven't noticed I brought a few of the local law enforcement because you guys committed felonious assault on this man."
Did you hear that, boys? Felonious assault.
Felonious assault. And I want you to escort all 4 of these men out of here, along with this man. Since you failed to do your job, Doug Dillinger, I made it a little easier for you, and make sure you do it this week and get them the hell out of this building. And this goes on forever. Forever.
They walk up the ramp, and then Eric Bischoff takes the time to say, "Flair, you used your 10-year-old son Reed in his wrestling tournament as an excuse not to show up to work. And now you're out of here."
Yeah, like this was like super inside,
incredibly inside. What the fuck is he even talking about?
Ric Flair no-showed because he wanted to go to his 10-year-old son's wrestling tournament. And he says, "You live vicariously through your 10-year-old son's wrestling career, and I hope that little Reed can get it done because you never will. Good night, y'all. Thanks for coming to my party." What?
Oh my! Thanks for coming to my party, y'all. Felonious assault.
Can you spell felonious? Let me help you out. What? You're done.
You're done.
You're done.
You're done. Get out of the ring. You're done. Dude,
this is weird.
You love your son? Love your son, huh?
Yeah, what do you like your fucking
it looks like
family
you
or
love
something?
your son.
That's what he does. Yeah, you like full southern. Yeah, fucking hell.
All right, so whatever, 4 Horsemen, you're out of here. Get out of here. So
thanks for coming to my party.
All right, I hear you. Shout out Eric Bischoff and Stevie Ray and Doug Dillinger and the police officers. And then, of course, the Corporation Town Hall #2.
They just before they show a fucked up Vince picture with a Photoshop smoking skull belt, and they won't.
That was fucked up so bad.
It's crazy. It's EFED style.
What were they even using back then? Was Photoshop rocking at this point?
I don't know if Photoshop was.
I always think about that. What programs were they paint?
There was this place called CorelDRAW. You ever heard of CorelDRAW?
No.
I remember that from back in the day. That program was crazy. You could have like lightning bolts and spider webs and shit back in there. It was crazy.
They should have did that.
Yeah, it's a lightning bolt belt.
Oh, CorelDRAW's still going on, man. That program's still rocking today. Holy shit.
They also
everybody's using it.
No, rocking is an interesting way to put it.
That's right.
I'm still rocking with CorelDRAW in the 2022.
They show 15 different shots of this between the first segment and here of the cops outside with the fucking lights on.
Detroit's finest. Detroit's finest.
Stop showing this fucking shit.
Dude, this image right here, Tony put in the chat of everybody in the room, the Four Corners elimination thing. They definitely coral drawed these glasses on Gangrel.
No, this was his fucked up render.
I think he uses
those
this.
are drawn on. But this was Gangrel's fucked up drawing every time.
Yeah, he always fucked up like this.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. We got to get some pictures like this. They got to be crazy. Coral drawn. And we will also update Gangrel's photo with more glasses.
Just hanging off his jacket and shit.
Yeah, but it shows the police backstage and there's a fan in the back of the Wu-Tang Clan shirt.
Dude, that is awesome. I thought it was a cop. I said, whoa.
The cops hanging out off-duty police. Wu-Tang's for life.
That's awesome.
So in the ring, there is a new WWF title belt in a clear case with a red velour as Vince is going to crown the new champion here tonight.
Is that a new belt? Did they already debut it? And then he goes to Smoking Skull and then they bring this back?
I think what happened was March 98, he got the big eagle, but it was the old WWF logo. So then he got the Smoking Skull, which had the scratch logo.
Okay.
And then in November, he got the scratch logo big eagle.
I see.
Vince brings out Undertaker and Kane.
Suck it.
And the crowd chants Austin the whole time.
Absolutely. Taker comes out outside Timberlake style and lasers on his face, of course.
Always.
Especially when he's doing the eye roll thing. People are like going in on his eyes with the lasers.
Kane does the pyro taunt and no pyro, by the way.
Yeah, well, I guess it would have killed everybody.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, what would Kane would want with the belt?
I guess I don't know, really.
Power.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like,
he wants the fat paychecks that come with being champion.
Yes.
I would like to pay my taxes.
I'm hitting the pay window.
Yeah, like, that shit is never explained, I guess, with Kane. Yeah, like, did Kane have a bank account?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. He definitely didn't have a money guy.
How did
Kane definitely didn't have a money guy.
How did Kane get from town to town during this time? Kane was driving a car? Kane drove a car.
Yeah, you saw him when he rolled up that one time in the sweatsuit.
The jumper?
And the jacket.
Oh, yeah, the jumper. Yeah, Kane's beast.
In the car
his bag,
with the mask.
his roller bag and the jumper.
That's a different kind of shark.
Kane's going through the airport. TSA pre-check.
You think he wore like the... I guess it wouldn't matter because it's not like they would know. But you think he wore like the mask in the airport?
I feel like before like fucking 9/11, you could do whatever the fuck you want in the airport. He probably was full gear in the airport. Hello,
You're
Kane.
probably right.
Oh, that's Kane. Let him through.
That's probably exactly what they said too. That's WWF's Kane. Yeah, you let him on through.
Get in here.
Thank you. He probably talked like that too.
He had the voice box.
No TSA at that point, so they were rocking.
I found a picture of Kane at the airport. As I was looking up this to see what he looked like at the airport.
That's Karrion Kross.
Who the fuck is, yeah, you're right, man. Get this fucking picture out of his chat.
Tubby with the cord shirt.
This is Kane at the airport too.
No, this
He's
is
reading
fucked
through
up.
that night script. You will kill him.
You're losing again.
You're losing to Big Daddy V tonight, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually found it. Hold on. This is like more modern, current, to go with the era of like Kane. You know, here it is.
Yeah, sure.
This was him at the airport.
Oh my!
Tony,
Diesel power, Kane.
This is a picture of Diesel.
Yeah, come on, bro.
It's Kevin Nash
on his stomach.
Dumbass. So anyway, Kane comes out here, no pyro. Vince starts talking, but that doesn't fucking matter because Stone Cold is driving into the building on a Zamboni.
Oh, it just shows the Zamboni. Is Steve Austin's little head in the background?
he just drives in on a Zamboni, and Vince says, "What the?" It's like a cutscene.
Oh, wait a minute. What is that?
Don't you let him in here? Didn't they have the entrance blocked off with cop cars? Did Austin
Detroit's
drive?
finest.
He drove over them.
They had lights and they had barricades of you just running over it and run over lights.
Ran all this shit over.
In
Detroit's
the Miller Lite
finest.
Zamboni, that's the most base vehicle of all time.
Dude, the Miller Lite Zamboni's dragging fucking wires behind it and shit. Oh my god, they're lucky the feed didn't
he
cut.
cuts out the audio feed for the commentators at one point.
Yeah, they can't hear
he drives
shit.
over all the wires. It's fucked up.
none of the cops can stop him. They're just waving their arms at him.
No,
and
you know how
fuck
fast
you.
the Zamboni is.
Fuck you, I'm gonna Zamboni. Oh my god, he's going at least 10 miles per hour.
Dude, if you tried to do any of this in GTA, you'd get blown up by the military in 3 seconds.
The police would pull your ass off the Zamboni and shoot you in the head and kick your body. Dude, every shot it showed of Steve Austin before he got to the arena was just his little head sticking out above the Zamboni.
You never saw his face, just his chrome dome.
That shit was funny as hell, man. Like, oh, wait a minute, what is that? It was just Steve Austin's little head.
So Austin's running over lighting rigs, and JR is having the time of it. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He loves this shit. That's
Stone
his best
Cold
friend.
is here. Stone Cold. Austin drives out through the fucking truss, slams into the ring. JR is practically doing fucking cartwheels on the announce table for how excited he is here. Stone fucking Cold, Zamboni style. Hell yeah, look at that ball showing bitch go. Runs up on top of the fucking Zamboni, flips everybody off, and then does the Kane clothesline.
Dude, that's the craziest shot of all time.
You're right, Tony. It is like literally like Steve Austin flying clotheslining Vince McMahon is like maybe like a top 5 moment ever.
Whoever thought of
WWF.
like how can Austin get around the cops was like the craziest thing ever. He'll just jump over them. That's fucking
he'll
awesome.
jump over.
Yeah, he'll just jump onto Vince
off of his Zamboni. And the only thing just as memorable as Austin clothesline is Austin blow up doll being thrown into the ring. Inflatable Stone Cold punching bag being thrown into the ring as Austin is whooping Vince's ass.
Shout out Detroit.
That is awesome. He's beating Vince's ass. The cops are arresting him.
Dude, he flying clotheslines Vince McMahon on a Zamboni, and Kane is just sitting on the apron, and Undertaker's got his hands on his hips in the ring.
Yeah, why are they not beating his ass?
He is beating the fuck out of Vince, man. Good lord.
The way Austin always punches Vince is funny as shit. It's like the same exact punch that he does to him when Vince is laying in the hospital bed.
Yeah, that's all I hear every time he does it. Oh.
So the cops grip up Austin, they arrest him. Vince goes up to Austin and grips him by the face, and Austin somehow double legs him in cuffs. It's the most impressive thing I've ever seen.
He uses his body. Yeah, it's a very interesting way to do it, but he did it, so shouts out.
Austin gets taken out by the cops, and Austin says, I ain't through with you, Vince. I ain't through with you, not yet, by a long shot. That's like an all-timer line,
all-timer Austin. For some reason,
God. Yeah.
Thinking back on this, I don't know why, but I always think, oh yeah, this is how the show ended, right? But no, not at all.
It should have.
This was the top of the second hour, right?
Yes.
It just started. Yeah, I saw the little copyright thing on the screen.
That some bitch ain't gonna be safe from Stone Cold. they put him in the cop car, like trying to put him in. He said, I've done it before. Don't worry.
They're actually very nice to Steve Austin here. They were pretty accommodating.
Well, Vince is not happy because Vince is charging up as Austin's being put in the cop car. He said, take his ass to jail. You go to jail, you son of a bitch. And Austin gets back out of the cop car, and Vince is flipping him off.
Vince is flipping off. These are legendary Vince flip-offs in this episode, by the way.
Yeah, you're right. Let him go. Yeah, let him go. Like, Vince is going to fight him now. And then Austin gets put in the cop car, and they drive away. Stone Cold is arrested. He's gone. He's gone. And on Stone Cold Day, Stone Cold got arrested.
Wow.
This is bullshit.
That's fucked up, man. Doesn't make any sense.
I love that Vince wanted to fight him after he was handcuffed and in the car. He said, yeah, let him go.
Yeah, let him son of a bitch.
That's great. Also, Detroit's Finest had a perfect opportunity here to arrest Undertaker or Kane. Someone in that family murdered like the whole family or something. Just so everybody knows. I feel like that happened.
I mean, every town they go to has the ability to do so. I'm sure the incident where Undertaker burned down the house or whatever to kill Kane and his family probably happened in one of these cities that they go to regularly.
We just over that. We said, yeah, Taker, you're fine.
Walk right through, Mr.
You're fine.
Mr. Kane.
You, Taker, you come on in. You're looking good.
First class,
buddy.
Undertaker. Get your ass over here. Thank you, sir.
Get on in.
Get that teardrop on there. There you go.
So now it's time for the Chris Jericho Town Hall.
Kinda, right? I mean, it's supposed to be a match.
Yeah, it turns into a town hall real quick.
Yeah.
Jericho has the Goldberg entrance from the back.
With the Jericho Squad, of course. Which
and his best WCW theme song.
It's not true.
You know, I got you. Oh my God. We're rocking.
What's fucked up is, who was it? Was it Sprite? Sprite, like, you had him, like, convinced. And I said, Sprite, you can't fucking... No. Hunter fucking Rainer, I think it was.
Shout out Hunter Rainer. And he knows, Hunter Rainer knows... Don't you talk about Hunter Rainer. First off, you leave him out of this. Second off, dude, this is the best song.
No, he didn't fucking use this.
You know I got you. Well, I mean...
So Jericho is walking through... No, Jericho's walking backstage with the Jericho Squad, which is... was it Ralphus at this point?
Yeah. Ralphus was there, but he wasn't going to take that bump tonight. I'm going to tell you that.
No. Well, he is the Jericho personal security. And then there was another man there that was the Jerichoholic Ninja.
With the glasses.
Is just a crazy... Yeah, with the glasses. Yeah, I don't
know
what
what the haircut, dude. He had that southern haircut, the bowl cut.
There was the third that I did not get to catch.
The one that's not Ralphus, right? We'll just call him that.
He's not Ralph. Right. Yeah, there's two not Ralphuses, and then there's Ralphus. Yes. And Jericho's in a Jericho 1 Goldberg 0 shirt because I believe at the pay-per-view he pinned a fake Goldberg that was not Gillberg. So there's another fake Goldberg in history.
Little man Goldberg.
Little baby Goldberg.
So Goldberg then makes his entrance and he comes out and they go, what is that? Goldberg is carrying Little man Goldberg from the pay-per-view.
It is what Hulk Hogan envisions him in Disciples' entrance should be.
And you're right. This is not Gillberg, just so everybody knows.
It's just another man. Yeah. So they get in the ring. Jericho shoves both of his security guards that are not Ralphus into Goldberg. Goldberg fucking double spears them to hell. Somehow rips both of their shirts off in the process. Jackhammers one of them and then screams, "You're next," to Jericho, and then goes back to ripping off their shirts again.
Dude, the spear he does here on these two dudes
is out of pocket.
Is felonious assault, brother.
It is. Can you spell that? Can you spell felonious? Yeah.
I can't because I have to go to my 10-year-old son's wrestling tournament, and I can't come to work today.
It's almost like he was trying to shoulder tackle them in the mouth with how high he went with the spear.
You ain't gonna look like shit. I'm telling you.
No, I mean,
Goldberg's out. Goldberg did not give a fuck before I make this look like shit.
Yeah, no way.
So he spears the fuck out of these dudes. He picks up one of them, gives him the fucking jackhammer, big style. Jericho has, as far as Jericho's concerned, he was gone like 20 minutes ago. Like he pushed those two dudes, and that was it for Jericho.
Yeah. Oh, he was out. I don't even know if he was was he even in the ramp anymore?
I don't think so. I think he literally just ran away. Well, 2-0 for Chris Jericho.
Easy dubs.
So now we get the DDP Town Hall.
Yeah, this is are we in the third hour here or is this second hour? I think we're second hour here still, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Because Mean Gene is working fucking overtime here. He must have had in his contract that he only comes out on hour 2, brother.
Yeah, he's got some things that he's got to get done here tonight.
He calls out DDP for an interview, and DDP comes out. He's going through the crowd, all fucking fired up here. It was a cool shot of DDP coming through the crowd, actually.
I thought he was getting assaulted.
Well, the crowd, it was like Nick Gage style that the crowd were fired up about DDP.
Yeah, it was crazy looking.
Yeah, it was cool. Mean Gene says, what we've seen with Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire, this is a similar situation with you and Goldberg. Maybe you guys can explain what was up with Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire at the time. No?
The home run record. They were battling for the most home runs, and then it was back and forth.
The disrespect on Mark McGuire's name is felonious assault, brother.
How will they do this to him?
Mark McGuire must be put in the Hall of Fame. You understand me? That man carried the sport of baseball on his back. All right, people.
I mean, I was
Barry
Chicago,
Bonds.
I was a Chicago guy. Sammy Sosa for life, I was on that.
Mark McGuire. All right, man.
So
red hair.
Sosa, so it was like Mark McGuire, like a Bret Hart.
So Mark McGuire was on the juice, and Sammy Sosa was corking his bat, and they were both cheating the whole time. It was all, they were both cheating the entire time.
Sammy Sosa was like Shawn Michaels, you might say.
Yeah, I think so.
And Mark McGuire was like Bret Hart.
I think Mark McGuire. The sport of baseball never recovered, by the way, after they decided to make it the most boring thing in the world. Back in the day, everybody was juiced out crazy style. Mark McGuire was hitting home runs every fucking 3 times at bat. There's nothing cooler than that in the world.
I think you could argue every sport gets ruined when they take away drugs.
We have to put the drugs back into sports.
But give me the drugs.
You have to put the drugs.
The drugs from my generation.
We don't get people like the Disciple anymore because the drugs are not here.
He looked like the goddamn Hulk.
It's that one episode of The Simpsons where they're on the juice. Remember that episode of The Simpsons?
I do remember that. They had fucking
Daryl. You remember that episode?
Yes, that fantastic episode.
That was
All
baseball
timer
back
episode.
then. That was Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, man.
And I think Mean Gene had like a moment where he was like, "Am I sure these are the right people?" He goes, "Sammy Sosa and
Mark
McGuire." Yes,
he plays
and that's
mustache.
very similar to what you're going through right now.
He said you brought him into the business, and all friendship aside, it's a payday at Halloween Havoc. And DDP says, "Thanks for the analogy. I see where you're going, but you know, we have incredible competitive nature. You know, it's not like I'm getting in the ring with somebody I hate. I like Randy Savage or Hollywood." And the crowd yells, "Scum Hogan." I said, "Whoa, that was an over line, Hollywood Scum Hogan."
All
Holy
DDP
shit.
said here was catchphrases. He had a bunch of
DDP wasn't over though.
Sosa, McGuire.
DDP was never over in his whole career in WWE. Will tell you that he sucked.
You're right.
Sadly,
Get out here and try to fuck Undertaker's
Even though he's
wife.
the most over guy ever in WWE history, but whatever.
We already have a people's champion, and it's not you, bitch.
you took the disciples' finisher.
You ruined Brother Brudeye. I can't book him anymore. DDP says,
Why
Sosa,
didn't they
McGuire.
do that? Why didn't they bring in Brother Brudeye for the WWF run?
What?
You know, bring him back for his
Now,
Twilight run.
Hypothetically, you're bringing in Brother Brudeye here, right? WWF. This is Invasion, you're bringing him in?
He's like the big.
Is he a part?
He's Hogan. I'm bringing in Disciple as Hogan.
So wait, he comes back with Hall, Nash, and Hogan? If
There
he's
he
the
is.
No way out.
It's
Oh, no way
Hogan.
Oh, as Hogan?
No, yeah, initially on the very first run in.
Oh, he's just Hogan.
Everybody comes out. The Disciple comes down. Yeah, brother. He's fucking striking the guitar. He could come out as Hogan and Warrior. We got two for one.
And Brutus Beefcake.
Oh my God, it's Brutus Beefcake.
Holy.
Wow.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
So DDP says, Sosa, McGuire, you know, I see where you might see some similarities. They took each other to a whole nother level. But at Halloween Havoc, I'm going to be for real. Bang. And he leaves.
Shout out Mark McGuire.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
okay.
funny that reference goes over like so many people's heads. Like they have no idea what he's like. You're like, what the fuck is Sosa McGuire?
I had no fucking clue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, I was typing.
That was my
during
childhood,
time.
man. I love that shit. Oh, you're typing? Can't focus.
Oh yeah, understandable.
Thank you. I'm just making sure. When DDP leaves through the crowd again and almost kills himself trying to get over the fucking barricade. He like
Always.
almost blows his shit out on
For being the
fucking
people's champ, the
guardrail.
people wanted to punch his shit out of him all the time.
Yeah, fuck him up. Fucking kill him. Kill that son of a bitch.
I'm gonna kill his career when he gets here.
Not my creation.
Well, why don't you get your DX shirt? You want your
Holy
Downwhere's Down
shit.
Here t-shirt?
That
Boy,
shirt
it
that shirt sucks.
It's just a bunch of damn fonts on the front of the shirt. and an
Down
arrow.
where? Down here. Is it
Okay.
like where? My cock, right? Is that what you're saying? My
Yes,
cock?
I
Down
think
here
so,
on my
or
cock.
your belly button.
What
No, 'cause
about my
it's down
cock?
here on your belly button. It says down here on your stomach.
That's where I'm hiding some stuff in there, like pennies. Put some pennies in there.
You got pennies in the button?
Sometimes you got to put them somewhere.
I got something else in the button.
What?
So we are back in the ring with Undertaker and
No.
Kane and
Yeah.
Vince.
Vince came all the way back here. What, did Taker and Kane just stand there the whole time? They just never left.
Hands on the hips, did
Yeah,
not
you're
care,
right, yeah.
not even once.
Full gear, by the way. Both of them are in their gear, as they always are.
Of course,
I guess.
ministry gear too. This is crazy looking.
Yeah, Kane in the full fucking I guess Kane never did have casual gear, did he? He was always you never
Got
saw Kane in
sweatsuits
just
that one time.
Yeah, I guess that was.
Okay, that's always.
Yeah, when he was getting when he was doing a DNA test with Paul Bear, that was also another look.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That was crazy.
So Vince says that he has been attacked by Steve Austin 3 times in 1 week.
How could you?
Kane
let
and
this happen?
Undertaker were supposed to protect Vince McMahon, and they
Yes.
did not live up to their word.
And I'm not. You didn't live up to your end of the deal, and I'm not gonna live up to mine. Mine. And
Well, Kane and Undertaker have to face each other at
Yes.
Judgment Day. Is that right? For
the
the
title.
WWF title. So this was supposed to be one of them getting the title tonight. I thought in my brain for some reason that this is where Kane was just awarded the title.
Does that happen?
It does not happen.
Okay,
but in my head, I think I got this.
Sure.
I think I got the awarding. I guess awarding him like this storyline of awarding someone the title and Kane winning the title and then being presented the title on Raw where he lost it.
Yes, yes, that's fair.
I think I mixed those two up in my head, so I was like, Judgment Day match. I was like, oh, okay, it's the Steve Austin one.
Something else here. Yes.
Okay. Well, Vince makes Steve Austin the guest referee. Now, why does he make Steve Austin the guest referee?
Well, of course, because Stone Cold can't stay out of Vince's business, and he's not staying out of your business, so I'm going to put him in it. He's going to be the special referee, and Stone Cold, I hope that somewhere your cellmate is telling you all this right now. What?
He's already in jail.
He's already in the cell right now.
In jail, yeah.
I'm going to be there.
Booked him and everything.
And watch him suffer the indignity of having to count one of you two monsters to the WWF Championship. That's a crazy... Count one of you two monsters to the WWF Championship is a crazy term.
So, Kane versus Undertaker.
Right.
For the WWF title.
Judgment Day.
There has to be a champion.
There has to be.
So, Steve Austin, the Zamboni man, is the guest referee to crown the new WWF champion.
Of course, well, he... presumably also he will be out of jail.
You're right. How does he get out of jail?
Vince booked him for a fucking pay-per-view. He's in jail. He's in a jail cell right now. How do you know he's getting out of there, Vince? Wouldn't you want him to stay in jail?
That's like TEW, book a star, and then he goes to jail, and then he's main events ruined.
Vince, are you not pressing charges to keep him?
He will be released on October 18th at WWF Judgment Day.
In a different city. He will be able to get there in time.
We got your flight too, buddy.
Mr. Steve Austin, just come on through.
Except next week is the hospital episode, and Austin just shows up and hits him with the bedpan.
Austin is a doctor next week.
That is another man. That's Dr. Steve.
That's Horace Hogan.
That's Dr. Steve Williams.
Yes, of course.
Different man completely. He's just also bald.
However, so Vince says, just so everyone here tonight is not cheated. And I said, no.
It's time. No. We have to get it. That's
right. Where it ended, and I saw Psychosis wrestle on WCW Nitro.
Tony, thank God
Psychosis and Ernest Miller.
Thank God you said it,
that was a good match, man.
Tonight, in this ring tonight, you will see Undertaker and Kane in a handicap tag team match. I said, interesting, okay. Against 3 individuals. I said, what the fuck? What's going on here? Ken Shamrock. I said, oh, that's interesting. Okay, I like Ken Shamrock. Is cool. Mankind. So that's weird. Mankind's a face. All right, that's no big deal.
Mankind.
And The Rock. I said, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck?
We're cooking.
Mankind and Rock fucking feuding and stuff, and Rock is probably feuding with Shamrock and all that shit. Okay. Huge pop from the crowd, though, for this. So I was like, all right, whatever, they're fucking going.
They love The Rock and Mankind. The Rock and the Sock. They can't get enough of these two guys.
The Sock wasn't here yet, James. The Sock's coming next week.
No Sock?
Sock debuts in a week.
Nah.
So they love the Sock, though. M-Kind.
They will love the Sock.
This next week changes Mick Foley's career forever.
It really does. You're right.
Which is absurd.
Yeah.
I really like the Mankind thing here because he is a crazy bastard.
He is crazy.
Is the best way to put it.
He gets crazier
but he's not,
through this episode.
Yeah, he gets crazier, but this is like a crazy... He's like in a split right now between the Mankind he becomes and the Mankind he was. So it's a very interesting time for him.
It is cool.
Vince says, I would like to wish you two the best of luck. You know why? Because I think the two of you are going to need it. Because as far as I can go, it's like dealing with the handicapped. One's physical and the other's mental. Undertaker then takes a second.
No, Undertaker does not say anything after this.
Undertaker takes a second.
We just move on.
Undertaker grabs Vince McMahon.
Would you like to know what he says, Tony?
No.
You need to know what Undertaker says here.
He's because it is legendary. I used to like this guy.
Taker
used to like him.
First he says, you. He grabs him by the jacket. He says, you need to wash your ass. I said, what?
That's right.
Wash your ass.
That's right. No, that's right. Yes.
The next time.
Vince McMahon's ass needs washing.
The next time you get out of line with either one of us, you're gonna be the one handicapped, and that I will promise.
What was the disciple doing on Nitro?
Undertaker said, Vince, I got this line. I gotta hit here.
Every single time. Undertaker would have this one line and he would make the other dude say something in the promo so he could do it. It's just like the learning tree line.
Dude,
it's just like the polio line.
The polio line. Yeah.
By the way, Nitro was Goldberg and Jericho thing happening, so that was awesome.
Ralphus is there.
Oh my God. Yeah. Destroyed, decimated.
Yeah, it's
so as Undertaker proceeds to tell Vince to wash his ass,
you're gonna be handicapped. Fuck you.
Taker,
don't you fucking say that shit.
Why do you say that?
I love how he did it really well because he pauses really hard.
Yeah, he does.
Need to wash your ass.
You.
Okay.
That's sound advice. Why don't you tell Billy Gunn, his stinky boy, on the way to the fucking airport right now?
Full gear. Taker and Kane turn around, and then Vince gives them the craziest middle fingers of all time.
It's like photoshopped middle fingers. They are gigantic for some reason.
Thumbs out. Fucking big thumbs out. Double middle finger style.
It's like Eminem style. He's just 8 Mile. He just flips them off big style. He flips off and mouths, fuck you. And then Taker turns around immediately and catches him. Oh no.
So Taker punches the shit out of Vince.
Punches him in the head.
And then proceeds to do the craziest beatdown of all time.
Dude, Taker punches him in the face. Vince take the craziest bump backwards, and then Taker mounts him and grounds and pounds him. But like with punches, like he's like as if Vince was like very wide.
Wide Vince.
He can only punch the sides of him for some reason. He's just throwing these crazy punches. He stands up. And then Kane walks over and he starts stomping him out. Taker and Kane start stomping him out.
Stomping Vince McMahon out here. Taker and Kane, the brothers of destruction.
Full gear. In a red carpet. The crowd's losing their minds. I'm like, this is all fucking sick. And then The Undertaker has to do some bullshit.
Dude, Vince said, look, man, I got to have this leg thing for the hospital thing. Taker said, no problem, dude.
Got you. I've been watching Dan Severn.
Taker starts WWE 13 limb working. This is crazy. He drops the elbow on his leg.
He does.
Dude, it's like an objective. Like, attack the leg with L and a circle.
Make his leg red health.
Yes!
Okay, can do.
Make his leg red health for the next fucking scene. He fucking dropping elbows on his knee. And then Kane goes outside, and Kane is killing the Stooges and Sergeant Slaughter. He is killing them, and we don't get to see any of it for some reason because the important part is we have to see Undertaker put Vince in a knee bar. What the fuck? It's fucking forever, too. He's fucking has him in a submission, a knee bar in the ring as Kane is throwing Gerald Briscoe into stairs and dragging people around. What the fuck, Undertaker?
This is how I used to play online after I hit 20 finishers in a row and they said kicked out at 2. I'd be like, all right, then. I got you, no problem. So, yeah, he's got him in a leg lock. Kane, they go to the outside now. Kane puts Vince's leg on the steps. They separate the steps here. Vince's leg is on the bottom half of the steps, and Taker has the other half of the steps. And then he slams it on Vince's leg.
So sick. And Vince's cell is crazy here. He just starts shaking and
Why did they drop the elbow and put him in a leg lock if you were just going to drop the stairs on his leg?
Soften him up.
Taker said, I'm doing the leg lock thing. I've already got it in my head.
I got to establish my moveset.
You got to work
What if he started using that? What if that was the Taker care of business is the leg lock?
Fuck, yeah.
No.
Vince probably got to the back. That fucking didn't work. That just don't do that shit. I look stupid.
He's like, you got to come up with something else. How about that Dan Severn move?
Listen, I understand Dan Severn joining the ministry, but you can't just take a shit. JR is losing his mind on commentary. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! And then Taker and Kane just leave, walking over all of the bodies that Kane left on the fucking ground on the way out.
I love that JR was like, the way that he sold this was very cool because like he was in the leg lock, he was dropping the elbow or whatever, but it wasn't until he slammed the stairs on his leg that JR was like, oh my god, oh my god, because you should have just done this first. You should have just punched him and then dragged him to the outside and then popped his leg.
Yeah, why did he work? It really doesn't make sense. Why did he work his leg?
I have no idea. The leg lock was crazy.
You know, because
we got 20 minutes.
He had no limb damage. He had to get it to red, you know, before he could break it.
Yeah, I guess
that's
you're
understandable.
right.
The OMG wouldn't activate.
That's
you're right. You couldn't do the stair spot if you didn't have the OMG activated.
No QTE.
Yeah.
That's why Mark Canterbury never made in any games. He didn't have any QTE skills.
Don't you fucking talk about M. Canterbury like that.
And Midian made it in though, and he was doing just fine.
And Midian is crazy. We have Farouk versus Mark Henry up next.
Before
Tell
this,
him, Tony.
as Vince is dying here, you hear gunshots and bombs go off.
Oh my! What is that right?
And then it's the Raw returns soon or whatever. Raw continues. The lower, the lower third. Oh, every time they play lower third, there's like this loud gunshot and bomb explosion. It just threw me off in this moment.
Okay, I thought you meant like there was like gunshots in the backstage.
No,
Detroit City, baby.
We out here.
That's what I felt when I heard it, because like, what the hell? And then the graphic comes in like a second later after the gunshot sound effect. It's crazy.
They recap the Stone Cold arrest, and then they go to Vince on a stretcher. So, and then, God damn it, Dr. Thunder is back.
He's checking the stethoscope. He's got to make sure he's good.
I don't know. Is it broken?
Dude, Dr. Lipschitz. Vince is on a stretcher. The doctor, to help Vince here, to assess this ankle, he is grabbing the top of Vince's foot and trying to just put his ankle back into place. Get the fuck off my ankle.
That's how it works. You just put it
back
in place.
And they're waiting for another ambulance because Dan Severn left in the other one.
This is 1998 medicine right here at its finest. We're seeing it in action.
So fucking Dr. Lipschitz is trying to fucking put his ankle back together. All the while, Mankind is reaching in with a soda to try to give it.
Get this away! Get away!
Give him a soda. He gives him a soda.
He keeps trying. He gets a little drinky. What's up?
You don't even know it's Mankind, but you can tell by the shirt and the arm. It's just. So
and the reaction, Vince is like, it's a very serious. Get this away from me.
And then he tries to give him candy.
This is awesome, man. This leads into the greatest angle.
Yeah.
It's like, this is all you said it before, but this is the WWF. This whole like 4, 5, 6 weeks here is the WWF.
It's all timer stuff. Yeah. It's like it's a crazy run of just like unbelievable. Like all the segments you see between like fucking September to like November is like stuff that is played to this day in video packages.
Scott Hall versus Billy Kidman up next.
Billy Kidman is the Cruiserweight champion here. Scott Hall is with Vincent, sorry.
Billy Kidman is the Cruiserweight champion right now, and WCW does not care.
They do not care. Not at all. Not one bit.
Crazy,
and Billy Kidman
man.
is also coming out to... Tony told me he used it first, but I always know this as Vampiro's.
It is Vampiro.
It is Vampiro.
No way Billy Kidman uses first.
I didn't realize he did. I guess he
used
did.
it before Vampiro did, but it's
Vampiro's
still
not even here
it's
yet.
still Vampiro's theme song, for sure.
Yeah, Vampiro doesn't...
Right?
That's Vampiro's song.
You can come if you want to. Yeah.
What?
Oh my!
Yeah, I could do
Here
what,
comes,
dude?
here comes Vampiro.
Yeah, that's the one I remember too, Tony. I think you're right about that
Come
one.
if
He
you
used all
want
those.
to.
You can come if you want to. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't tell if Tony's just saying that or if Tony thinks that's the
Those are the
lyrics.
lyrics.
That is. Tony, I remember
Vampiro sung the
this.
song.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for letting these people know. Mark
Nail in the
McGuire had
coffin.
ad-libs on this
Yeah.
one.
That's what he's doing. He's coming. He's coming in the song.
Nail in the coffin.
This is incredible. Wow, this must be the
That's how I
unreleased
remember it,
version.
at
I must
least,
have missed
you
that
know.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
That was on the CD, man.
You got a better memory than I do. They also played it on the CD and they added the crowd noise to it, dude.
That's when people have arena effects.
Vampiro in the house. You can come if you want.
They also, at the end of Hall's entrance, they shut his music off and then just play NWO.
That's awesome. That's incredible.
What the fuck happened there? That was
They
weird.
do that all the time. They have a guy backstage that presses a button to play the NWO sound effects. Isn't that wild?
Well, Tony, it's survey time. Hey, yo. One quick survey question. Is it taste great or is it less filling?
That's awesome.
You can run if you want to.
Does it taste great or is it less filling?
That's where they got it from. It's got some grumbling.
This is middle of Scott Hall is an alcoholic angle. Of
In
course.
a saddened state of affairs here.
Tony Schiavone says, we do not condone this angle. This angle sucks.
Yeah, they apologize for the state that Scott Hall is in. What's wrong with New York?
Shut up. The state of Rochester tonight. That's where he's at.
Of course, yeah. This is the state of Rhode Island.
He's out here with a Woody.
So Hall tries to take a sip of the drink that Vincent is holding for him. But Vincent gets out of the ring beforehand. Scott Hall throws a toothpick at Kidman and laughs at him. And then Kidman pantomimes sucking a dick.
That's awesome. First off.
I had to rewind it because they don't really show it. They just show Kidman fucking going. It's the Shawn Michaels style, Tony. He's sucking on that thing. Ooh. But I believe he was pantomiming Scott Hall taking a drink, of course, because he's an alcoholic. And we don't like it.
So earlier this year, Scott Hall and Giant, a sweet tag team, they were rocking big style, and for some reason, he said, "Yeah, this drinking thing probably won't work on."
He references Giant here too.
It might still be the tag champs. I don't know who's the champion here.
We don't see them, do we?
No, we just see the tag.
Yeah, great.
They had a really fun tag team. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
They were good.
I guess the Giant was probably out because he punched a fan in the mouth or something.
You're probably right.
He started it. He started it.
Understandable, we hear you, but you're out.
So the whole match is really Hall doing spots and then trying to get a drink from Vincent, but Vincent won't give it to him. Eventually, Hall fucking kills Kidman with a clothesline, then puts him in an abdominal stretch while he's pulling the hair while the referee counts. Hits Kidman with a fucking choke slam and then walks around like he's Frankenstein mocking the Giant, but then he looks in the camera and says, "That one's for you, G-Money."
What the hell? I'm not sure what's going on there. I did like the Scott Hall abdominal stretch, grabbing the hair. He'd go 1, 2, and then let's go, and then does it again. 1, 2, let's go.
Yeah.
1,
He was
2, yeah.
That's heat, brother. Dude, Hall fucking grabs it, tries to get the drink from Virgil, goozles Virgil, takes the drink, and then Kidman punches him in the fucking gut, or dives on Vincent, punches Hall in the gut, and Hall just sprays beer all over the front row.
That was awesome.
Kidman goes for a cross body, hits it for a 2. It doesn't matter though. Scott Hall hits a fall away slam. It's the outsider's edge, beast style.
He reverses one outsider's edge with the face buster, because of course you can't powerbomb Kidman, but eventually you can powerbomb him.
Yes, you will. So
it's the outsider's edge for the win. Yeah,
I guess that's still a powerbomb. I was gonna say, maybe technically.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I mean, it's close enough.
So now we have Farouk versus Mark Henry.
Yes.
China is the special guest referee for this one.
Well, because of course, last night on Heat, Mark Henry attacked Triple H, and then China whooped Mark Henry's ass next to an ambulance, which is crazy. That's
so many ambulances, man.
That's a crazy place to beat somebody up. And then the refs grab China and pull her away from the fight, and Mark Henry laughs at her. And then China breaks away from the refs and grabs a lead pipe and smashes Mark Henry with it and knocks him down. And then she starts rubbing her ass on his face.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, you like that?
What are you doing that for?
Yeah, I guess so.
Triple H is probably like, what the hell is going on?
Why'd you do that?
That's crazy.
She just starts...
What the hell are you doing for?
Girl.
We just watched the episode where Mark becomes sexual chocolate. So this is super weird, like going back to before he's sexual chocolate and like seeing China just Yeah, you look at my ass.
Eat my ass, Mark Henry, right now.
Crazy, man.
Eat this fucking ass.
So Henry immediately takes Farouk to the outside, fucking drops a leg on him.
Drops him on the floor.
I keep forgetting that Henry does the leg drop without the splash at this point, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, it is weird.
Henry then pins Farouk, but Chyna does not count the pin.
Well, she may not be the most objective official, if you know what I mean. If you smell what I'm cooking.
Oh my God. That was crazy as hell. Jerry goes, all right. Yeah.
What the fuck is he talking about?
If you smell what I'm cooking.
If you smell
okay.
what I'm cooking.
Yeah.
This is a whole fucked up. Like, this is like a Mandela effect match. Like, this was put in after Chyna rubbing her ass on his face and JR just doing lines.
The show definitely ended on the last segment, so I don't know why we're here.
Right.
But
You're right. This is like on the network when they, like after Attitude.
After Raw, yeah.
It's the Tri-Moon clips. Yes, I know these.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course. So Mark Henry goes for a gorilla press slam, and Chyna low blows Mark Henry, which causes Farouk to fall, and then she fast counts the 3, and Farouk wins.
Who appointed Chyna the referee of this match?
Triple H.
Because like DX isn't cool with Vince or anything, right? Like, did Commissioner Slaughter do this? Commissioner Slaughter can't like DX, right?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Chyna
just, I think it's like one of those things where you just put on. If you have on the ref shirt, you're the ref.
That's okay. That's fair. I guess
that's like
fair.
wrestler rules, I guess.
Yo,
yeah, you're right.
What about Farouk's sick ass theme song here? This was crazy. I don't even know if I've ever heard this.
Yeah, it was
before.
a fucking remix. Yeah, this was crazy.
It was awesome. Yeah, I couldn't even find it. I'm trying to find it now, but it went hard as hell. I said, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, some dude walks into the ring with a FedEx, by the way.
Yes.
After this one.
Yes.
And gives it to Chyna. She just opens it, looks at it, and she's confused and pissed and mad and upset.
Well, this is, of
she
course,
rips it up and throws it.
She's served papers here, which was where the Mark Henry sexual chocolate thing starts, really, I guess. Like, she was served papers for sexually harassing Mark Henry. Well, she put her ass on his face.
Right, yeah. Put an ass on his face, and Mark Henry said, "Ain't no way."
Chyna said, "What do you mean? What'd I do wrong?"
I thought we were cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Alex Wright versus British Bulldog up next.
The big hyped match on the show, of course.
Bulldog in his shittiest gear possible.
This is fucking
Get the jeans
up.
on now. Put the jeans on now.
Jean supremacy, man. I agree. So Bulldog is on the mic in the ring. He says, "You can dance all you want. You come out here and say you're wrestling the old Bulldog. Well, that's right. I got an 11-year-old son back there, and you can't even lace his boots." Oh, shit. But I'm here to tell you, I've been all over the world. Germany and the fans in Germany love the British Bulldog. Pussy looker means suck it. Is that what he says? Can you tell me what you wrote?
Yeah, I had the same thing.
What'd you write down? You wrote pussy liquor means suck it?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Oh, he said pussy liquor. That means suck it. I think so you wrote down, James.
Pussy liquor.
Pussy liquor. That means suck it.
That's
what he says.
Mic down.
That's it. That's the end of the promo.
Holy shit, man.
That's the end of the promo.
Yeah, British Bulldog says that shit. That's right. And yeah, so we get in the match
We
here.
love the British Bulldog. Pussy liquor. That means suck it. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's spitting.
That guy's talking. I mean, this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Fuck. Yeah, so Alex Wright, we get his matchup. It's a crazy ass suplex in the corner. Just fucking no
what the
give
fuck?
on that ring. Just die.
Shit.
Hits this fucking splash out of the corner. Heaton says that Alex Wright's mom is a wrestler, of course.
Oh, yeah?
And they stop like in the middle of the conversation. What? His mom?
Oh?
Yeah. Yeah. Wolfgang Wright. They said, I don't know why we even asked you. I don't know. I don't know why you even said that.
he didn't pop huge for that.
Yeah, he
dude.
said what? I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Ref bump here as the British Bulldog pins Alex Wright for a 9 count.
Yeah, he picks him up with a running power slam, and Alex Wright's legs kick the referee, and then he hits the power slam, but the ref is down.
This has got to be British Bulldog pulling some bullshit or something like.
They're not losing to this pussy.
Yeah, it's gotta be some bullshit. I was like, what the fuck is this fit for Alex Wright versus British Bulldog?
Any sense. First of all, yes, it doesn't make any sense. Second of all, why not just just lose, Bulldog?
Really? Alex Wright is like on a run right now. Just lose.
They're trying to get him over. Yeah.
So Lil H comes down here. Even he's confused. He's like, I don't know what's going on.
Immediately looks confused while Bulldog is
Why
checking
did he
on
even
the
come
ref.
out here? He's like, he didn't have any like goal or anything. He just came out confused.
No. Yeah, like he didn't know if he was supposed to be out here for any reason, but eventually he's like, oh, maybe I should be a referee. But the time he decides to be a referee makes no fucking sense.
So Alex Wright hits a backdrop driver with the bridge.
With the bridge, that's awesome.
And now Lil Nate comes in. The
Why?
other ref has gotten up because British Bulldog was getting him up. So the ref's on the right side.
Yes.
The other ref is on the left side. He does a bridge pin. Both shoulders are down for both guys. Both referees count at the same time. They both get their shoulder up at 3 at the same time on each side. So both referees say that respectfully, the guy on their side was the winner.
Now
that doesn't make any fucking sense.
How is Charles Robinson at all a legal referee here once the other referee is back in business? You're telling me at any point another referee can just come down and just count as with this other referee?
If they both kicked out, the match rolls on.
Well, I think they both kicked out at 3, of course.
What
They
does that
both
even?
protected themselves at 3.
Yes.
Okay.
So both refs are arguing. They're raising Alex Wright and Bulldog's hands to signal that they think that the other guy won. Alex Wright then jumps the Bulldog as the refs argue, and then Bulldog bumps Alex Wright to the floor, and the bell just rings a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Go to the WW. Get the fuck out of this company. Go to the WWF.
Put the jeans on.
Get out of our company.
God damn it.
Let Alex Wright do his thing.
I couldn't believe. I was so fucking confused. I was so confused.
Unbelievable. I couldn't. Unforgivable.
Double pin with a referee. Like
you're out of here, dude.
Yeah, unforgivable is right. God damn.
That's crazy. Wow. So Alex Wright always attacks Bulldog after the match.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Fuck you.
Well, mug root beer. The foam goes straight to your brain. Send your Nitro Party tapes in, please. Thank you.
So we talked about this over the weekend. Actually, I feel like it's a fun thing to think about. And maybe someone that's listening can actually maybe give us some more insight. Maybe we have an insider at Turner.
We got an insider at Mug Root Beer.
So there was all the Nitro Party things. For those of you who don't understand what the Nitro Party was, you and your friends could record a video on your camcorder or whatever you got there, and you show why you deserve to get a Nitro Party sent to your house, which really just means Mean Gene and the Nitro Girls will show up at your house and eat all your fucking food. So, first question is, why did they do this? Second question is, why did they do this? Third question is, so they didn't, like, in my mind, like, okay, surely you would get something from this. Maybe there was some, like, thing that, like, they noticed that, like, advertising that got them, like, people would tune in just to see, like, maybe the hour that they always announced it was the same time, so they'd pop a rating because people tuned in to see if they won the fucking Nitro Party or something. But, like, how many people are watching this show? Millions, right?
Scott, yeah, they're popping crazy ratings right
Millions.
now.
So you guys, they just had even maybe not, like, hundreds of thousands of people sending VHS tapes to one CNN Center's P.O. box? And then what do they do with the footage? They just keep it? Why would you want hundreds of thousands of VHSs going to your just fucking work all the time?
Do you think that they threw all those out, or like they kept them? Do you think WWF like owns like boxes?
Still has
a tape library? Maybe, yeah.
Because it did say the videotapes become property of WCW and will not be returned. So there could be a vault of Nitro Party send-ins and that exists somewhere that they could make a compilation of.
Holy shit, that'd be crazy.
it always seemed weird to me. I don't know why.
It is. It is.
What did they get out of
it
this?
was they were trying to reach the college demographic and the young male teen kind of thing, and that's what they were going for. I guess this.
Did you send a video to me?
I never did. No, I never even had a Nitro Party. I never had one at my house.
Fuck.
So they wanted.
You had a boy-girl party. That was for ECW though. That's some real shit.
But
that's some real fucking shit right there.
They would always go to like the college campus and do these Nitro parties. So I wonder if it was just a way to promote to the college kids. I don't know what sending a tape in would really. I don't know.
I love this. I love this aesthetic. I love the idea.
I think it's awesome. I just don't understand it. Yeah, I was like, why? What are they? Because in my mind, they don't just do things to do things. Like they got fucking Mean Gene on here showing this 909-9900 fucking hotline. He's making mad money. Like surely this is for a reason. There's also Tony. The campus thing makes sense, but we saw one the other night where like it was just a bunch of like 30, 40-year-olds in their backyard, a bunch of women in NWO custom shirts in someone's backyard with a fucking tent. I was like, what the fuck is these guys?
Because they would just show your footage originally, and then they would like go to these people's houses and then throw Nitro parties for them and eat their ass, Shake the dog to hell. I don't know. It's a weird.
Mean Gene was fucking. I know that's what this really was. Mean Gene just was looking.
He
for
wanted
pussy.
that pussy.
Mean by God, Gene.
By God, Gene.
It had to do something analytically. I'm sure it was like either popping the ratings or attendance, or maybe it was like they knew that they were coming to a town, so they had to run a Nitro party and at a college and get those kids to go to Nitro. I don't know.
Sure.
I have no fucking
Well, if anyone
idea.
has an idea, let us know.
So, Nitro Girls. And then we get to see the Halloween Havoc commercial with the gargoyle.
Dude, that fucking commercial is crazy.
Very cool. They were locked in aesthetic wise.
Yeah. It's like what is it? It's like a cloak dude fucking coming through, and he's got a pumpkin, and then he smashes the pumpkin on a porch, and then the gargoyle pops up from underneath the fucking porch, and it's a Halloween Havoc logo, and it's cool as hell.
Very cool. Yeah, for sure. Has nothing to do with wrestling. This is awesome.
No. Yeah.
Speaking of awesome. So Vince McMahon is being put in the ambulance.
Finally.
And Mankind is still trying to give him a little drink.
Just drink the soda, Vince. Drink.
No, get away.
Get the fuck out of here.
I love how he just fucking could not stand Mankind at all, man.
That's awesome.
I love the relationship between them.
It was
very
good, yeah.
We go backstage. Michael Cole's interviewing Ken Shamrock.
Never got an update from DX, huh?
Oh, yeah. What about, they're still stuck in the room?
Triple H his wheelchair is now fucking flipped over.
Someone's got to go help him.
So, fucking Michael Cole interviews Shamrock here. And at first I thought Ken Shamrock was wearing a bra. I was like, what'd they do here? What is going on? But it was his gloves. I said, oh, okay, what the fuck?
This whole thing is crazy, by the way. This promo is very AI generated here.
Hold on, Tony, did you read this promo to your Google Doc?
I did.
Go on.
Oh my!
Go on.
Well, I had to. I only wrote down a little bit. I don't like Detroit
fine.
much, and I don't like what happened last night. And I owe every one of you a payback. Let's get it on.
Yeah, it's pretty much. He names everybody in the match. As far as I'm concerned, I owe every one of you. And tonight, it will be payback time. Mankind, don't think I forgot about the chair. Let's get it on. You think they just watched UFC and heard John McCarthy fucking say, let's get it on? And they said, oh, that's your catchphase now. Referee catchphrase.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Steven Regal vignette. The real man's man is coming.
Yeah, he's working. He's a man and he's working. That boy working. He's working.
Yeah, he's been getting that work done.
He's doing that work. And then when he debuts, and I'm pretty sure he's drunk against Goldust. And then he gets fired.
Ooh, is that right?
I believe that's right.
Goddamn. That's a real man's man. What'd you want?
That's a man's man right there.
Yeah, what did you want here?
Hard day at work, and he came home and he won a couple drinks, and I just got to go beat up Goldust, man. What the fuck?
Were they going to debut him against Goldust and lose anyway? Did he lose? Yeah, because Goldust is getting like a push. He's coming back.
I'm coming back. That's his whole thing, is I'm coming back.
I'm coming. Okay, I hear you.
I believe we have a no contest here because Kane comes out and tombstones Terry Runnels.
What? Wait, what?
Oh, no, okay. He goes to Tombstoner and the ref saver, and then he chokeslams a referee.
All right. No, I hear you.
He also chokeslams Regal and Goldust as well.
Oh, great. Yeah. Well, to really move on here, we got the Headbangers versus the Oddities, of course, up next.
𝐷𝐿𝐿 and 𝓐𝐿𝐼 are the team for the Oddities. The ICP are also here, by the way. Of course they are. And
they barely showed them.
Yeah, they should have just had
They're
the
in
ICP.
Detroit.
They should have done like a 4-on-4 with ICP in the match and let ICP get a splash win or something, right? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was surprised, honestly.
Maybe they did something like in the commercial where they sang the song for the crowd.
Oh, by the way, 𝐷𝐿𝐿 has new Cartman doll this week.
Well, they ripped up the other one. They destroyed other Cartman, the Headbangers, the bastards they are.
That is a feud right there. Destroys the Cartman doll, so now we have a match. That's storytelling, boys.
They destroyed Cartman. You're right. They destroyed Cartman doll, and they came back with a bigger Cartman doll.
Huge, massive, dude. Luna is holding the Cartman doll at the end of this match, and it is massive.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So, anyways, this match is.
Headbangers invent the world's greatest tag team fucking spot. It's crazy. ICP trips Mosh as he hits the ropes, and then Kurgan hits him with a fucking splash, and they win. And then Kurgan starts dancing, and I'm very excited to watch that.
Yeah, Kurgan dances. Luna's got the big Cartman doll. 𝐷𝐿𝐿's fucking happy. And we don't fucking see ICP.
They get in the they trip them up and then they get in the ring, and that's what you get. You don't really get much.
You
ICP
get like a
here.
side shot of them.
I don't even know. Surely they mentioned on commentary ICP are from like Detroit here,
I don't think did they?
I don't remember hearing it, but you would think so, right? No.
That's weird, man. That's
I don't think they do.
Well, The Rock with sideburns cuts a promo, and he is not happy about teaming with these jabronis.
Well, Michael Cole tries to interview him, and The Rock says, "Shut up." The Rock says he would do what he would do. He went into at the pay-per-view. He went into the people's cage, flexed the people's eyebrow, hit 2 people's elbows, and now I got to go into the same ring with the same 2 jabronis. The Rock is now the #1 contender of the WWF title. The Rock could care less. He says could care. Very prominently could care.
He could,
Could care less about being #1 contender, whether you like it or not, whether this piece of trash likes it, whether this big fat female piece of trash likes it. What the fuck?
Who the hell are you talking to?
What'd you do? What'd you do to you?
There's Michael Cole.
There is nothing that can compare to being the people's champ. This is like in between phase Rock, right? Like,
it's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Like he's just getting there type of shit?
I think so, yeah.
Fucking sideburns are immaculate, by the way.
Yeah, they are. Anyway, Val Venus is getting sucked off backstage.
No.
Yes, he is.
No.
He's still in the company, and he's getting
a blowjob. You got to get
job.
this fucking guy out of here.
No, he's getting a blowjob. He's got head. Head is here. It is with Val Venus.
Well, WWF Raw is brought to you by...
Val Venus is getting sucked
Raw
off.
is brought to you by Starburst.
Val Venus is looking for her ear. Terry needs her earrings. And Terry comes up and...
He's going to Starburst on Terry.
Yeah, Tony! And Terry comes
Castral
up.
Syntax!
Not yet.
He's going to Castral her Syntax. Yeah.
And then she goes back down and she's sucking on that thing a little more.
WWF The Music Volume 2.
He's going to music her Volume 2.
Yeah, Camelot, which is what Terry does all the time with Val Venus. Yeah!
Camelot of the Wall. Now we have Mankind backstage.
Val Venus and Terry.
No.
X-Pac. European title.
All right, that's okay. I'll take X-Pac. European Championship match. Terry Reynolds with Val Venus.
Yes.
Val Venus gets the mic and cuts a promo about being a bitch.
It's Val Venus with Terry Reynolds.
No. Put some respect on it. I'll tell you how I said it into the mic. Ladies,
what?
Oh, Tony,
show
you wrote this,
me the headlights because I'm about to drive you all night long.
What does that mean?
He's like,
I thought Val Venus says, ladies, I'm a fucking goddamn fucker.
Well, you know something, ladies.
when the wood turns on the headlights.
I've been down the hood, dude.
That's the better show, all right? We ain't watching Nitro, all right? We ain't watching the Woodmaster.
The Woodmaster's right here with Terry Reynolds.
No, this is a bitch and a loser.
Terry is working the Woodmaster.
Hell yeah, brother. You tell him, Tony. This guy fucking knows what he's talking about.
Put respect on Val's name, brother.
James' headlights don't even work.
This is a big Valboski, brother. Come on.
Yeah. I'm new. X-Pac hits a spin kick, knocks Val Venus slap the hell out.
X-Pac has one eye here still, by the way.
Because his eye is pinked crazy.
Well, fucking China probably fucking rubbed her ass on his fucking face.
Party on his pillow.
We're gonna serve a lot of papers, man. JR also says
Served a lot of papers. It's crazy.
JR says, you know, Cherry Reynolds is married to Dustin.
By the way.
Yeah, we know. X-Pac does the Taker line.
I don't know what this was. Lawler says, I smell that what you're cooking. Smell this. JR says, I'd rather not. What?
What, he shit his drawers over there?
That's what I got pink eye.
He's doing the China Mark Henry thing to JR. Rubbing his ass on his face.
Well, X-Pac does the Taker line. He kips up and he almost straight up trips out of the ring.
He almost blows his fucking knee
eye.
out.
It's kind of fucked up. Terry trips X-Pac as he goes for the Bronco Buster in the corner. This allows Val to hit a fisherman suplex for a 0 count. X-Pac just
it was a
gets
2
right
with the bridge. That was his finish.
And
that was his finish.
China is now out here and
crazy.
Straight up puts her ass in Terry's face.
And then conserved more papers.
All right. Well, instead of that, she actually shoves Terry to the floor beast style.
It's a crazy camera angle, too. Like, it's just focused on the match. You see China coming out. China comes around. It's on the hard cam shot. She just walks into the frame and just fucking barrels Terry over. It's insane looking.
So Val Venus then gets out and gets in China's face. And X-Pac dive kicks the shit out of him.
Fucking annihilates him. Yeah, that was awesome.
Now X-Pac and China are putting the boots to Val Venus. Let's go!
They're stomping out
Kick
Val
his fucking
Venus.
ass.
They put the boots to him crazy here.
They stomp him out. The ref calls for the bell. And it's just, whatever. They just leave. They don't care.
Yeah, as they're leaving, you can see X-Pac's fucked up eye, man. And
I gotta
real
go
bad.
back and look. I didn't get to see it. I thought,
yeah, dude, it is awful.
Because the tape comes off during the match. I was like, oh, he's okay, I guess.
No way. Yeah, I was like, whoa,
check
he
it
looks
out, yeah.
crazy. Little pus action going on in there.
Ew, no.
So Val Venus and Terry get in the ring and start kissing.
They're just grinding on each other, just in the match. They don't care that he lost. I'm fucking right now.
Goldust said, no, you're not. First off.
That's
Second
my
off.
wife. That is my wife. He's fucking my wife.
Hey, called the 2-time. So Goldust, music starts playing. Shattered Dreams Productions, huge fucking pop.
Who is this?
Now, who is this man?
What is this going on here?
Goldust says, hey, Val, I told you I'm coming back.
Yeah, I told you he was coming back. And that was it.
Okay.
And Val is just, whoa, what do you mean? I'm going to fuck your
Then
wife
he
again.
comes from the ceiling. There's cum coming down from the ceiling.
Oh, my God.
I'm pretty sure that's what that was supposed to be or something. I don't know.
You're pretty sure?
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to be like cum.
99% sure.
That was on the run sheet. And then it
Cum
comes
dust.
from this guy. I told you I was going to come.
Yeah,
He
I
starts
heard that.
coming. Yeah, all right.
That's
I can
awesome.
see where you're going. Yeah, that's fine.
It is time for Brian Adams
Fuck.
versus Kevin Nash.
Let's go. The battle of the big dogs.
No. They're not the big
They're
dog. Kevin
rocking.
Nash.
Big
Kevin Nash
brother
probably a big
Brian
dog, sure.
Adams
Big
is
Kevin Nash
rocking.
probably a big
Adams
dog.
of NWO
Brian Adams
Hollywood.
with the fucking sideburns looking like an unbelievably smacked ass.
No,
This is
dude,
just fucking
you're
dumb.
watching something else. You must be watching Raw because Brian Adams is the
Like,
man.
Sounds like you're a rawhead, dude. And you're going to hell for
You're raw dogging it over there, brother.
I'm begging for Brother Brudai to come out at this
No,
point.
Brian
You
Adams
go
is
watch
the fucking...
Val Venus. You
Do you want to know what's going on
bitch.
Raw?
No, Brian Adams and Kevin Nash is the main event here. This is a featured bout here. I don't
It's
care.
not the main event.
featured bout.
Where?
Featured bout. Featured bout.
Listen, I'm turning over to Raw right now. We got the Oddities of 𝐷𝐿𝐴 and 𝐿𝐼𝐼 taking on the Headbangers, and I'm fucking having a good
That's
time.
basically Brian Adams. All right, so
All those guys are better than Brian Adams.
Tune back in, dude, to the #1 wrestling show.
Oh, also, so Kevin Nash makes his entrance, and there's a child in an NWO shirt in his entrance. I said, what the fuck is it? Was this Ric Flair's kid? What is going on
That's
here?
Mark McGuire's kid.
Well, Bobby Heenan says, who is that? And I said, what? And then they say it's an uninvited visitor. I said, oh my God, this kid just ran up on stage. This is a fan.
That's a lost warrior.
Hogan, you did this to the Warriors. He actually ran all the way from Raw to come to the show to watch Brian Adams, and he said, I'm going to get the best seat in the house. I understand.
Kevin Nash should have jackknifed him.
No way, brother. That's Bryan Adams' kid
Dude,
right
Kevin
there,
Nash
dude.
used to fuck
Great.
up those fans in the King of the Ring. He'd just take the boots to them and stomp their head in and
Oh
squish
my
their
He
head
would
God.
off
drop the
the ground.
elbow on him. The big
That
man
was
elbow.
awesome.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
To see that shit. Kevin Nash.
Yeah, I believe we're in the third hour now, which I feel like this is the part like when you're booking like EWR or something, and like you need to fill in space, and Sophie's yelling at you for not booking enough matches, so you just put on Bryan Adams and Kevin Nash, and then
dude.
this tag match after.
I am
This
so
is just
glad that
horseshit
you
here.
still would book Bryan Adams even in your EWR save.
Yeah.
Bryan Adams wins.
Someone's gotta lose the
Let's
Nash.
go!
Somebody's got to lose the Nash, so whatever.
Bryan
It's fine
Adams
with me.
wins again. So Kevin Nash comes to the ring. He does his stick. He does not want to be here tonight. Big Sexy in the house.
Shocking. Yeah, Rochester, New York, Big Sexy in the house. And Bryan Adams has the worst
Hey,
NWO
dude.
gear as well.
Nash and Adams just fucking hang out. They're just hanging out. They're not even wrestling. They're just
Well,
hanging
it
out.
doesn't really last too
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, they're just hanging out. And then Stevie Ray comes down with Vincent, and they attack Kevin Nash, which is, by the way,
With
I
the
mean,
slapjack.
by the way, just seeing Vincent beating up Kevin Nash is insane at this point.
Well, seeing Bryan Adams beating him up made me feel
That's
the same
true.
way.
That's Bryan Adams that's where the money's at. Scott Hall is now here. This has got to be the worst group of dudes I've ever seen in my life. This has got to be.
Yeah, so Stevie hits Nash with the slapjack. That's a DQ. Hall runs down with a drink in his hand, and then to signify that he's sober?
4 months ago, man, these were the hot. I don't know what's happening right now, man. I don't know what happened. The morale must have nosedived or something. But
I'm tuning over to Raw, and Stone Cold's driving out on a Zamboni right now. So
Is
just
this
so
the
you know.
Zamboni Raw?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, I'm not tuning out because Bryan Adams is still in the
You
ring.
can't make me watch. I won't turn over. We got
I'm not doing
we
it.
got Bret Hart and Hogan later. I'm not leaving.
All right, no problem.
Well, Hall throws the beer away and starts punching Kevin Nash.
Is that supposed to? Is that I'm sober and I can beat you up now? I don't need a drink.
I think the beer was skunked, and he said, "I'll get another."
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Luger and Conan then come down.
All the stars are here.
Conan! Look back, Conan!
Where is Sting with goatee?
That is in a few weeks.
Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure.
So Luger and Conan come out, and they save Nash. So then they walk backstage. All of them walk backstage. We come back from commercial, and now Luger and Conan come back out.
What?
Do the whole entrance. Do the whole entrance again. This is like I'm over
This
it.
is a perfect time. If you need to save time, keep Luger and Conan in the ring. I don't know what they're doing.
They were live, right? So
Yeah.
they definitely knew they had Stone Cold on the screen, so they said, let's do Barry Darsow and Hugh Morris.
Again, dude, it's EWR. We need two people to go over Luger and Conan.
They were, I mean, they were
Fucking
definitely
Hugh Morris.
watching the show. Like they knew
Absolutely.
that Steve Austin was out, so they were just like, put these guys in there and then wrestle till that's done, right?
Well, don't worry. This is going up against Val Venus against X-Pac for the European title, so we're fine.
Nitro wins again. Luger bodies that whole match.
So Luger, yeah, fair enough. You're right. Luger and Conan do their whole entrance again. Conan is attempting to spell out everybody in the Wolfpack's name with his fingers during his entrance. He's just throwing up fucking letters. It was like you trying to spell AEW with your hand on stream the other night.
Oh, you saw that?
Of course I did.
It's
I was
right
waiting
there.
for you to come record the show.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry
No, it
about
was
that.
good. You were rocking. Yeah, that last game you had a bunch of kills. It was good.
Yeah, well, my teammates said we don't really care. We do not care.
They
we don't care.
Yeah.
So Luger and
yeah.
Conan, they're facing Barry Darsow and the Hugh Morris.
Well, please remind people who these two are, because maybe some people don't know. Who
Was
they
Barry Darsow the Repo Man? Is that right?
Of course he was, man. And
Okay,
he was
so-
also
Who else? IRS?
he was also Smash, of course.
Smash. That's what it was. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
They got the Repo Man out here in shooter gear and
And
hair.
he was also
Who else? Who else?
Mr. Hole in One, of course.
Oh.
That was also
Well, Barry Darso's out here, and he's teaming with the biggest, dumbest piece of shit all the time here, Hugh Morris,
which is
a dumbass idiot.
Hey Johnny, I'm disappointed in you. You didn't name Barry Darso's most famous gimmick, the black top.
What was that?
Oh my! The Black Top Bully.
You're right.
Dustin Rhodes' #1 enemy.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Tony. You're right. I apologize. That's on me. That's
Come
on
on,
me.
man. Damn.
He was trained by Carl Gotch, bro.
You got a Val Venus brain.
I was typing.
That's right. I'll forgive you, man.
Of course, Hugh Morris is
no laughing matter.
A dumbass.
right.
These are my notes for this match here. God, please let Luger do the fucking rack. Luger does the rack. I love
Luger,
WCW Luger.
This is crazy.
Can't get
Luger,
enough.
black pants and hair down.
Sexy look Luger. He's
Checked
fucking
out Luger.
torture
Checked out
racked.
Luger.
No way. He's about to enter his hardcore phase, man. He's looking good.
Checked out of this match. Luger. He doesn't give a fuck. He's not tying the hair up for Barry Darsow and Hugh Morris.
Barry Darsow and Hugh Morris? Come on, man.
Yeah, no way.
What a hell of a team.
Conan, hey, please give some respect here. Conan hits the rolling clothesline on Hugh Morris.
Let's go.
He does,
and then he also puts Hugh Morris and the Tequila Sunrise.
All the hits. He's doing all the hits.
Dude, we watched
all the hits.
We watched 6 months of Conan matches in a row.
Just doing this.
Unbelievable.
Dude, it's rolling like clothesline, the grabbing his junk, and the
pissing on him sometimes, like peeing on him.
Dude, anytime I heard
pissing on him, abdominal stretch, and the Tequila Sunrise.
Anytime I heard the NWO theme, and I knew it wasn't one of the main ones, it was always Conan with Vincent. Every time.
Yeah.
Vincent and Conan, crazy team. Luger torture racks Darsow, and then looks at the camera after he wins, and then throws up the 4 life.
Oh my god, that was so baller! I love that.
He throws up the 4 life in reverse. He does the life part, and then
that's awesome. L4, baby. That's fucking right, Luger. It's Luger 4, baby. That's
Luger
what it is
like, I love his I'm in love with his WCW stuff. He's so good,
Me too.
man. He's awesome.
Dude, the torture rack never, ever in the history of pro wrestling ever stops being over. He could come out tomorrow and do the pose, and the whole crowd would do it with him.
the fucking, oh man, shit's awesome.
The crunch.
I love the people. Awesome. I love the people putting their friends in the torture rack in the crowd. We saw that so much.
We saw a dueling one of that. Someone from one side of the arena did to their friend, and then someone on the other side did it back to them.
It's like they saw them and said, we have to do it too.
Challenge. Yeah.
So after that, we get the Nitro Girls.
Please make sure people know that Barry Darsow lost here. I just want
of course. Well, you ain't. If Barry Darsow got on the torture rack, we're dying. This company's done. So Nitro Girls are out here for the last and final time, sadly. Shout out Spice.
Shout out Spice and Spice, of course.
Yes, of course. Kim Page.
Well, I'm tuning in to the other channel where I'm going to watch Kane and The Undertaker take on Ken Shamrock, Mankind, and The Rock.
So Mankind is backstage talking about the cage match.
I'm not even
Mankind.
I'm not fucking reading this shit.
Mankind talks about Mark McGuire, and this is the start of Mankind's bits. He's the Bitman stand-up guy. Talks about Mark McGuire.
Did you say this one, Tony?
No, I did not.
Damn it.
No way. No one in their right mind wrote this shit down. Next. You got 3 minutes. You took 6. You're done.
I actually did write it down.
Wait, you did write it down?
I did write it down. Mankind says 2 things came apparent after Breakdown. Number 1, Mankind swings a mighty chair. And in the 100+ years of wrestling, the people's elbow is the worst move I've ever seen. All right, big bit guy. I'm not going to let the fact that I did a Mark McGuire impression with Ken Shamrock's head, or let the fact that I split the people's eyebrow worse than Bill and Hillary's Clinton's marriage inauguration day, January 2000, stand in the way of tonight's match with Undertaker and Kane. And that's where I gave
up. Are walking down you're done.
Thank God.
Buddy, we're putting the title on you soon. You gotta stop with this.
Please shut the fuck up, Mankind. Please shut the fuck up.
Holy schmoly. So now it's time for the main event.
Mark McGuire, he was on both shows. He's like a big he's a big deal here. He's on Nitro and on
yeah, Mark McGuire's the shit.
They did reference him, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the DDP Goldberg feud is Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa.
Because he's the home run master, baby. Want nobody taking over the game like Mark McGuire.
Bill and Hillary?
All right, no, we're not. We're done. You're done. Ken Shamrock, Mankind, The Rock versus Kane and Undertaker.
So, fucking Shamrock makes his entrance. Mankind comes out, and then they just start fighting.
They're on the same team, by the way.
They are on
same
the
team.
That was awesome. I thought that was very cool.
That. That was the best part. The beginning part is actually the best part of the match. They start fighting. They split apart from each other. The Rock comes out. The Rock does his fucking entrance. The Rock gets in the ring, and then him and Shamrock start fucking fighting. And then the lights go out, and Undertaker's music hits, and I fucking blacked out, I think.
Dude, I wrote some crazy stuff here. So, The Rock...
I imagine. The Rock hits the rock bottom and wins.
No, come on. Hey, come on.
Don't ruin his bit. Don't ruin his bit.
Yeah, no, come on. Hey, look, we're good. The Rock
got that, bro.
hits the rock bottom and wins. Look, man, y'all have lost me with the Undertaker and the Rock and the main events of Raw.
Dude.
And where was Triple H in the wheelchair?
He's in the wheelchair.
I couldn't believe we got. I'll be honest. Cannot believe we got a pinfall in this one. Couldn't believe it.
Clean.
Couldn't believe it.
Clean enough.
We'll take it.
The more we watch, and I feel like we've said this a lot, but we teeter because I feel like parts of us want to like this era of Undertaker because the Ministry was cool and the theme music was cool, but the more I watch, the more I don't know how cool it was. I don't know it was cool at all. In fact,
do you remember?
It might have sucked.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
What? And I said that Biker Taker was better.
We were talking about songs. This is different.
Biker Taker's better.
Yeah, you like Kid Rock. Yeah, that's better. I make that big Kid
Biker
Rock
Taker's better.
I mean, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
But I think the Ministry Taker song is the best theme song.
It is fucking hard as fuck. The Ministry song is fucking. That shit is hard as fuck. It was way too hard to give to this.
Like,
give me your song, dude.
How
not for you?
Give the Ministry song to the disciple, dude.
He needs a better song, and yours
is in the ministry
his.
of brother.
They should have Brother Brudeye in the room with Dennis Knight.
Oh my god!
That's what everybody was craving. That's what everybody was craving back. I remember everybody talking about WWF, WCW crossovers and shit. They're like, "What if you put the disciple with Dennis Knight?"
No.
And Horace Hogan against Stone Cold. Yeah, I think that was
what everybody was talking about back in the day.
Right? Yeah.
I remember that.
Val Venus against Hoovy. It was also on my list.
Yeah, I had the disciple against the Rock.
And he goes over. He's Buff Bagwell against Kane.
He beats him with the Stone Cold Stunner or whatever.
What if you just give the disciple and Horace Hogan Rock and Austin's runs?
Just one.
Holy fuck! Horace Hogan disciple face off WrestleMania 17. Just one.
Oh my god! I was real dialed in back then to what the people wanted, and that's what I remember.
Listen, man, you should keep it up
because circles they were talking about that stuff. Yeah.
They're talking crazy about that.
Whatever you're talking about right now, I would like you to keep it up so I don't have to talk about this fucking match.
Dude, the match is awesome.
Why did the Rock win when it was Kane and Taker fighting at the pay-per-view? I don't understand it, but all right.
Because he's the number one contender.
Yes, yeah, he's one
Yeah,
number
but
one
he doesn't
contender.
get a match for like months because they held up the title forever.
Yeah, well,
The Rock's not going over. The Rock is not going under tonight, dude.
No way.
I'll tell you that, brother.
That Undertaker sucks. There's no way.
Dude,
I'm going
like
under.
the entire match is fucking Taker and Kane getting heat on every member of the other team for fucking what feels like 5 minutes
a master
each.
plan. A master plan.
Mankind gets destroyed for 20 minutes here.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Mankind does do a cannonball senton to Kane on the
Off the
outside. I
apron.
remember that. That was cool.
Yeah, that was fucking cool.
But yeah, and then Kane hits a chair headshot on Mankind. Dude,
No DQ
Mankind
for some
takes
reason.
every single. Yeah, no DQ. Well, you know, handicap Kane and Taker rules. So
Okay,
Kane,
yeah, I guess I do know that. That's fine.
Kane hits the head chair shot on Mankind. Mankind has been getting his ass whooped for 20 minutes. He fucking makes a tag to The Rock. The Rock gets to do the people's elbow, the Rock bottom, and he wins.
Dude.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
The best part of the match legitimately is every time Rock, Shamrock, and Mankind fought each other. Like at one point, like The Rock got tagged in and just clotheslined Shamrock and stomped him out. Just fucking to do it.
So The Rock hits a rock bottom on Taker and wins, and Taker's now pissed because Kane was supposed to break it up.
Yes.
Well, why would Kane break it up? Because they have a match coming up on October 18th at Judgment Day for the WWF title.
Well, he's his brother.
Not anymore, dude.
And the show ends with a Taker and Kane stare down, the losers of the match.
You're right.
You're
What
right.
the fuck? Anyways.
God damn it, dude. If anybody, please, in the history of the Attitude Era, if you can find a fucking Raw that ends with an Undertaker match that is good, it would be a historic moment in Deadlock history. This fucking run sucks.
DQ.
Shitty promo. No, I was like, you know what? It's so weird. For years, I was like, you know, Paul Bearer is awesome, but like, in my mind, Undertaker could talk. What the fuck were they doing with Paul Bearer? Holy fucking shit. Whoever came up with Paul Bearer for Taker was the smartest man alive. Fuck
man.
that. God damn, he can't talk.
He's got a lot to say and no way to say it, man.
He's pontificating. He was the OG pontificator.
Need to wash your ass. Why you say that?
Dennis Knight. Strip.
You know what? Now, I was thinking about the Kane Taker good match that ever ended Raw. One time they had an Inferno match, right? Did they not?
They did have an Inferno match, but
was that good? I don't think it was good or not.
I mean, Inferno match is cool.
Hand?
Yes.
Oh, my hand.
Burning. Yeah.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that's good, but like, you have to be the most shitty wrestler ever to have a bad Inferno match. The whole gimmick is just you work to the fire. Like, there's not much to do there.
Suplex and the flames go up, yeah.
I think you could argue Kane and Undertaker never had a good match together. Ever.
It wasn't about the match, brother. It was...
Sure. You're right. But,
what is Attitude? Is 97 Attitude Era to you or no?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
97 to like fucking
Taker had to have some
17.
matches in 97 that were good because Bret was still there. Vader was rocking.
Didn't we watch a Raw that had Undertaker and Rock and it sucked?
Damn it. This can't be possible. I'm looking.
I'm sure there is because there's got to be, right? But goddamn.
Goddamn.
Like Taker, Shawn, Hell in a Cell was awesome. Right?
But you're talking about Raw main events.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's just impossible.
There was a SmackDown main event. Mankind and The Rock versus Big Show and Undertaker. Buried alive.
We watched that.
Yeah, we did watch that.
And that match is awesome because Stone Cold comes out.
You're right, man.
In the ambulance.
I got nothing. Hold on.
Hold on. Today, Junior.
Hold on, I'm looking.
There's got to be, right?
Kane and Undertaker versus Steve Austin and The Rock from December 10, 98. We watched this.
Did we? It definitely sucked.
Oh no, we didn't watch the Intercontinental Title Tournament episode, did we?
I don't think so.
Okay, so there's an IC title tournament. And then the main event is Steve Austin and The Rock versus... No, it's a DQ! No! God damn it!
It doesn't exist, James.
Holy
it doesn't fucking
shit,
exist.
Man, this is unbelievable.
It doesn't goddamn exist.
Oh, man. How about Brian Adams and Brian Clark versus Kane and Taker from Unforgiven 2001?
That is an unbelievably great match.
I agree.
It was so good that they fired Chronic over it.
We should watch that.
We should.
There's legit nothing. Like I'm looking, like there's legit, like on if you go by Cage Match,
yeah.
No, we are in like the 0.8 ratings, so no way. We're so done. Mankind and Steve Austin versus The Rock and The Undertaker.
No, Rock's there. Cancel it out.
SmackDown, maybe he had some better luck.
When SmackDown's around, it's him and Big Show together. And that's the fucking learning tree shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it is the learning tree. No.
He's super checked out in 2000.
I'm running out, man. I don't think I got anything. That's rough.
Maybe somebody does.
A main event of Raw, and he main evented a ton of these Raws. Kane and Mankind. No, wait. I'm sorry. Steve Austin and The Undertaker versus The Nation.
Which members?
Owen and The Rock. And there's a finish.
The Rock's in it. You got to cancel it.
It's got a finish.
What does it have a rating?
Not like a ton of ratings, but it does have some.
What is the rating?
6.
6 is not bad.
So this is 98. This is
what Raw is this?
August 3rd Raw. 98.
You think we could get away with reviewing this Raw as trying to find one good Undertaker match?
Trying to find the perfect Undertaker match. I think so. I don't see why not. We can at least put it on the sheet.
Yeah, you should write it down. Yeah.
This June 14th, 99 Undertaker match.
With who?
With The Rock and Triple H in a 3-way.
No way.
Okay, The Rock, Undertaker, and Triple H. The stipulation is The Rock must win to face Taker for the world title at King of the Ring.
Wait, we watched this show. This match definitely sucked. This is the fucking Corporation Makes a Million match stipulations episode.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my
no way,
god!
That match sucked ass.
Oh my god! David vs. Goliath blind date match for a second. No, this whole thing sucks.
Holy schmoly!
I said it might be cool if it was like a number contender for the world title. That might
I remember that.
Is that the CEO stuff?
Yeah.
The Austin CEO stuff? I think that's the episode where I said...
No. This is... I think it's right before... I think this is Corporation are just doing bullshit for some reason.
No,
or
Austin
is it? No,
was
maybe it is CEO stuff.
Austin was at the headquarters.
Oh my
That's
god.
right. Yes.
And then the Corporation was running.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Schmoly.
Sorry, I brought the memories
No,
back.
that match... that show was fucking horrible, Tony.
Oh, man. Okay, well, I got this one saved.
We have been standing corrected because The Undertaker has not had a good match.
If you can find one good
event.
Raw Undertaker main event,
We can maybe
in
do this match for
career.
Watch This or something.
Yeah. That's just watch this now. Watch this for Undertaker.
We will find the match.
We have the quest. We just watch every Undertaker match from Raw until we find a good one.
I'll pin that.
All right. There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to be over here watching Hulk Hogan versus Bret Hart and also versus Sting.
You are right.
And also versus Bret Hart.
So this is built pretty big. First singles match between these two guys.
Yes.
On the record, anyways.
Love the Bruce Buffer presentation. Always very cool.
He's very good at his
bout
job.
is very good at his bout. Calling it a feature bout sounds cool. I love that he described the colors of their outfit on their way out too. That felt very fighting, like boxing, I guess you could say. It is awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I like that presentation.
So they got Hogan out here with Bret Hart, and Hogan is working holds.
Hey, dude, don't. He's just shoving him around.
Don't do that.
Take this.
Dude.
He fucks up Bret's leg on the barricade a couple times, and that's really where things start to turn around here for old Hitman.
Yeah, so Hogan's targeting the leg, which is, by the way, when you're putting this match together, that's a crazy Hogan works Bret Hart's leg in this match.
Yes.
And then, of course, it leads to Sting coming out because he is working. He is working Bret's. Yes, Sting is NWO Wolfpack for life, or Life 4. And he comes out here, and Hogan is really putting the work to Bret's leg, and he wants to make sure that he's not going to end the Hitman's career early with the leg thing. So Sting comes out.
Hogan, infamous for breaking people's legs, and it was a gigantic concern here. Of course.
Sting comes out here. He does get the goatee in a few weeks. I just want to update everybody. Sting goatee watch.
That is right?
Halloween Havoc. He debuts the goatee. Very
And how long does it last?
Look, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay, and it's so infamous
you know what?
that
maybe
2K said we need this shit.
Well, that is based and good build.
L4 build.
Yes, that's W4 build, B style.
Yeah, absolutely.
The goatee, it's probably longer than 2 weeks, but I remember it. They had it on the pay-per-view. They had it on the videos they played, and then it was on Nitro. And then I don't remember it too much past there. But it could have lasted a little bit longer. I just couldn't find anything that said otherwise.
Well, I imagine Sting took a look in the mirror and realized he looked fucking ridiculous. That's what I think happened there.
Yeah, after he shaved it, he said, "God damn it, I can't believe I shaved that. I was working this shit."
No.
Luger said, "Brother, I don't know if you can be in this group anymore."
He kicks him out because he gets rid of the goatee.
And that is when Goatee Sting joins the NWO American Males.
Oh my!
So Sting is here.
It's not true. It's not true.
Well, you just don't really know you don't live in the South like me, so you weren't there for a lot of that stuff. And that's understandable.
Welcome to my party.
So Sting tells Hogan, "Can you please fucking just piss off?
He's shoving him
out of here."
Yeah, fuck off. And Luger and Konnan, of course, out here to check on fellow Wolfpack member Bret Hart as well.
The Wolfpack is helping Bret, which they put over as the man with no affiliation. Bret tries to get back in because he's been wanting this match since 1993 when Hogan was being a bitch. Yes. They bring the gurney out because his leg is screwed up big style. And Sting says, "Hold on, Hitman. I got this."
Oh my. I'll bring the beers.
Sting takes the Jeepers Creepers jacket off and goes face to face with Hogan.
Just as a sidebar here for a quick second, if Bret joined the Wolfpack, does he wear red? Or does the Wolfpack just by proxy all start wearing pink? Is he the leader? Or is he a follower?
I
think Sting should have started wearing Bret Hart's gear.
Same gear?
with big face paint.
And goatee.
Sure.
And goatee.
At that point,
and Bret goatee.
Bret goatee? Holy shit, Luger goatee?
And Luger goatee.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're cooking with oil, man. This is like, y'all missed the boat here.
So NWO Wolfpack is black and pink with all goatees. It's just a hard foundation.
How do we? Can you put goatees on people in the game?
They don't let you because they say they're going to be offended. The wrestlers are going to be offended if you put.
We're trying to correct history.
I could put a shirt. On Lex Luger that says, "I'm a fucking piece of shit bitch, but I can't give him facial hair." So whatever.
Konnan has to have the goatee, the Jim Anvil Neidhart goatee with the pink flannel.
Of course.
Oh my god.
So all goatees, yeah, this is good.
God.
This is good. Yeah, and staying with the pink face paint and the goatee. I need to see this in art form.
So Sting is firing off on Hogan now.
And Mia Momono.
Also with a goatee.
She's also with a goatee in the group, of course.
Sting is fired off on Hogan.
Sorry, please continue.
Yeah, I got you. Hogan belly to back on Sting, and he tells the Romer Cam that he could beat up the whole Red and Black by himself.
I could beat up the whole Red and Black at one time, brother.
Well, you can't beat up the Pink and Black with the goatees.
No way, not with the goatees. No way.
So Konnan and Luger are taking Bret to the ambulance in picture.
He's being wheeled on a stretcher. And
then two doctors attack Konnan, Luger, and Bret.
Two doctors. I thought they no-clipped. I was very confused.
Well, you can tell they're doctors because they have scrubs on, of course.
They got scrubs on and the whole outfit. The blue, the fucking scrubs and scrubs.
They got the light blue and white, brother. I can take out the light blue and white by myself, dude.
The white and blue attack, brother. So I thought they no-clipped. I went back. The ambulance doors are open as they're wheeling Bret towards the back of the ambulance, and you can just see them standing there behind the doors.
Dude, I just realized the blue and white have goatees.
Both of them do. You're right. That's right, dude.
And they're doctors. What? You can't beat this fucking team.
Why the fuck did they dress up?
Doctors in the house.
That's what he says. Doctors in the house. There was no need for Steiner or Buff to dress as doctors here for this ambush. They could have just jumped them, but they went the extra mile. They dressed up as doctors and jumped Luger and Konnan.
Greatest tag team. These guys were doing classic bits every show, multiple times in a show.
Yeah, I
crazy.
Loved it.
Steiner, I was very confused at what Steiner was doing at first, but he's unhooking Bret Hart from the gurney.
He's not attacking him. He's just... Bret is strapped down and can't get off the stretcher, and he needs help getting out of it. So Steiner pulls him out of it and says, "You want some too?" And then Bret just limps away, like horror movie style.
We get back. Bret's walking to the ring. We go back to the ring. There's a big sign that says "Other Channel Jackass" in the crowd.
That's so
sick. Bret is here as Hogan goes for the leg drop and misses.
Yes.
Sting hits the Stinger Splash and locks in the Scorpion Deathlock.
Yes.
Bret gets in the ring.
He cheers him on.
And DDT Sting.
No!
Why, Bret? Why?
What about the pink and black attack?
That's over, brother.
No.
It's time to make some money, dude.
So let me just stay with me here for a second because the bell does ring here. So, in theory, if Tony is correct here, this match was Sting and Bret Hart against Hogan. Bret Hart comes back and attacks his partner, and then they win.
Another W for Bret Hart.
Tony, is that right?
I'll give him that one.
Respect,
Okay,
Tony.
no
Respect.
Just making sure.
I mean, go
Just
to
making
respect.
sure.
Sting also wins too. So
Sting, right, the tag team won, of course. Yeah.
Tony, are you rocking a goatee right now?
I am not full beard.
That's what I say. You want to rock goatees? Yeah, we all want to rock
I used
goatees.
to rock
Let's
the
do it
goatee
here,
back
fun.
in the day.
We show up at
Yeah,
the
I was
Carolina
rocking a goatee
Classic.
for a minute. Yeah, I think we
We
should.
show up at the Carolina Classic with goatees.
Yeah, 3 goatees deep.
I'll look like Dante from Clerks. I can't.
That's all right. He's a cool guy. So Bret DDT Sting. It's the bell rung.
It's a no
So anyways,
contest,
Bret-
I think, right? Officially, what is the official ruling on this?
Well,
There
I'll have
is
to
none.
check the record books.
We're in a cage match right now.
Yeah, let me
Bret is now NWO Hollywood for life, dude.
know. No.
The Woodmaster.
But Bret never Bret never stops wearing the pink.
No, he's not wearing your stupid colors. Fuck you.
I'm not wearing your
He just
stupid
put a
ass colors,
t-shirt on,
please.
right?
fuck
That's all
off.
he did. He just put a t-shirt on.
He wore sure. And then eventually he makes his own NWO years later and still wears the pink.
Well, Hogan starts bowing to Bret Hart in the ring. That's fucking awesome.
That's for true.
That's right.
That
You
is
bow
awesome.
to Bret. Now, if we can just get Sean to do this, we will be locking it up, baby. That's the good shit. So, sharpshooter on Sting. Oh
Dude,
my!
sharpshooter on Sting, yeah. Oh, according to Cage Match, Bret Hart beats Hogan by DQ in 9 minutes 54 seconds, and then Hollywood, Hogan, and Sting went to a no contest.
W. Easy.
Wow, that's awesome.
Very, very interesting.
That is an
The
interesting.
sharpshooter on Sting, by the way.
Sharpshooter on
Awesome.
Sting. Yes, very fucking cool. Hogan is taunting him the whole fucking time there. Cheering on Bret as he puts him. Hogan goes out of the ring, throws Bret a chair. Throws Bret a chair. Sting is getting his shit smashed in, his knee smashed in with a chair. And then Bret goes to put Sting in the figure 4 on the ring post and then just doesn't do it?
Because the ring post has the extra beef on it. He said, there's
Oh,
no way I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
fucking do this
Oh.
shit.
But didn't we see him do it? Or is it because these are new ones compared to when he did
I
it
think
because Flair
probably
does it
in-
to Neidhart.
Yeah, I think in his mind probably he was like, I don't want to blow this. Like, what if like it doesn't work? You know, like then like this hot
Yeah,
angle
I
that's
guess
all
you're
people
right.
remember.
He falls on his head.
Common Bret W. He said, no way, I'm not doing that shit.
So he doesn't do it. And Hogan on the outside says, Stinger quit. Tell him you said I quit. And then Hogan says, I quit.
Yeah,
And
they
then
had
he
Sting say he quits.
Wow.
Hogan said, I quit. And he quit, brother.
They always quit when the Woodmaster comes around, dude.
Well, thank God Conan comes out to make the save.
Holy fucking shit, man. All right, so Conan's out here. He's rowdy, bowdy, whatever he says. Bret stomps the fucking ref out. Luger then is here and gets Sting out of the ring.
Yes.
And Hogan sits in a chair in the ring and mimes crying at them as they walk away.
He mimes crying at them as Bret does the screw job lean on the top rope. It was awesome. And then he starts massaging Hogan's shoulders. And
then the screw job lean.
The screw job lean. You know exactly what I'm talking about,
yeah,
though, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's
the worst night of my life.
Okay. Hogan and Bret are staring at the ramp, and the commentators say that all the lights in the arena went out except for the ring lights, and then the show just ends.
They said the lights went out except for the ring lights.
Warrior.
No, I think it was Hina. Hina says, "I'll go get the car."
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking
drop
an anvil on Hogan now. Actually, is what I'm gonna do.
Drop the piano. Somebody get the piano out here and let him have it.
I was hoping a smoke bomb got thrown down and Warrior showed up, but sadly it did not happen.
Big moment. Bret joins NWO Hollywood.
Yeah. So, I'll be honest with you. I don't remember much of this. I remember more of Bret making his own NWO with Jeff Jarrett later.
No, you were correct.
Jeff Hardy joining NWO.
You were right.
Crazy. Jeff
Brian
Jarrett
Adams,
later on.
Jeff Hardy.
No way Brian Adams lasts that long. No fucking way.
What are you talking about? Brian Adams
is long gone, right?
No way. He's rocking. Big style.
Because he's in the fucking Chronic. God
yes, dude.
It.
And he gets in shape. Brian Adams is crazy.
And he sucks.
What do you mean? Chronic. High times. 420. He was supposed to be the Kiss Demon, man.
Bret Hart?
Brian Adams.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. He was the Kiss Demon for the debut of the Kiss Demon.
That's right. Yeah. Look how that happened. That was great.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you. You know, Bret, I understand why Bret doesn't look back on his WCW stuff very fondly. I totally get it. But also, I thought there was some really fun stuff in there, and I think his last WCW time was awesome. I think that he had some very memorable stuff. He had some good matches. I'm sure looking back on it, he probably doesn't think so, but
no, he probably thinks it's bullshit. Everyone was a mark. Fuck you guys.
He hated it.
But that was cool, and like he looked Bret with the U.S. title for some reason is like. I remember that the most. For whatever reason, Bret with the WCW
cool look. That's like
US
Bret's
title.
belt. Yeah.
Very cool shit. And honestly, this episode was rocking. 3 hours.
This wasn't a bad show. Yeah, I felt like the last bit. There was like points where I was like, "Oh fuck, man."
I definitely feel like it's not as hot as earlier in '98.
Yeah.
Everything was rocking back then. I think it might be like WWF getting hotter at the time.
Yeah. Austin is driving Zambonis, dude. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that? To your point about Bret, I mean, if you watch early '98, Bret is like he's feuding with Flair. He's just like He's just kind of coming in here, and he feels like a big fucking deal. He's feuding with fucking Flair. He gets the belt. Like, he's doing some cool shit. His promos are awesome. I guess maybe compared to what he could have done, it's not as much, especially, they turned him a few times and shit, but
I guess if you compare it to WWF, he was like the guy in WWF.
Yeah,
he led like a whole new era.
He was one of many in WCW, yeah, sure. But he still felt like a big deal.
I mean, if you were in the NWO stuff, you were set pretty well in WCW. I mean, Vincent had a job for years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I don't even know. Well, he would latch his ass on anything. You know what I mean? He had making sure his ass got in there. I respect that. That's the grind right there, brother.
That's true.
But very, very fun. I mean, 3 hour Nitro, and I still even in September, from January to September, I still feel like this is not a bad 3 hour show. And not only did they have to write out the 3 hour show, they had to do Thunder and Worldwide, and they had a lot of content rocking back then.
A ton of shit going on. Yeah, I think they were just getting to the point where it's the turnover from, oh fuck. Like,
they're definitely gassing out. Yeah. I mean, right around now is probably where they probably should have ended Thunder and kind of focused back in on Nitro.
I mean, that must have been making money though, right? Like, why else would you keep it?
Yeah, I think so, because I mean Ted Turner's the one that's, he's like, fuck it.
Sure, yeah.
Let your balls hang. Come on, boys.
Take the dog out.
Crazy shit. But cool shit. WCW style, baby. 98, very good year for WCW. Arguably the best year they ever had.
We should definitely visit more of this for sure.
I think so too.
I think that there's probably a bunch of like 3 hour, because this, again, let people know this was a 3 hour episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of those that are probably at some old timer stuff. So maybe, here and there we can sprinkle in watching some of these longer ones. But yeah, that was it for WCW Nitro, September 28th, 1998. And that is it for this week's Deadlock podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Make sure to check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/DeadlockPW, and make sure to check out Deadlock Pro Wrestling, dpwtix.com. We're coming back October 15th with the Carolina Classic, and you can also check out all of the goods on dpwondemand.com. All the good stuff's on there. And now Tony's gonna